Oh, there you have it. The Foo Fighters Alone, easy target. Off the first one, right, Travis?
First record.
Yeah, Travis picked that one. Nice. I don't really know that song, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, it's a great song. The whole record's great. It's all Dave Grohl.
And it sounds a little, like Jimmy said, a little more like Nirvana, a little bit.
Well, these are all songs that he had in his head when Nirvana was still going on.
And Kurt said, whatever. Keep your songbook to yourself. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, I think he had like 40 songs.
That's what I've heard over the years. So then Dave Grohl's like, really? Now watch what I do. Now that you're out of the picture. And boy, he's had a great career.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think anyone doesn't like Dave Grohl.
Yeah, he was great on the Oscars.
He was phenomenal playing Blackbird.
Doing the little Blackbird. Yeah, but how frustrating is that? Dave Grohl, in his own right, knew that he had something. And he's writing songs all the time, and he's handing them over to Kurt here and there. And Kurt, for the most part, was just like, whatever.
Ignored him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes. And the Foo Fighters are not breaking up. They've been trolling the folks.
Oh.
But I lost. I was in on this for a little while. Sorry, and then Travis was telling me that a video was released last night that explained the whole thing.
Late last night, they put a video out.
Yeah,
their official band announcement.
Yeah, so they got me
all day.
They got me because
they got everybody.
Yeah, I heard that Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins weren't getting along, and then you got Dave Grohl on the Academy Awards doing Blackbird
by himself,
and then he did a song. Which song did he do on the Grammys?
He was just part of one of the tributes. I can't keep track of all of them, but it was just him with other people instead of the Foo Fighters.
Whose tribute was that?
Kind of a conglomeration.
Yeah, that's what they might call it, Jim.
Thank you.
It wasn't the Motorhead thing.
Yes. At the Grammys, that's right, it was.
No, but he wasn't.
Did he get Ace of Spades or no?
No,
that was
the Hollywood
Alice
Vampires.
Cooper. Yeah, how can you forget the Hollywood Vampires?
You forgot about the Hollywood Vampires already? What's wrong with you, Jimmy?
I forgot all about them.
I have no desire to see the Hollywood Vampires.
You don't want to see them live?
No.
No, I don't either.
Not at all, man. I've never liked Alice Cooper, and I love that I can say that on a regular basis on this radio show. I never got Alice Cooper.
You never liked his music or his face?
He's a nice man.
He's all right. He's a nice guy. And
you don't like Feed My Frankenstein?
No, I don't. I mean, he had a couple catchy songs that you got to respect.
Yeah. Did you hear School's Out?
Yeah, that and No More Mr. Nice Guy. And that's about it for me and Alice Cooper. And him getting together with
Is Johnny Depp in that band?
Johnny Depp. And,
they're on tour.
They're touring. Yeah, they're taking him on the road.
Yeah,
and Joe Perry. I have no desire to see the Hollywood Vampires. But that same show. You don't either?
Nope.
They're all very talented musicians, though.
But together it's just a waste?
No, they sounded good.
They sound good.
They did a pretty cool version of Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
It sounded all right, but I can't imagine sitting through, 80 minutes of that.
Oh. No. Fuck no.
But, all right, so that was the rumor, and then what happened? They put out a video late last night, Travis?
So basically yesterday morning, they just tweet, official band announcement coming tonight. So when there's all these rumors about Dave going solo and Taylor not being happy, and then they just post a cryptic, official band announcement coming tonight, you figure they're
breaking up.
They're going to announce something.
Yeah.
Instead, they post this 7-minute video kind of debunking the whole thing. And making fun of everything.
Oh, they made fun of the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, you should just watch the video. I'm
kind of bummed I didn't see the video before the show. It's like 7 minutes long. We'll tweet it out for the people that haven't checked it out either.
I saw it.
You saw it?
I was there when they made it.
Your eyes gave you away too early.
You didn't tell anybody?
No, they told me. Dave and the other guy asked me not to.
Which other guy?
Mr. Hawkins.
Mr. Hawkins?
Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah.
They're like, just keep this between us. I'm like, all right, guys.
You kept it on the QT.
Kept it hush. He kept it hushed up.
Jimmy knows how to keep a secret.
Yeah, I figured I would honor the guy's respect.
It's a steel trap.
A steel trap, exactly.
A steel trap. All right, so that's how we start.
I got a story on Twitter that I have to start with.
Yeah, let's go.
It's just what we were talking about. From a crumpled paper bag
in a
dilapidated house came a baseball card find of a lifetime. 7 of them, actually. Card experts in Southern California said Wednesday they've verified the legitimacy and 7-figure value of 7 identical Ty Cobb cards from the printing periods between 1909 and 1911. Before the recent find, there were only known 15 to exist. So this almost by half increased.
Yeah.
There was only 15 known Cobb cards, and there's 7 of them were in a crumpled bag. This family asked to remain anonymous, and it was like their great grandfather in his old house, this dilapidated fucking shitty house. This poor bastard probably lived in this house and had no idea that he had $1 million worth of cards. Could have got a nice new condo.
What?
Neglected bag at the rundown house of a deceased great-grandfather.
So the crumpled bag is just laying somewhere in the house.
I'm guessing in the attic. It's probably, you know what it was? It's probably in the
It has
attic.
to be in some kind. Yeah, sure.
In a
box, in a box,
Right.
in
Yeah.
a box.
Something about a box. You know,
Yeah.
I think
Like
it was
in
in a
multiple
box.
boxes
You
that
put it in a
just
box.
never
Right.
go through.
A chest of some sort.
But we were just talking about this
Yep.
on the show.
7.
7
When you
in
come-
perfect condition.
I don't know the perfect
No,
condition.
they're,
But great
they're rated
condition.
like 4.5, which is really good for
That's
that
still
time.
unbelievable.
4.5 out of what? I don't.
Out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
there's
everyone
a lot
that
of
had a
wear.
Ty Cobb card before this, the value of their cards went
Dropped,
down.
yeah.
They probably
True.
weren't happy.
So
Yeah, it does. But by not too much. If there's only 22 in existence, I mean, that's still pretty fucking good.
I wonder if you find the 7 Ty Cobb cards. I'm just thinking out loud here. Do you tell the world you found 2? And are those 2 worth more
Just to
than the
keep
7?
yours up. The other 2.
That's a
Are
good
those
question,
2? Are
dude.
those 2 worth more than the 7? And
Then you should have gotten them
I found
all
2
graded.
more.
well, no. Then you keep
no.
then you keep the 5 somewhere else for a while, and
Yeah,
then maybe they pop up here and there when you need.
No,
them.
what
Yeah.
you do is you sell 2,
After you sell the
or
2.
you sell 1
Yeah.
at 1 value.
Yeah.
And then you have another one, and then people are like, where are they getting these Ty Cobb cards from?
You guys aren't going to believe this.
Yeah.
I found another.
Another in the same
Another
bag.
bag.
You know what? I looked through the whole bag.
I just thought it was an old lunch in that other bag. And
It was right
turns
next
out
to
there's
it.
more Ty Cobb cards.
More cards.
This is unbelievable.
It said TY on it, and I'm like, I don't know what that meant. I thought it was thank you. I didn't realize it was for Ty.
You want to get what's his name? Our pal from Steiner Sports on?
Yeah, I would like to ask
Could you give him a
Brendan
call
Steiner.
and see if he's around? Because I bet you take the 7 and you only tell the world you got 2. I think that's more.
I think you take the lowest graded one
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's a
you
good
sell that one.
And
That's
try
a
to get a good
great
price
idea.
for
Hold
it,
the rest.
because then you can get a better price
Yeah.
for the rest if they're in better
Sell the
condition.
lowest grade.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to have them graded, and somebody's going to talk.
Somebody's going to yap.
And plus, they put the lucky 7 find on the grade, so
Oh.
What is that?
that
So they know how
suggests
to-
that there's 7 cards.
7 of them in a
What they're
All
doing
the
is they're
lucky 7
making it
find,
into
right.
an event. They're
Yeah.
like, wow, these are from
Yeah.
the big.
It makes
paper
the whole
bag find.
cash more money, too, because now you got a good story with it.
Yep.
And
Ty
they
Cobb.
authenticated.
Sorry, on the back it says "King of the smoking tobacco world."
King of the smoking
Wow.
tobacco world.
7 of those fucking cards, man.
We were just talking about this.
And the Honus Wagner is even in rarer.
yeah,
Yeah,
of
that's the
course.
rarest.
That's the Mac Daddy.
It was only one
There's a
run.
couple, no, there's a couple. There's
There's now a
12,000 now, but yeah, you sell the lowest graded one. But just handling them after they've been in the bag for probably 70 years.
Yeah.
That grandfather probably looked at them and put them in a bag and kept that when he moved to this other place.
Yeah.
Just in
Yeah.
the chest and forgot they were there.
Holy.
I have you know how many times you probably told them, I have 7 Ty Cobb cards.
Shut your trap,
up.
old man.
Shut your trap.
They were throwing his stuff out. Don't throw that out. I've got Babe Ruth's hat. Shut up. I've got a Honus Wagner. No, you don't. You're wearing diapers.
Yeah, Grandpa. Yeah.
Sit down.
Right.
Don't throw that out. I've got a lot of cards.
Yeah. We're taking you to bingo right now.
I'll bet you-
Sure, you have all this.
The kid didn't know what they were. Grandpa, paint these. And he's playing with them and getting pudding on them. Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Let him play with the old. What did you do? You just drew these for him? Grandpa, make these. The kid's already gone through 11 Honus Wagners and fucking. He took a dump in a Babe Ruth hat and threw a fucking. Threw like a sample of Lou Gehrig's blood. The fucking kid put paste on it.
He's had the cars for 75 years.
Just sitting there.
Just sitting there.
These fucking
amazing.
grandkids don't deserve it. You know they mistreated that old man.
Dude,
I love when people find their shit.
yeah.
It's so exciting.
It's like Antiques Roadshow.
because it makes you feel like maybe you got something in your old house.
You want to dig around, but you ain't got nothing.
I've always dug around. You never find anything.
when I die, I've got baseball cards. No one collects them anymore. Shut up. Quiet. They probably put him in a home. He probably left them to the orderlies.
Right.
I leave this to the one man that didn't beat me and steal my desserts.
They're in a bag. Sure they are. What do you mean they're in a bag?
That's your lunch. I think they threw out 5 other bags.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
getting rid of these bags.
Enough with these bags.
This baseball cards. It's old Ted Sheckler.
The cards are sold. That was the only way to keep them nice, was to put them in a bag.
Put 'em in
bag.
a bag,
Right.
yeah.
They didn't have these special frames back then.
No, man.
That's an amazing story.
Nice dry attic.
Where was this?
Where can I find some hidden
Anonymous.
treasures?
I know.
Oh, yeah, you said anonymous.
It's got to be family at this point because you really can't go out. Cause I think everyone is kind of onto it. So usually now it's just one of like those comic books that were found a year ago.
Yeah.
It's just in the back of someone's closet, real old person, something that they haven't seen in 50 or 60 years. They forgot is there. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, by now they would have sold them. If they knew what they had, and it has to be a place that you've probably lived in for all these years because you know you go through your shit.
That's how my grandparents' house is in North Carolina. My grandfather had like 100-year-old gun that my sister has now.
Is it worth money?
I'm sure.
It's probably not worth that much, though.
It's got to be worth something. That motherfucker is.
Yeah.
And it's in great condition.
It's in great condition.
Yeah.
7 T206 Tycoon.
Worth over $1 million, the whole cachet. Exceeding $1 million. In a crumpled paper bag.
The old man
in a
could have used
shitty
that
house.
money.
How many times a
The
day?
house was falling apart, pretty much falling down.
They could have sold these and bought a nice Although I bet you that the grandson found these a while ago. So, I'm going to keep these till the old man goes and not want to, you probably, because then the old guy would own it.
And then give it out to the whole family for inheritance?
Somebody tricked the old man. You know what? I don't really want any of your money. Could you just leave me any brown bags in the house? Leave them to me.
Tell you what, whatever's in the attic, just let me have it.
All right.
Yeah. Well, the guy that verified him says it's spectacular and miraculous to have come across such a cachet. What happened?
They just showed some footage of just a gang of motherfuckers breaking into a gun store in Houston.
Wow.
That was crazy.
That's some brave shit right there.
Cobb's cards come from the same batch of the same year as the most valuable card in the world, the Honus Wagner card, copies of which have sold for more than $2 million.
Man.
The copies of the Honus Wagner?
No, well, however many, no, not copies, but I mean like,
Oh, just the original.
originals.
Yeah,
But there's not many.
Weird.
There's not many.
They probably shouldn't say copies there.
Yeah.
They're saying a little strange there.
That's weird.
Ain't it worth a lot of money because only Honus Wagner was only in that first run of that baseball card? Like they only
No, he didn't want kids buying his card, buying cigarettes to get his card, so he had his card
They took him
yanked.
off the market.
Oh.
And
Okay.
very few survived.
Yeah, they yanked him.
Yeah. So Honus Wagner. Yeah, I always see what one of them looks like. They're all painted back then.
Yeah.
And they were nice. I mean, any of those cards are worth something, I'm sure. You don't have a bunch of 1912 cards. I have the T206s, but they're worthless. I'll give you a Reggie Jackson for them. I mean, they're all worth something.
Yeah. That's just amazing. That rules.
It's a find of
I'd
life.
get them autographed. I'd get Brendan Steiner to put a sticker on them.
They got to laminate though. It wasn't even laminated or anything. That's in a paper bag.
No.
How the fuck did that survive?
When I was collecting baseball cards, I haven't told this story in a while. I had a Don Larson after he pitched his perfect game, and supposedly the card was worth some money. And I was stupid enough to bring it in and brag about it in school, like I was in 5th or 6th grade, something like that. And there was a real asshole in my class, and he took the card and with the pen right in front of me just went across the whole fucking thing, and I cried like a bitch, like a bitch.
That's a dick move, and it's also the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Like a bitch. I cried, and it wasn't a one-day cry. I was depressed for a long time.
Oh, I believe it.
I was really into my baseball cards, and that was the one. That was my holy grail. And he just took a pen because he saw the excitement, and I'm telling people, look, you could take a look at it. I'm being careful and stuff, and he yanked it out of my hand and just in one motion with a pen. This kid has got to be a serial killer. Or in jail for a long time.
He's
And
a
then-
baseball card collector because he went home and told his father what he did. And I scratched out the Don Larson. You fucking idiot! You should have stolen it. And then he became a collector.
And that's the card right there. And as I look at it, it's not worth that much, but to me, it was worth everything.
How much is it worth?
They're talking $38, $17, nothing crazy.
It's not worth anything.
It's the memories.
It was
That kid's ink was worth more than he wasted on that piece of shit card.
It was the point. But then you fast forward a whole shitload of years later, and a very, very cool fan actually gave me that card.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You should bring it in.
No, don't. What? Careful, you don't want to lug that. You don't want to lug that 50-year-old $17 treasure around.
And now the card is, I don't even know where the card is. I still have it, but it just didn't.
It wasn't the same.
It was an amazing gesture by a fan, without a doubt, but. You know,
I hope it's in a place of honor.
I didn't care anymore. I wasn't 11, 12 years old anymore. So.
Is that right? Is that an original? That couldn't be set $22 for that card. Is it only worth $22?
I guess. I mean, I remember at the time people were like, "Oh, this thing is got to be worth a few bucks." I'm like, "Oh."
What killed the value of all this stuff is eBay. It's before eBay, you'd have to go to a store or
you
go
had to
a
find
card
this
show.
shit.
Yeah, now everybody has everything.
You know, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I collect all this crap.
Because back in the day, you had to hear the rumors that, oh, someone's got this or that, and you had to go to a card show, and then the people had to bring their stuff, and then you're like, well, I don't know how many of these Willie Mays cards are actually out there. So, but you're right. Now, when everything is pushed into one place,
you know right away.
Grading
right
in
away.
general
Yeah.
killed your collection because you thought you had these great cards, and then you realize, like, oh, they're only rated 4 out of 10.
Right.
And, like, only 9s and 10s will sell for anything now.
what would my Don Larson card
depends.
be rated with a Bic mark?
I'll probably, you know,
Probably $1 less than it is without one.
Oh, I wish I knew as a youngster that this thing would only be worth $17 many fucking decades later.
You could have saved yourself a
lot of heartache.
Yeah, but even some of those tobacco cards you can get them very cheap on eBay.
See, if I look at the first one, Johnny Evers. Look at that card, though. If you found that in a paper bag in your grandma's house,
I would think it's worth $1
Oh
million.
my God, it's Medgar's brother. Oh my God, I didn't play baseball.
that would be even worse. You find that thing and you take it to a collector, like, oh my God, here you go. Here's my brand new house, and the guy has to tell you it's only worth $60.
Well, it's a 1.5 grade. So the fact that those are 4.5 grades is pretty impressive.
Right.
You're not going to get a 10 grade, I think. I mean,
9 and 10. That's
just
harder.
because the corners are always going to be a little worn, and there's wear, like there's just air.
Right.
What are the best Honus Wagner ones?
Oh, they sold for millions of dollars, but there was one that
What's their
was
rated? You're grading.
Yeah, there was one that was graded very high, but then it turned out that it was cut out of a large sheet.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that? There was
What
like
do you
a
mean? It
whole
was
book.
a hoax?
Yeah, it was a hoax. That it wasn't found. And I feel like
Oh, that's dirty.
I think the owner of the Diamondbacks bought it or something for a few $1 million.
How'd they prove that it was fake?
They noticed it was cut.
Because they were able to track down the guy who bought the whole sheet of T206 cards, and people had seen the sheet, and then that's the guy that sold the highest graded card.
But wait, a T206, were they original?
Yeah.
So he had a sheet of originals?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been worth more?
Yes.
If he
With
kept
the Honus Wagner on it, yeah.
if he kept the sheet intact, the whole
I would
sheet.
think so.
So wait, why would he cut out the Honus Wagner from the sheet if that was how cards used to be made? What dumb motherfucker sees the Honus? Hey, these are the jewels from the belt. Fucking Jake LaMotta owned it. Exactly. What a dope. That's LaMotta, the belt of a champion's a very rare item. But these are the jewels from the belt. Takes a hammer to the belt and he's fucking hitting it. Jake, Mike, you're gonna wake my kids.
Right. Give me those scissors. I'm going to cut one of these cards out.
What a fucking
does that?
dope.
I don't understand.
Something's not right here.
So what was it worth before they realized this happened?
The
And
right
then-
side
And
is
then what was
wavy.
it worth after the fact? Do you know, Eric? Offhand?
Which one? You're talking about the Honus Wagner?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How long ago did this happen?
He bought it for how much at originally?
$2.35 million.
And then how much was it worth after they discovered that it was
It's
cut
been
out?
altered, so I don't think you can. I mean, he still has it, and it will probably be sold because it's now the trimmed Wagner. Because now it's a famous
It's a
card.
But
thing.
it is an original
It
Wagner.
is an original Wagner. It's just been trimmed.
And how long ago did the guy cut it out of the sheet?
I think the 80s.
Wow.
Unless it wasn't
my
worth as much with
God.
the whole sheet. But to me, the whole sheet has to be worth more than the
I
card
would
alone.
think so.
Right?
1985.
1985.
Can you say this? What's the photos of the original sheet? Oh, my God. He sold... The card was cut from a sheet and later doctored, to enhance its appearance and value. It was doctored.
Okay.
The photos raise new questions about the true value of the card. I don't understand why you cut the sheet, that it was cut from a sheet decades after it left. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, decades after it left the factory. A major taboo in the world of vintage cards. And later trimmed. So it probably got cut poorly.
Yeah, that's right.
Been trimmed
But it wasn't cut in the 80s, was it? It's bothering me. Please tell me it was cut in the 40s or 50s. Someone
don't
saw
think it was.
Oh, I need a Honus.
I'll look it up, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, we're looking it up right now.
This is bothering me.
I went to go see the last one that was sold.
Yeah.
They had it on display at some luxury watch store down on 57th Street.
Right.
And it's just really cool just to see it.
Yeah.
Because you see it on TV.
Did they make you wash your hands before you hold it?
No, they didn't let me hold it.
They didn't let you hold it.
You're not going to believe me. It's just really cool to see.
I want to put it in the spokes of my bike. Would that drive people nuts?
That would just,
So David Wells, at some point when he was pitching for the Yankees, he's a huge Babe Ruth fan.
Yes.
He was number 33.
He wore the
because-
Babe Ruth hat.
Yeah, he bought the Babe Ruth hat.
If I
That was
blew
it.
your bid,
Yeah,
I apologize.
He bought a Babe Ruth
I got
hat for
excited.
6 figures, and he wore it in a game.
He
and they
wore it
made
in an
him-
actual game,
Right.
which fucked up the value a little
and
bit,
they
right?
made him take it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who made him take it off?
The Major League Baseball, because you have to wear the uniform
uniform
of
of
your
the
team.
team. Yeah.
He wore Babe Ruth's hat. You know what, though? David Wells, how much did the hat cost? 6 figures. What's that?
No, that's
$100,000?
100 grand to whatever.
But David Wells is worth so much money.
Right. But that's badass.
There's something about that I
you buy
almost
a Babe
get.
Ruth hat and you wear it in a game. That's pretty cool.
You're pitching for the Yankees. You're not you're a legit
Sure.
Yankee. You're wearing a Babe Ruth hat. How many Yankees today? No one in baseball playing who's alive has worn a Babe Ruth hat except for fucking Dave Wells. I kind of like that.
Yeah, you got to respect
But
that.
you know, Dave Wells is eating it, wearing it at home, eating sandwiches and shit. Got mayo on it.
You hope he's not. You hope he's
He's
put
a
it in a little
mess.
case.
Oh, he only paid $35,000.
What?
You know what? That's a lot less than I would have thought. I get it.
That's crazy. You would think that would be worth more.
Yeah,
Maybe
if that was $100,000,
that means there's got to be a lot of Babe Ruth hats
and
out
then he
there,
blew a lead.
right?
$35,000. That's no money.
Well, I mean,
I would break weed on that hat.
That's a lot of money for people, but I mean,
Yeah,
for a
well,
Babe Ruth hat, you would think it'd be
a
at least
play.
at least 100.
He wore it for 1 inning.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
there
tell
he
that's
is.
an old.
That's an old fucking hat.
Yes.
Say the type they wore in our gang. But how would you even notice that?
Oh, you noticed that?
Yeah, that it's different than
That
other
looks
hats.
like
Yeah.
that looks like a very old hat. It looks like it's going to fall off his head. It's so shallow. That you know what I mean?
Oh,
The hat
wow.
itself is very shallow.
That's kind of cool, though. He wore it for 1 inning, and then he blew a lead.
$35,000.
Yeah, he was too excited.
No, after he took the hat off, I think. Yeah, because he wouldn't feel the ball. He was all stiff, squatting. He was squatting like he had a back brace on.
He didn't want it to fall in the dirt.
Yeah.
I heard recently, I didn't think we were going to talk about this stuff, but there's coins out there that were pressed on nails or something that are a big deal these days.
What?
They got, yeah. Could you look that up?
I have a $2 bill.
Yeah.
Oh, with the red ink? You got the red ink one?
No, I threw that out. It was defective.
You're the worst.
What's the red ink one?
It's like some $2 bills that has red ink on the copy, so it's like green and red.
Oh.
You ever saw one of
Oh, the
those?
Christmas version. Is it worth more?
I don't know, but there's some floating around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this thing, I read this story a couple weeks ago. There's a few nails that have like the coins pressed on them. And the dime nail is estimated to be worth roughly $10,000.
The dime nail? Oh, wow.
So like nails got into the printing press and
Oh, by accident. It printed.
yeah.
Oh.
And there's a few of these out there.
I'd love to spend that.
Wait, what is it?
In the billions of coins it has made over its history, the U.S. Mint has made more than a few errors. There were Lincoln pennies that were struck onto the material for a dime. Washington quarters struck more than once. Wrong dates on coins, blah, blah, blah. Most errors are caught by the mint, but occasionally a few make it out into circulation. Those error coins have been highly sought by collectors.
I would make a bad one on purpose and then keep it.
Well, yeah.
Oh, look, it's the Obama quarter. And I'd put it in my pocket for 20 years.
Yeah, you go to work with a pocket full of nails or something, and when no one's looking, you just
You put it in the machine?
put it in the machine and put it back in your pocket quickly.
Oh, so that's what happened.
No, I don't know how this happened. I mean, it's extremely weird that a coin would be pressed on a nail.
It's a 6 penny now. How old is this? It was only, there's only one of them more bizarre.
What do you got in this, Eric? I'm looking at the whole article, trying to get to the meat of this.
A few pennies in the 1970s were struck onto nails. The
Yeah.
dime nail is undated.
Okay,
There's only one?
so there's no way to tell when the item was created. They're
Right.
saying,
Can we see it?
despite it.
Let finish reading. I just wanted to see.
It's okay. Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
right in the middle
I
of the
see.
nail.
Is that
wild?
That is
Yeah.
wild.
What is this 200,000 to 300,000 thing? 1943 bronze pennies typically sell for $200,000 to $300,000.
Why so much for a bronze penny?
I don't know.
Did they only run it that 1 year? 43? That's why it's rare?
Would seem not out of the ordinary. Expected.
Oh yeah, that was the famous to save copper for the war.
For the
effort.
war.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they went with steel. I sort of remember that when we were trying to collect coins back in the day.
What have you done to help the war effort? It's one of my lines from the Lewis Black, Jim Norton Side Splitters.
Which is a great little short feature.
I'm duping. Oh, wow. There's a lot of money for coins. My
43.
dad always gets the ones from the mint every year. I want to tell him, Dad, we're going to be dead 80 years before these are worth anything. And even then, he'll give it to me like for Christmas. It was a nice little gift from Dad. Here's from the mint.
Yes.
Thank you.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah,
It probably makes him happy though, Jimmy.
Yeah, they're all shiny and brand new.
Yeah.
The Nortons are not big collectors. Yeah, he just likes his little coins. He might have a bunch of coins. But I don't think anything worth anything. They're just,
It's almost impossible to start a collection now.
unless you have old stuff, yeah.
Unless you have the real old stuff when people weren't looking at it as, collecting.
Or stamps. That was weird shit.
There was a time it was just your shit that you happen to have. And then this whole collecting thing really became explosive and popular.
gotta get
Coins
a
seem like the
metal
best
detector.
one, though. Sorry. Coins seem like the best one because it's hardest to mess them up. Like, I wouldn't panic as much about my coins as I would a comic book. God forbid a coin gets wet. All right, you just dry it off. But if your comic book gets wet,
It's over.
I would read my Superman #1 in the tub. I'd love to do that.
A hot, steamy bath?
Do you remember being a kid when you were into coins, you would check every coin you would get in your hand? Do you remember those days?
Yeah.
Did you go through that?
Yes, to see if it was valuable. I got a Buffalo Head nickel. This will put me through college.
Yeah, but
It's worthless.
But this is my point. So somewhere along the way, you stopped doing that horse shit, right?
I
Unless
still
you're-
have a bag of coins in my house, to be honest with you.
But I mean, this is the question. Can you imagine, or the thought? Can you imagine what kind of coins have passed through your hand and you had no fucking idea? Did you
Definitely.
actually have something in your hand that was
You had to,
worth
at least.
something?
At least one time.
You think?
You had to. That's just a numbers game.
Because
One time.
I remember we'd go to the stationery store, get our baseball cards, get the handful of change, whatever, and we'd go home and check every fucking coin every single time. And get excited just if the date was, like from the 40s or 50s, like, oh, fuck.
You think you could do it with a metal detector? When you see people out there with metal, I see people in Central Park with metal detectors looking.
Oh,
for
they got to
shit.
be finding some shit.
Have to be.
Yeah.
One dude said he just finds a whole bunch of rings.
Rings.
Yeah, he finds a lot of rings in the park.
It was one of those things we did with my dad. We'd go to the beaches, as the sun was going down with the metal detector. It was just more of a fun activity for us.
Yeah.
We never found anything worth anything.
And Central Park is weird too because they got all that pipe and shit under the ground. So you think you found something big. That's what he was telling me. And it's just, it's like, it's a
Oh,
pipe.
really? Where does it go? Like Sheep Meadow?
All around. Sheet metal, definitely. In the summertime, he said people drop shit there all the time.
Yeah, because everyone just lays out during their lunch hour.
Yeah.
I go creeping in that area.
Yeah.
I walk across Sheep Meadow.
Me too.
There's girls that will have no problem.
Ass out.
They'll take their tits out.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
It's
I
legal.
correct them. Put those away. There's children. With that face. Put them away. There's children.
I've been known to creep a little bit.
it's a
I'll
good
take the
creep.
long way home.
I'll walk through. Sometimes when it's real packed, you go in one end and then said, you know what, I'm going to do another loop around in
Yes.
here. Yes.
With my bike right across the whole thing.
Yes.
And most of the women, they'll go there in lunch hour and they'll just strip right down to their bra and panties to get some sun.
There's some hot bitches in this.
It's
New York.
unbelievable what they'll just lay around in. And,
You know
and
what they
everyone's
hate? They hate when they're doing that and you walk over and you go, bully! Bully! Just shame them and call them bullies.
You see it sometimes too in a bike trail. The girls be like on the hill.
Oh my God!
And it's
yes.
ass out and up in the air. I'm like, holy shit.
Yes.
What is this?
And then from time to time, you get a topless girl, and she'll be in the middle of Sheep Meadow, and they'll be packed. She don't give a crap.
Don't give a fuck.
She must be European.
Maybe. There's a lot of international tail in Central Park during the summer.
Back in the day, did I tell this story recently? When we were at NEW, the word was out that I forgot what hotel, the Park Meridian, I think. It was a
On
European.
57th?
Yeah, it was a European hotel, and the word got out that the women are sunbathing at the pool topless because that's what they do in Europe. So we would, from time to time, this was before 9/11 when you could do this shit, we'd go up to the fucking roof and check out the girls topless
Wow.
before our radio show.
That's a poor man's vacation.
I didn't believe it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But we went, and sure enough.
Are they still doing it over there?
I don't know, because then 9/11 happened. I don't know if it's as easy to get up to the rooftop like that.
Yeah, there's more security, but you got to stop them when you're in the park. You got to start a chant with them. I always try to get people. I'm like, come on, guys, put your cunt away, put your cunt away, put your cunt away now, put your cunt away now. Just how uncomfortable if you were banging two things together and saying that while they're all sunbathing with their tits out. Like, what's he doing? Ruining our lunch hour.
But that was a wonderful find. Wonderful find.
That is a good find.
We go
Whenever
up
you
there.
can see naked booty or titty.
When you least expect it, it's the best.
That's always nice.
There's
nothing better than stumbling upon tits.
Stumbling upon, right. The old stumble upon.
Yeah, some hot summertime in Central Park.
I've never done it, and now I'm kind of want to do it. Not now. I mean, it's a little too.
Well,
cold.
it's a numbers game. I mean, they're not topless every day, but
it's always hotness.
But you definitely
always.
You'll definitely come across. I mean, I'll tell you, like 12 to 2, the girls take their lunch hour in Central Park, and they strip all the way down to their bra and panties. A lot of them.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Yeah, I think it's more now. I think it's more now than ever.
You think?
These young girls, they fucking Instagram, they showing titties for no reason now.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a damn.
There was an article in the paper. I didn't get to read it because you can't read everything before the show, but I want to get into it a little bit. There's supposedly a club that guys are just dying to get into because it's a woman's club, and supposedly even straight women are going there and fooling around with each other.
Oh, yuck.
It's a
club of sin, it should be called.
Wait a minute.
Can you give me my papers?
Wait a minute, what?
Well,
Give him the papers.
I'm sure if I read a little further into the article, it's not as hot and sexy.
Yeah.
No.
That's why maybe sometimes it's good just to read the headline and move on.
Yeah, they're probably all people with leukemia. There's some unsexy angle. And while they're getting their drip in the hospital, they're fucking playing with each other's tits.
Oh, my God.
I'm still into it.
I read the story, so if you want me to kind of
You really
stall
read the
for you.
story?
Yeah, I did.
No, I don't need to read it then. Fuck it. What do you got on this?
Summation, please.
I'm trying to find it online, but there's a club. I think there's one in England, and they want to have like a safe environment for women only who may be straight but want to dabble in bisexuality.
But doesn't that mean
you have to be recommended by somebody? There's an interview process, and then.
But doesn't that mean you're not straight?
And doesn't that mean that? Yeah. No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I was thinking, shouldn't men be able to join it? But I guess not.
No, man's not. I'm sure they're not going to let men in there.
If you got that thought in your head, you want to experiment, doesn't that mean you're not straight?
I think that means you're not straight if you're a dude, but if you're a girl, it just means that you down with shit.
I'll disagree with everyone on this one.
Men are dying to get into this all-female sex club. There it is. Oh, they got a very sexy picture to entice you and bring you into the article.
It works.
Do the girls want us in there?
Effective.
It's very effective.
Do the girls want the guys in there, or do they just want all
No, of
girls?
course not.
There are a bunch of guys ruining it. We would wreck it. Fucking bitch. You know, the first guy that got shut down and be calling them all cunts and to be a fucking wouldn't leave him alone. He's jerking off again. We would ruin it.
We should start a campaign. They want to be in our golf
Absolutely.
in our golf clubs.
Yes, let us in here. What's the name of the place?
In 2014, oh boy. Genevieve Lejeune. I almost had it. Genevieve Lejeune was living in London and had gone to a few play parties with her then boyfriend. The parties were meant to be sensual, but were often anything but. The vibe was very male-oriented with a 1-to-1 female-to-male ratio rather than the promised 2-to-1. It always seemed like the emphasis was solely on the sex. No ice-breaking conversations, no flirting, just the act itself.
Awesome.
And then the men at these parties were anything but charming. They were aggressive and grabby. I'd walk away from a night thinking, I could do this better, make it more luxurious, says Lejeune, who uses a pseudonym. Ideally, I had to remove men from the equation. They were very Neanderthal in their approach.
Neanderthal.
Tall.
I hate Neanderthal.
I say Neanderthal.
I do too.
You gotta say it tall.
No,
Say it the right
I
way,
hate
Jimmy.
Neanderthal.
No, it's Neanderthal.
But
It's
technically,
tall.
it's Neanderthal, and
It's
I
tall.
hate
No,
Neanderthal.
I'm not going to accept that in my own
It bothers
life.
me when people say Neanderthal.
That's the only way I
Never
say
heard
it.
that. You're
Oh
the
my
first
God.
person I've heard say that.
Yeah.
That's the only way I say it.
Neanderthal, I think, is the correct,
It
but
is
I
the
won't
correct
say
way.
it like that.
But
You can
doesn't-
tell who people are if they say tall.
Yes, people who know how to
I judge 'em.
And we know a TH when we see it.
But I think if the majority mispronounces a word, then that's how the word should be
I agree.
pronounced.
Yeah.
I really believe
If
that.
we're all wrong is right.
If everyone's saying Neanderthal, then you know what? All right, from now on, it's Neanderthal. Fuck it.
That's how American became a language and not English.
Right. With that in mind, Le Jeune launched Skirt Club in London in 2014, a female-only upscale club for straight, bisexual, or bi-curious women looking to explore their sexuality in a safe, private setting. And it's just arrived in New York City, having held its first event in February. I don't call it a sex party, she says. British citizen in her mid-30s who grew up in Hong Kong. And wow, why would you go with details in the middle of this sexy story?
Do you know how bad I want to stand outside with a protest sign and just ruin their fun as they're walking in? Harlots! Jezebels!
What?
Godless creatures exploring the devil's playground, exploring between those dirty legs. How like they would just turn around and go home and the party would be ruined. Godless sluts!
Like it's a Planned Parenthood?
Body is the temple of the Lord, not the devil's playground. Stink finger! Stink finger! Scream at them. But they'd be trying to walk in discreetly and they'd see this asshole just yelling.
That'd be great.
With a fucking hat and mittens on. They'd be like, let's just go home. Let's just go les out in the car in the parking lot.
I never heard stink finger before.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
I don't feel like reading anymore.
Is that
we
the girl?
got the
That's her
point
right
of it.
there, right?
We got
That's
the
chick?
point, right?
Here's what
She's
it
hot.
is. Champagne and cocktails you can play. Tickets range from $150 to $180, and if you're a man, $25,000.
That would be fucking brilliant.
If you can get them, if you pay your way
Your
in for it,
admission
man.
is 25,000. You'd get a couple guys,
Billionaires that go through there.
and then you
Hell
keep
yeah.
the guy number way the fuck down, and it's still mostly women anyway.
Just stand there and tug, you prick.
Holy
For
shit.
25,000, you're allowed to jerk off in the fondue angrily.
Yes, because if you play 25,000, you're gonna be more aggressive than anybody in there, though. You
Yeah.
be
Maybe
one
it's
dude-
25,000, but you got to stay behind the ropes or something.
Yes, but you're
So you-
allowed to yell pig whore. You're allowed to ruin everybody's fun. You can't touch anyone. You got to stand behind the ropes, but you're allowed to scream pig whore as many times as you want for 25K. The 50,000 is you're allowed to shit in your hand and throw it at the women as they're lessing out on the sofa.
Lessing out.
To ruin their fun.
Oh, wow. Is that it? Pretty much?
shit.
Yeah, they want to try to get one of these in New York?
It's a sexy story, but I don't like to be excluded. I don't like that they excluded men from this.
You know,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
we
either.
ruin everything,
We ruin
though.
everything.
Guys,
Make a
ruin
channel,
everything.
live stream it. Let us see it. We want to see.
They're already
We
doing
got to
it here.
acknowledge we suck.
We
We
do
ruin
suck.
everything.
We
As a
really do,
group.
dude. I know that it's exclusionary, but it's like they want conversation and fun women things. Oh, you know, I don't. Oh, those are good little panties.
Right.
Let me touch.
Right.
Guys, you like, can I lick it? Womp, womp.
Right.
Fucking. Every time a man talks at one of those events, all they hear is the Family Feud X. Fucking asshole! You ruined it again. Hey, you guys gonna lick each other? Mood ruined.
Women know how to seduce each other. They're very, very careful. How
They,
they go
well, for
about
the
it.
most part, I've seen some aggressive women
And
too.
guys are just like, can I fuck it?
Yeah. The difference is the song. I like
We're
a
the worst.
lover with a slow hand.
Right.
And guys are face down, ass up. That's the way we like to fuck.
Yeah.
And
we
there's-
ruin everything.
And their song is, I wanna fuck you like an animal.
Yeah, we're just pigs and we rush.
Oh, we have to rush through everything. Yeah, they probably seduce each other for hours.
Hours.
And they take the rejection nicely.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, I don't know. Lola and I are going to, oh, God, you two. I knew that was coming. Whereas a guy would be like, hey, you fucking dykes. I'll just sit here.
Right.
What's the matter? Ain't good enough for you, fucking dykes. We would just wreck it.
I knew you didn't like dick.
Yeah. Being all loud and shit.
Right.
Fucking dyke club taking pictures. Sir, no cell phones. I fucking paid.
Right. Fucking paid. Ah, you're fat anyway.
Yeah, you're a pig. Nice bunt.
What's
Your
wrong with
stupid
us?
tits are too saggy anyway.
Yeah, let the women have their club.
We're the worst.
Guys, you're allowed in private clubs to be like, anyway, I think, right?
As
What?
Aren't private clubs allowed to do
Oh yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
as the music is nice and soft and
Soothing and fun.
soothing, and they're just like
You ruin everything.
they're just moving around nicely, nice and slow.
Smells great in there.
Smells
Potpourri
great.
and fucking sweet.
You know what sounds you're going to hear at this place that you wouldn't hear if we were there? Giggling. The sounds of women having fun and dancing, silly.
Flirtatious giggling.
Yeah, giggling and rubbing each other's butt. Having some fun, non-sexual banter. Throw one or two fucking pigs in there. One or two men, and we just would wreck it.
Ruin it.
Yeah, the girls would be talking, oh my God, you're so cute. I don't know if I'd wear that. Hey, fuck, man, your tits look great in that.
Yeah, the club would just be monitoring you and hitting you with the Family Feud X.
I want to see it, though. I want to see what's going on in there.
We all do.
Is that...
Okay, we got a window washer in Manhattan stumbles upon titties constantly.
Dude, the window washers we had in the building, I would hear them, thank God, but do you know how many times I've been cranking it to porn, and I hear like, and then thank God that it's noisy, but in fairness, those guys never seem to look in. They've learned how to use their peripheral, I'm sure.
Right.
But they just fucking...
Oh, if I was a window washer, oh, God, it would take me twice the time. I would have to check out every fucking window.
Oh, my God, my window's just so clean. The guy downstairs, the old guy who looks like fucking Arthur, Liza Minnelli's father and Arthur. Yeah. My windows are dirty! Right. How come my windows never get clean? I hear the thing and it just stops at the floor above. Those goddamn women.
Well, you make a good point, though, because this guy says he stumbles upon him. I don't believe that. I mean, I think that's a rarity. I think you always hear the window washer guy coming. You always hear the coming.
Right.
And you see the ropes right in front of your window. It's pretty fucking obvious. It's rare that you're surprised by one of those guys.
Right. Some of the women want to put a show on for the guys.
That's what I'm thinking. There are some that are like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
One of those things.
I wonder if
then those guys are going back up. You know they're doing that shit, too.
Like going back up to that window?
They're fucking making a mental note, and they're like, all right, let's get a lot of these windows done, but I think we missed a spot or two on the 32nd floor, and we got to go back up there.
I'll bet you there's a mark above the good windows, because no one sees it but those guys. I'll bet you there's a little red mark above the really good one. An arrow. Or something that you wouldn't see, like a little red circle. Why is there a red circle above? What's that mean?
That's dudes, we mark them.
And they turn the noise down on the mechanism. They probably keep it loud, so you always think you know when it's coming, but they have an ability to turn the motor really quiet.
Yeah.
So above, what am I talking?
They creep. No, they creep.
Let me see what this guy is about. Vin, go ahead. Pennsylvania.
Hey, Opie Jim.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, no, I was a window cleaner down in Manhattan for years, and you definitely remembered all the windows and all the apartments where the good titties were. Absolutely.
Yeah. And there were no real surprises. There are women, I would assume, that want to put on a little show from time to time, maybe a quick little flash as she's going to the bathroom or something. You're not.
Without a doubt.
You're not surprising them in general. I doubt.
No. They the buildings I worked in, they had to send out memos that we were going to clean in front of these windows at that time. So, like you said, there was definitely no surprise.
You know how many deaf women must get caught with their fucking assholes exposed? That's what I would do. I would always find out, like, if I would talk to my friend at UPS, hey, you got any miracle ears going out? I would find out which people the deaf people
Miracle. Oh, man.
Would you guys come upon some women that wanted to put on a quick show for you?
Oh.
Well, one time we were riding down, and on the opposite building across, we used to do the Trump Towers, and the building across the street, there was some woman standing there, getting dressed. She had no idea that we were looking, and then her husband walked in, and when he walked in the room, he was facing us, because she was facing the opposite way,
right?
And he turned his wife around and shook her titties at her.
That's a good fun.
You ever see people fucking? Like, you ever come down on one, a girl's blowing a guy or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never that lucky.
Thanks, pal.
That's good.
You ever get laid from it, though? Like, maybe the woman see you and then she'll meet you in the lobby and say, come up to 17?
No, you're just a dirty window cleaner to half the women that live down there,
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. They want to go slumming. So maybe what you ought to do is you stop and the window's open and you just stop the thing, pop your dick out, she fucking sucks it right at the window there.
That'd be hot.
Yeah.
Can you get a hard on?
Great.
Can you get a hard on that fucking window washing
I
apparatus?
have trouble getting a hard on in bed with a fucking woman who likes me. No, I couldn't get a hard on the fucking window mechanism. 70 stories above with my fucking job on the line. I might die and not pay my rent. No, my dick wouldn't
With
function.
40-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, how do I tweak my nipples while I'm holding a fucking sudsy bucket?
Can't get hard with silk sheets. He's not going to get hard out there
Did you see the footage of
outside a window
No,
20
never.
stories up.
one of these window washing apparatuses was swinging in the wind when
Yes,
you saw that one?
crazy.
Yeah.
That's the scariest shit
My
I've ever
dick
saw in my
would
life.
never function with the potential for that to happen.
I would be scared shitless, but I want to go up on one of those things.
What?
I don't know why. I want to check it out.
Would you rather go down or up?
You got to start up. You
I'd
gotta
rather
start on
go
the
up.
roof.
I want to go up.
Because
No, you-
go down
you
because it
gotta
gets
start.
safer as you go lower.
I understand that, but I want to start from the ground and go up.
I think they start you from the roof, right?
They have to.
I think so, yeah.
But can you get
Yeah, you
off at the
gotta-
floor, at the ground floor, buddy? Could you get off at the bottom or no?
Yeah, you can get off at the bottom. Yep.
Then I would do that. I would like to do that, but I'd be so scared. I'd be so scared. I'd be so frightened.
I would definitely be scared, but I want to check it out.
Would
was
you have
like
done it in the
windy?
Trade Center or like in one of those? I think they were automatic ones.
Did you see the footage of the one swinging around?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
behind you.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Those guys normally live if they're, oh my God, that's in Texas,
Get
right?
the fuck out
They got the footage of the one that was swinging out from the building
That
and
was in
smashing
Denver.
the
That was in
building.
Denver. There was one.
That's a 45-degree angle.
And there's also,
Is that
but
the video?
you're also hooked up separately though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lifeline. Each window cleaner has a lifeline.
But still, that's...
Almost an hour later, they were still scrambling to reach the cleaners. I don't know. How about you get up there and just pull the guy up?
Well, how about you break the window?
Did
They're
you see
like,
the one
they
with
don't
the
want to break the
swinging footage?
window.
There's one with that swinging footage from
Yeah.
they got
it
the
was
camera
a-
from
I want
inside.
to say that was, oh, I didn't see it from inside. In
Yeah.
Denver, there was one during a bad windstorm taken from the ground.
Yeah.
No,
I
this
forget
was
that windy,
inside.
but
But that's
it
an
was
easy
windy.
fix. They can break the window and get the guys in, but the building's like, maybe we could save a
couple dollars?
window
They have
and
the
a couple dollars.
Oh, that's the one. Look at that window washers. Hold on for dear life.
As it swings.
Oh my God,
The
that must.
scariest shit I ever saw in my life.
The best story ever, though, you're missing it.
What?
There's a guy that fell. Both of them fell, I think. This is a few years back now. One guy
They were
died.
brothers.
They were brothers. He knows the story. How many stories? It was
50.
like it was 50 stories, I believe.
No!
Yes.
55 stories. One
was
guy rode
55.
the scaffold down, and the other guy got thrown and actually landed on a fence.
Yeah, the guy who rode the scaffold down lived.
Lived.
Yep.
And
He would go
not
ride
only
to the
lived-
union, he would go to the meetings. Yep.
Not only lived, he was in bad shape for a couple weeks, but then after that, he was pretty much okay.
Wasn't it like he
Pretty
had
much
tremendous?
okay.
They said what happened is when he was falling, there was something about the wind resistance because he was on a flat thing, which braced and slowed
Like
it down
was-
just
yeah.
enough. And he had a lot of internal damage. He was really fucked up.
He was
I mean,
fucked
he was
up.
fucked up pretty
Yeah,
bad, but he did live.
And he ended up doing all right, where he was able to pretty much
47 floors.
live his life normally.
That's almost 500 feet.
So did he
At
fall
least
on the
50
scaffolding
This
and
was-
then fell all the way down?
Let's check out this. I'm not sure of the story exactly, but I want to see the footage Sherrod means. But this is more.
Yeah,
Let's
I
play-
want you to see that footage so bad that I'm talking
Let's play
about.
the news story. It's 47 floors, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
New York City when his scaffolding gave way. Alcides Moreno and his brother were
That's
in
Megan
a free
Kelly?
fall.
I was just going to ask you
falling
if that
to
was
the
her.
ground.
That's a young
His
Megan
brother
Kelly.
died in
Yeah,
Houston.
Pretty.
When
2008.
Alcides arrived at the emergency room, doctors described his condition as a, quote, complete disaster. That was 1 month ago. Now he is awake, alert, and doctors say he will most likely walk again.
He's a functional
How
head.
is this possible? Now, Fox News Health Managing Editor, Dr. Manny Alvarez. Dr. Manny, good morning.
Good morning.
This is stunning. You read this story. This guy had both legs broken, right arm, right wrist broken in several places, severe injuries to the chest, abdomen and spinal column injured, brain was bleeding, everything was bleeding, according to the people in the ER.
You know, if you ask every doctor at Weill Cornell Medical Center, they'll tell you that this is a real medical miracle. You know, he started talking Christmas Day, which was
What did he
amazing.
say? He went,
You know,
Christmas Day. Wow.
Hey, Carlos, Feliz Navidad.
what do you want for Christmas? To not fall. To stop falling in my sleep. That's all I think. Right. Now he's a window washer, but he'll only do the first 2 stories.
Tippy, they would have been tippy toe.
if you look at the statistics, he fell 500 feet, 47 stories. If you look at the statistics, anybody that falls from 3 stories has a 50-50 chance of surviving. Anything above 10 stories, the survival rate is almost zero. And this individual...
So how can this be?
Well, miracle for sure, but I think 3 factors perhaps were important. He held on to the scaffolding, and that might have slowed down the drop of descent while he was going down. The second thing, of course, the surface that he landed. It makes a huge difference whether you land in different surfaces, and also the impact that he received from the surface. And the third thing is, most of his injuries, although he had a complete trauma internally to his chest and abdomen, he had broken legs. So if perhaps he fell in such a way that most of the impact fell in his lower extremities, those 3 factors have been associated with survival in people that have fell, for instance, from airplanes. So, if you
How could he walk again? How could it be that he could walk again? I guess obviously his spinal cord was not severed.
Yeah,
but he had.
Okay, I guess that's the answer. I would love to know what happened to that guy. Is he okay today?
Yeah, sure. I remember they did updates on this guy, and he was walking around.
He was fired recently after that because they said he wasn't working fast enough.
He cried a lot at work.
He won't get up on a stepladder, but besides that, he's doing all right.
And see if can you find that swinging one. Sure. I want to.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's very scary.
But
scary.
Do a search on that guy's name to see what it is.
Like what he's up to now.
But I remember when they stopped doing updates on him, he was living his life. He was just living his life.
And he can have sex and everything. He can fuck all.
We got Mr. Steiner on the line too. If he's listening, hold on for 1 sec. We'll get to you in a bit here.
I just want to see Jimmy's. Oh, that's
Where's the one in China?
Right there. That's the one. Look at those fuckers on it. Look.
That's just swinging.
The second tallest.
Keep swinging. Look at that.
That is just.
Look at that.
That looks like a fucking amusement ride.
Smash it against the windows. Oh my God.
That is like ridiculous.
They're on the second.
You got to explain this. It's like they're swinging out a good 30, 40 feet from the building and then swinging all the way around and slamming into the building.
I hope they pay for those windows. How high are they?
How does that happen?
Probably wind.
But over and over again. Oh my God!
Smash the window.
Look at the guys. The guys in there just going, "Can somebody stop this from happening?"
How's it happening over and over again?
It's just swinging in the wind.
It's probably a bad wind.
Oh my God!
That guy's gonna get in big trouble.
That's scary as shit.
It's coming around again. And bam.
What was that? Something fell from there.
Yeah,
and then it swings out a good 30, 40 feet.
And then the camera turns off, because why would you keep filming that? Who the fuck? Stop. Nah, I'm done filming this. Let's go. I gotta eat.
I'm hungry.
We'll see the guy swinging from the 80th floor when we come back.
That shit drives me nuts all the time with these videos.
I want to know what happened. Like, what floor was he on?
That was up. You saw like the pillar and another.
But even if it's not swinging anymore, keep filming and then give us the ending. Like, how do they rescue them?
I have no idea.
Until you see the thing calmly going back down, then you stop your video.
Now is that scary?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
On there, those 2 dudes.
They were pretty calm though.
Yeah.
The people inside were calm.
Yeah, they were. No, in the actual.
But they was holding on like
they were holding on, but they were pretty calm. They weren't screaming.
The 91st
You'd hear those screams through the window.
Dude, that was from the restaurant on the 91st floor.
In China, right?
That's 1,000 feet in the air.
It lasted 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Shit.
That must have been an awful 15 minutes.
We tweeted that out. We tweeted that shit
Wait,
out.
is there a big hole between? Yeah.
That's why the wind probably
What
was
a weird building that is.
That's kind of cool looking.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's all right. What's the name of that building?
Shit.
The dirty window building now, because no one will clean it. Fucking beautiful, man. That's a nice building. Oh, hi, Brendan. How are you?
Oh, I didn't put it down.
I think you closed it.
I was waiting for you. All right, let's do this. Brandon Steiner, how are you, sir?
You guys must be really bored this morning if we're talking about trading cards after the conversation I've been listening to for the last hour.
Well, we started on trading cards because we the other day Opie and I were making love. We were talking about the finding old cards.
What?
And then today this story breaks about these Ty Cobb cards.
You heard the story, right?
Of course. I hear that story every day.
You don't hear this story every day.
I really do. Not a Ty Cobb card, that's a gem, but I hear these stories of people showing up with Babe Ruth balls and team balls, and we buy those things and sell those things, so people come to us all the time, and it amazes me how many people come to me in complete surprise or don't know what to do.
Right.
And there is still a lot of gems sitting in basements and attics, and especially with the baby boomers now starting to get older.
Well, Brandon, let me give the details of this story because we did it about an hour ago at this point. But man finds over $1 million worth of baseball cards inside a crumpled bag. It turns out to be 7 Ty Cobb cards in decent condition, and they're saying the whole cachet should exceed about $1 million.
It's true, and obviously a lot with these cards, and a lot of people sit with trading cards they don't know what to do with, because it was a very big deal with the baby boomers. And the unfortunate thing with these trading cards is you have to get them graded, and depending on how they're graded, some knucklehead in a grading service will determine, could be hundreds of thousands of dollars a swing in this card. But it's still, with a lot of cards, especially the old ones, when me and you and when you guys were kids and your mother threw out your cards, some people didn't. But a lot has to do with how you stored them and how you kept them, because the difference between a grade 2 or 3 and a grade 7 or 8 could be triple, quadruple the money, could be several $100,000.
Well, these were 4.5s, I think. And our friend Eric here raised a great point, because it does knock the value down when there's only 15, now there's 7 more, so there's 22. He should, and again, who thinks of this, but he should have sold the lowest grade one alone and not talked about the other ones. Like, he should have just gotten the one that looked the worst graded and sold it while it still had the 15 cards exist value, and then slowly release the other ones.
Yeah, but it's still such a gem, even at that lower number. Like, I'll give you an example, like a Derek Jeter rookie card. There's a special foil card that everybody is searching for right now. And if you get a 10, you're talking about a real card there. It could be worth up to $50,000.
What's wrong with it?
What card is that?
And why are they searching for it? Because when Derek Jeter came up, everyone was very aware of collecting baseball cards.
Right.
So why is that a rare one?
For some reason, it's this one card, and it's not just that card. It's a 10 in that card.
Right.
It's because a 9 or a 10. Yeah, it's very hard to find.
It's because it's printed on the foil, right? And that's tough to get in perfect condition.
Oh, I see.
And also, there wasn't a lot of those to begin with.
Okay.
And you can't find a 10.
Okay.
And you see all these quirky little things, but that's kind of what collecting is all about. These things that nobody can figure out why.
Yeah.
But Ty Cobb wasn't. You could do 2 hours on Ty Cobb. Not the nicest human being, by the way.
But you ain't got to tell me.
But people argue
I respect his political views, though.
But people argue that and say some of those stories are possibly bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's some truth to it. He was tough. He was very difficult to deal with. And listen, you hear a lot of stories about Joe DiMaggio, too. And look, I just bring it up just because people argue about Pete Rose going in the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, it's ridiculous. Rose should be in there.
You got to get him in.
These guys were not altar boys, as we know. Hey, Brandon, so getting back to the Ty Cobb cards, I said this earlier as well. There's 7 of them. If you rip up 3 or 4 of them, doesn't it make them more valuable, the ones that are left?
No, it's people like you that do think things like that. Really screw up the whole industry.
See, I think what I'm saying is real, but a collector, a guy like Steiner, doesn't want to hear this shit.
Yeah,
because he wants this stuff.
Those Ty Cobb cards.
This guy wants everything coming through his door.
Crazy.
I don't think it'll dip the value enough that it'll justify ripping up one.
I think
I've been in that studio before. By the way, I hope you guys. I've never seen any booze in there, any drinking or anything. You haven't resorted to that, have you?
No, I'm not.
Start ripping up those cards.
We're not real big partiers. Well, Sherrod, the jury's out on
not
him.
8:00 in the morning.
The jury's out on Sherrod, but me and Jimmy in general don't really party.
I might be still twerking at 8:00 in the morning, but I'm not doing stuff.
I party, but I just don't need substance. I party with friends. I party with laughter.
That's Kirk Cinnamon. He's in studio today as well, Brandon.
Yeah, I just party funny. I laugh and sharing somebody's
I got to get back in studio. I can give a brother an invite. Maybe we can give away a few things. Discuss maybe a little bit of a wider range.
We still want to come up to Brand to his place, and we've never done it.
I do want to check out your place, but here's the problem.
I'm not even inviting you. I'm using reverse psychology. Don't come to my place. We don't want you there, and if you do come, we won't let you in.
Wow, like every woman I've ever met.
Hey, Brandon, you want the honesty? I'm going to give you the honesty. We have sold a lot of stuff for you, and I still haven't gotten a little taste.
Oh,
I want my taste. I want like a Babe Ruth ball. I want something where you go, wow, thank you for everything you've done for me and my company, and a little taste.
Get him a couple seats from the old Shea Stadium.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take a seat from the old Shea.
I will say this. I've ordered some things from
my office, and we're going to let you in the vault.
Dude, that's a joke. I know you've taken.
I'm going to let you have anything you want.
What?
I'm going to let you have a choice of anything you want.
Here's the thing: Brandon has different vaults. He has he has the radio host vault.
Right.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. Wow, it's a Bob Apodaca shoe.
It's kind of like the Al Capone vault, right? It's like an Al Capone vault.
Yeah, I know. In the middle of it's gonna be one, 2011 Topps baseball card. Oh, it's a Frank Thomas. 7 years after he started.
And right across the street is the real vaults, and you have no idea.
I can't believe you guys caught me on that one.
No, I've ordered stuff from Brandon, like stuff that was not even that valuable, like stuff that signed Bucky Dent and Greg Nettles ball. Just guys and Mickey Rivers.
Yeah,
might be worth $50 or $60. Just guys I like.
Yeah.
I
love
very
Nettles.
Nice. They gave it to me for a reasonable rate. They were very nice.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm just fucking with you. You've always been nice to us, but we do want to check out your joint.
Yeah, I would love
what
to see
Nettles
it,
card you got? What Nettles they gave you?
It really is.
What year though? What year was he?
Signed baseball, probably. He
signed baseball. Signed baseball.
I would go 1978 for the signed Greg Nettles ball.
Third base boy, Nettles on it.
I like every now and then we get Goose to write F the Red Sox. We love that. We get the guys to kind of write some of the we get some of the personal wars in between some of these teams and stuff.
Yeah, what are you working on these days? We haven't heard from you in a bit.
Man, we're all over the place. I mean, first of all, we're buying a lot of people's collections because the baby boomers are getting older, and the wife's like, get this stuff out of the house.
I believe it.
Downsizing, moving to Florida. So we've been buying a lot of collections, finding a lot of vintage, working on a lot of music and entertainment stuff, which is a lot of fun. Some Star Wars stuff and, just different things like that. Just getting a little bit quirky, just trying to have a little more fun.
Yeah. Oh, so you're
for baseball season,
Yeah. The Babe Ruth hat, we talked about that a little bit this morning. David Wells wearing it for that one inning.
Oh my God.
Love that. Love David Wells because what I love about David is he was a classic collector. He was all this, but he's a crazy collector. And every time I'm with him, I just can't believe the stuff he has. It's amazing. It's just it's crazy how much stuff he has. He's a guy you want to go visit his house. Meanwhile, the guy's coaching high school baseball. I love that. Digging, built a new field out in San Diego.
Wow.
He ended up being what a character. Gotta love him. You gotta love him.
It's a good life.
Yeah, that is a good life. All right, sir. I think
we're rolling. One more thing.
Yes, sir.
Remember I told you this. You probably want to go to the website and just pick up something. He's going to be a rock star. I know the Knicks are struggling all this year, but he's going to be a rock star. He's a special kid.
Who's that?
He's the guy who's been working with Porzingis.
Oh, Porzingis. Oh, yes. He's definitely a special guy. I love Porzingis. He's a fucking great player.
And I was checking him out yesterday. He was bowling.
Oh, was he?
Wow.
With that tall and lanky body?
Wow, it was crazy.
He doesn't even have to roll the ball. He just stretches out. And
it was crazy to see. The Knicks had some kind of charity event yesterday, and I think it was Instagramming or Vining each guy bowling. And when he stepped up, wow.
It looked weird?
Yeah, of course it did.
What is he, 7'2"?
Something like that.
Yeah, that boy can ball, though.
Hey,
I don't know about bowling.
And Stoudemire finally came out, and I knew this shit was real. And it was trashing Carmelo Anthony a little bit, basically saying that he was jealous of Jeremy Lin. And I knew it. And I knew there was a reason why the Knicks said, fuck it, and didn't pay him that contract.
I got rid of him.
And in all fairness, that contract was huge. I get it. So, because I'm going to hear from those people. But at the time, it was worth giving Jeremy Lin whatever the fuck.
Some money. It was fun.
Because what he was doing for that team. And Stoudemire hinted that, that had a lot to do with Carmelo Anthony as well, being a bit jealous that some of the attention was taken off him for Jeremy Lin.
Wow.
And I knew it.
Jeremy Lin fans out there, if there's any of them left, please go to my website and buy. I mean, I'm trying to if there's a Jeremy Lin fan out there, please go to the site. I'll take any money you want to give me.
It was a bust for you, huh?
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it was a drastic drop-off after he left the Knicks. Everyone was excited, like this guy really is going to be the next thing.
But I thought he was still buying his stuff when he went to Houston.
For a little while, but then he's just a player now.
He's a player now. He's on the Lakers now?
I lost track of him. I think he left the Lakers now, too.
I go to Steiner's website probably once a week and just to see the upcoming signings.
Oh, wow. Jimmy's really into it.
I just looked like, these are great. You had some fucking boxing ones, man, where they had like one event in Long Island with like, where Tyson was there, I think Sugar Ray, Roberto Duran, who's almost ungettable. Really cool shit, man. I just go there, and I don't even do anything about it. I just look and go like, I want to meet him, and I forget.
All at the same signing?
I need to hire you. What a spokesman. I love that.
But it's really true. I mean,
by the way, one of the great interviews with Tyson, if you go on Facebook, the one I did, he came up to the office. There's only 50 people. And this guy went crazy. I mean, I like to tell you that I interviewed and I was doing this. This guy went crazy for 30 minutes. I've never seen an interview like it. He was crazy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He was phenomenal, crazy good.
Hey, Brandon, relax a little bit. We've had some crazy interviews with Tyson right here in this studio.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch this one on Facebook. I've never seen anything like what you're talking about. But I'm sure you got the best of them. You guys
I'm just fucking around.
I got to piss.
We get Duran and Sugar Ray in the same spot.
Duran, yeah.
Jimmy's going to piss. I got to take this call, though. Jay in Pennsylvania has a call for you about, let him say it. Go ahead, Jay. You're on with Brandon Steiner.
Thank God I'm keeping this show afloat. Thank God I'm here.
Boys. Hey, I got a question for Brandon. I have a baseball signed by Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth. I mean, I wouldn't say it's certainly not mint condition, but it's in good shape, decent shape. It's got the red and green stitches on it. Just trying to get a figure.
Red and green,
what's the right time to move something like that? It seemed like the prime time was several years ago. Is there a good time to make a decision?
I think it's a great time now. I'll tell you 2 reasons why. And unfortunately, you have the 2 signatures on there, but it's better actually if they were individual balls. But it's still a great ball. But I'm telling you that vintage is probably the hottest thing right now. It's something that everyone's looking for. Everybody wants to have a Babe Ruth ball in their collection, so it's still a really top thing that people are looking for. And I'd sell it now. I mean, it's as good now as it was a few years ago. Part of it is the stock market's really been flat for a while, so people feel they can invest in this. It's even a better bet than putting the money in the bank.
What's ballpark?
I don't usually say that, but it's true. It's true. It's what's going on these days. People buying a lot of these really, really high-level vintage items because they feel it's better than putting it in the bank.
What's the value on something like that? Just an estimate.
I'd have to see the signatures, but, it could be 20, 25 grand, and on the lower side, as little as 10 or 15, but probably $10,000 if the signatures are decent.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Wait, how much did you pay for the ball?
Yeah.
No, my grandfather got it signed originally back in the early mid 1920s. I guess.
Holy!
If you take a picture of it and send it to my Facebook, I'll give you an estimate, a real closer estimate of what I think. That's a great story, and there's so many people sitting with these balls, and they're all starting to come forward now. I love it.
How did you get the ball from your siblings and shit? How did you and your grandfather?
Well, it's my dad's possession right now, but it's.
Oh, you're gonna kill him soon.
Oh,
so it'll be yours.
But your dad's on his last leg. Oh my God! As you drive away from the funeral home, you're going up to Steiner Sports. Holy shit, Jay!
I knew something was going on.
Something is fishy. Oh my God!
Out of town one day.
He said, "What is a good time?" But in his head, he knows.
He's like 6 to 8 months.
Wow, Jay.
About 6 to 8 months, I'll be getting in contact with you.
Oh my
What
God!
I love
it.
when we have customers that are like, yeah, I'm buying this, but I'm really leaving it for my kids. And literally, the kids on the way home from the funeral are calling us like, "How do I get rid of this shit?
Yeah.
Get to my house. I need, I tell people, do not collect for your kids. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't mean the same to them that it means to you.
No, probably not.
It really does.
All right.
But, all right. Well, thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks, Jay. I appreciate that. One more call, then we got to take a break. Lee in Connecticut, you got Brandon Steiner on the line here. SteinerSports.com is his website. Go ahead, Lee.
Hey, Brandon. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. I'm Syracuse 88, and I was just up at the Dome this past weekend. I got one of my Prayers for Pearl shirts and thought maybe you should give a shout-out on the show.
Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Paul Washington is struggling. He's actually, one of the biggest stars up at Syracuse, and we've been actually doing a bunch of fundraisers. We're actually going to be doing an auction starting actually this weekend for Paul, trying to raise some money. He's not able to get around that well. He's got some brain tumors. He's
Pearl Washington?
Pearl Washington was amazing.
He is the best.
He was an amazing player.
He's Brooklyn. He went to Boys and Girls.
He didn't have the greatest.
Wow.
Yes, his sister used to teach at my junior high school. His sister was a language arts teacher at my junior high school in Brooklyn. IS 271.
And what happened with his
great a player as he was, NBA, and obviously one of our stars at Syracuse. He's just a great person. Worked in the community, worked with kids.
I'm telling you, his games at Boys and Girls High School in Bed-Stuy used to be bigger than Knicks games at the Garden.
Oh, I can imagine.
Packed.
He was a phenom. He go to the court without picking his head up, and nobody could stop him.
I'm telling you.
What happened with his pro career? It wasn't as great as...
it didn't really work out.
As they were hoping. But he's hurting, and you're helping him out there, Brandon?
Yeah, we did a GoFundMe, and then there's a Prayer for Pearl where you can buy the T-shirts, and we're going to do an auction on SteinerSports.com. I think it goes live tomorrow. But, what I love about Syracuse Nation, I tell the kids all the time, listen, college is not for college days alone, and you got to, it's nothing like the fraternity brothers and the people you grow up with. And obviously, I'm into Syracuse athletics, so I love the Cuse, but it's amazing how many people have come out to support Pearl in just a little way. Kids, students. So it's nice. I love my Syracuse, so.
All right. So
he was one of the best players I've ever seen in my life. I'm telling you, I was fucking 6, 7.
That's when the Big East was great, too.
Big East was unbelievable back then. Oh, that was the golden days.
He was a natural. He was unbelievable.
Nobody I remember when he hit a little recap here, though, because I got to actually run myself, too, is one, I really need to come in the studio. We have way too many things to talk about. Don't you think? And two, you need to come up to my office and show some love. I mean, somebody needs to send a car for you, whatever.
Enough.
Oh, shit,
Enough of him.
Holy shit. What's the album about the milk carton glove that Mariano used?
What's that?
It's an old. Thank you, Lee, for the laugh. He's told the same Mariana Rivera glove story 3 or 4 times on our show, thinking he's telling it for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, then Lee's referring to that. Thank you, Lee, in Connecticut.
All right.
It's a great story for real, but he's told it just too many times on our show.
I don't know the story.
Mariana.
Well, I'll tell you during the break.
Yeah. He made a homemade glove for Brandon Steiner, how they did back in the day, because they were so poor.
Oh, Dominican Republic situation.
And it was out of cardboard.
Yeah, like a milk carton.
Yeah, but there's more to it. And Brandon Steiner would sit in that seat and tell the story like he's telling us for the first time. I'm like, do you remember anything you've told us?
Did he keep the glove? He still has that?
I'm sure, yeah. What's the website again, Eric? BrandonSteinerSports.com or
Steiner Sports.
SteinerSports.com, and he's got something going on for Pearl Washington, who was an amazing fucking player.
PrayersForPearl.com.
Yeah, ridiculous how good this guy was. I remember I was kind of bummed that his pro career was just
That's
okay.
a bust, yeah.
It was just okay, which was surprising.
It wasn't a bust, right. It was just okay. He had some 30-point games, 40-point games, I think, but...
Yeah. All right, we should take a break. We got, speaking of athletes, Jay Williams coming in. We had him in about a month ago. Promoting his book, and we hit it off. This guy's really, really something. He's awesome. He's coming in to say hi. And then we got Dave Coulier coming in at 9:30.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio.
And then
Didn't
Ralph
he smash
Macchio.
Then he smashed Alanis Morissette.
They were, yeah.
Yeah, I know everybody's fucking fuck buddies.
They were married or something for a while there.
Were they?
I think so.
No. They just dated.
Oh, they just dated?
They dated before Jagged Little Pill. And
Right.
it's always been the big rumor that you ought to know is about him.
It's about him, right.
All right.
He touched some tail in Hollywood. I'm going to get in his head. I'm going to figure it out.
We got a break because he's going to be here in 5 minutes, Jay.
Sherrod Small, what do you got going on,
Yes. The new Race Wars is coming out today, right? Yeah, from last night.
Okay.
And, I got that show coming on in A&E. That's what I'm preparing for right now.
Nice.
Starting in June. Starting airing in June, black and white on A&E.
Good for Sherrod. Jim Norton all over the place.
Yeah,
you start tonight, right?
I do Red Bank tonight. There are some tickets available, but not many. And tomorrow is sold out. And Saturday, I think, is also the same as tonight. Very few tickets left in the Wellmont. And we're showing the UFC fight after.
How far is the Wellmont? I think I'm going.
You know what? I don't remember. It's not that far into Jersey. It might be a half hour. I just don't remember.
I think that's the one I'm going to this weekend.
Yeah, you should, because we're showing the UFC fight after to come watch the fight.
That I want to do as well. So.
And I got Indianapolis next week. Cleveland is sold out. And Grand Rapids, Michigan at Laugh Fest.
Nice.
Some festival, I think.
Seeing more of that sold out popping up on the old JimNorton.com website.
Yeah, and St. Louis is quite close.
Look at that.
Jimmy!
On Philly, there was 38 tickets left 2 days ago.
Nice. Jesus. So there's going to be a few more sold outs popping up on that website. Get your tickets now for Jim Norton's theater tour and the animation as well.
Yes, the chip animation is up. And Sam had a couple of really good ideas yesterday. Fucking bag of shit Sam is kind of thinking.
All right, he's thinking for you.
Yes, he is.
Good. And really fast, the Opie Radio podcast on iTunes. It's the Lita Ford saga. We're done with this thing, I hope. Lita Ford came in, said some, in my opinion, some crazy ass shit.
What?
And then her ex-husband's like, well, fuck that. I got some things to say. So he called yesterday with his son.
What?
A whole damn saga we got in the middle of.
How did I missed that.
I'll tell you during the break.
Okay, so the Opie Radio podcast is up on iTunes. It's the Lita Ford saga when she came in, and then the follow up with her ex, Jim Gillette, and their son James. So go subscribe to the podcast. We'll be back with good old Jay Williams. Stay there. Yes, we're back with Sherrod Small today.
Yes, sir.
Like Sherrod.
I'm in the building, baby.
And we got Jay Williams outside the studio. Jay, come on in.
That's
bro.
amazing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we bring them in. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's do this.
We
Jay Will. What's up, brother? Good
That's
to see you,
Sherrod
man.
Small.
Sherrod.
We met Jay Williams about a month ago when he was promoting the book, which is on my list of books to read.
Okay.
Well, that's good. That's a good
It
sign.
is, though. Officially, it is. And I got to start by saying this one thing. When you were in here, you had the softest suit I've ever seen in my life. And I had to buy a suit for a function last week. I almost DM'd you, but then I thought it might be a little...
Hey, what suit was that you had on?
I guess we're still allowed to say it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I never had a man tell me I had the softest suit on before, but that's okay. We can start that off.
I started the DM because I wanted to know where you got that suit from. I'm like, I think this is a little too gay. I can't do this. I can't do this.
I got you, man. It's only a couple blocks away from here. Suit Supply.
Suits? That's all it was?
$350, man, for a suit.
That thing was
$350,
nice.
and they fit you. It's easy money.
It was really nice and soft. Looked good. Looked sharp. But I couldn't push send on that DM. I erased it. I'm like,
Well, nothing wrong with telling another guy, I really enjoyed your soft clothing last time. I'd love to wear what you had on because it looked like it really felt good on you.
It's like the Johnny Drama comments from Entourage. Like, what do you do to work on your calves? Why do your calves look so good?
Exactly. But now I noticed that the suit was all bullshit and you were promoting a book because now you're just in a hoodie.
Hey, man, I was auditioning for a job, too.
Oh, were you?
Come on, man.
What's the name of the book?
It's called Life Is Not an Accident.
It's getting great reviews. This thing is going to be a good read. I know a lot about the book. I read some excerpts and stuff getting ready for the interview, but holy shit, this guy has a story to tell.
Yeah, you've been through some shit.
Yeah, well, who hasn't, though, in life, dude? You know
Jimmy?
what I mean?
No, you've been...
I have not.
You haven't been through any shit in your life
I
at
have
all,
not.
Jimmy.
The words you're looking for are charmed life. I've led a charmed life.
That's not a bad thing, man.
I was telling Sherrod about you before the show today.
Yeah.
Hopefully all negative things.
The motorcycle accident, and then ending up in an apartment on the Lower East Side with just some buddies with some addiction problems.
The motorcycle. Your pelvis got stretched or some shit?
Yeah, well, that's a way to put it. Yeah, it got stretched out. Like when a lady has a child, their pubic symphysis splits open. I want to say anywhere by like 8 to 9 inches. Well, mine split open like 16 to 17.
God damn, that's a big baby.
That's a huge baby. That's like Shaq coming out.
Can they push that back together?
They put a metal plate in there, so hey, I will say though, the most humbling thing though is like it's the best when you have these circumstances where you're able to be healthy. But like my friends used to mess with me for a long time, for like 2 years. Like I would wake up in the morning because I couldn't move, right? And there'd be porn playing in the room, and you're like, why y'all gonna do that to me?
And you can't
I can't get excited. You know nothing's gonna happen because I had no reaction down there for like a year and a half plus.
What?
I couldn't do nothing for a year and a half plus.
That the last time
You
you
didn't
were
ask me that last time.
Well, fuck, how about you offer this?
You can't just share that. My dick didn't work for a year and a half. You don't share it.
He just did, though.
He feels close to me.
It's a black thing. That's what it is.
Apparently your suit isn't the only thing that's soft.
Hey, things have changed then. Come on now.
Wait, we got to slow down. A year and a half? Did the doctors at least tell you there's a chance it's going to come back, or you didn't know for a while?
It was a 50-50 shot. So I had to take Viagra every single day. So it was really funny.
I don't have to, but I do.
But it's so funny. So some of my friends like stealing Viagra pills. I'm like, hey, this is prescribed. I need this.
Why every day?
Why did you have to take it every day?
Because it was supposed to stimulate the nerve.
Right.
It was supposed to stimulate the nerve to try to force the blood down to that area to wake up that area. And it was like the craziest thing where you could sit there and watch something that even like, a year later, friends would take you to a strip club and you're joking and the girl's dancing for you. She's like, do I not do anything for you? I'm like, no, you don't do anything for me. I was like, no, I can't do nothing. Nothing happens. There's nothing could happen for a year and a half. And when it actually came back, we actually had an erection party. My whole family and I.
I saw that on Good Times, the episode of Good Times before. JJ got an erection party. Yeah, right after the rent party, it had an erection.
Do you remember the moment where it started?
Your first hard-on,
Oh, man, okay.
This is like you're talking like you're 7 years old.
I don't even want to say the first. I don't even want to say the first hard-on, just the first, it's starting to come back.
Movement.
Actually, I woke up from like in one of those dreams and it didn't feel good. It hurt.
Yeah.
It was something where it was like, what the, like, I was in pain. It wasn't something like, oh, hey, look, it's back. Like, it was this thing where I went through pain and then I actually had to take an Oxycontin from it. And then we actually celebrated afterwards because the pain went away. But it wasn't even something where it was like, boom, like it was ready to shoot out. Right. It was just like, dude, it was like barely just
It was
there.
like, where am I? What happened?
I had a horrible dream.
Yeah, it was like Tyson trying to put the mouthpiece in backwards. All groggy dick, but it's moving.
So what are you doing at an erection party?
No, you just sit there and I had a glass of scotch with my family.
But you probably have some.
No, everybody takes selfies with it. You
don't want to overdo it too early.
You're like all of us. You have some dicks around you that had to do something crazy for the erection party.
Actually, no, because it was something that I only kept. Like my agent knew. My agent, was a guy who was joking around me, like leaving porn on. He would leave pictures around the crib and stuff like that. But it wasn't something I told a lot of my friends about because I was embarrassed.
Yeah,
man.
that's embarrassing.
I'm going to tell my friends like, hey, look, nothing's gonna. Like, I didn't even breach that conversation with people.
I think everything you went through, that's got to be the most horrifying part.
Wow, for sure.
Thinking my penis isn't going to ever work again. I mean, you had to accept that your NBA career was over and all that, but the penis thing.
What happened before Viagra was created?
Oh my god, yeah.
What would have happened then?
What did
20 years ago?
A lot of soft suits, apparently.
Did it come back on its own, or the Viagra really helped it along?
No, it really did. I take Viagra for a year and a half, 2 years.
Damn.
A pill every day.
Just to move the blood.
Just to get the blood continuously flowing.
And all that time you was taking Viagra and it wasn't moving at all.
No. Like that's the worst part. Where you're like, you take one and you're like, okay, waiting for it. Still waiting for it. Nothing would happen.
That was like one of my old Coke weekends.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing. When the Viagra don't work, it's like, that Coke is too much of my system.
And your dick is like your dick is sweating so much it's wet and it's just standing out straight like a baby dick, and you're like, oh, this is awful.
I've never had that problem.
Oh, I have. I don't even do Coke. Just had it when the weather wasn't right. So you're
sorry. She's shaking her head back there. I love it.
Welcome to the show.
She's shaking her head. She's laughing.
Kind of conversation
she's laughing, but she's shaking her head.
But there was no physical outside damage, like when your pelvis got split, like your dick wasn't cut or anything.
Oh no! I had this slit literally on the inside of my right leg. That's
just missed,
maybe about 8.5, 9 inches.
Wow!
And I swear to God, the doctor was so funny. Right? It's always good when you meet doctors who have good bedside manner.
Sure.
And he was like, "Hey, man, lucky that you always hang to the left. Because if I hung to the right, like the tip would have been severed.
That means he has at least an 8-incher.
Yeah.
I did the quick math.
I do that on face value.
It says it was 8 inches below, and,
you over there carrying it too.
And he's lucky that it hangs the other way.
So
he has at least 8 inches.
You could have guessed that when somebody says NBA. Nobody in the NBA. That's a qualification. You got to have 8 or more, or they won't let you play.
They won't let you play them.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a baby penis in there somewhere.
Oh God, I'm sure all the players.
Well, they got white players.
Kurt Rambis has got to have 5 or less.
You think so?
Absolutely.
You might be right.
Good old Kurt Rambis.
Well, who does he follow on Twitter again? What is it like? What's
some porn site or something?
I hate the fact that he denied it. No, just own it.
You got to own that.
We do stuff like that. It happens.
But
his
wife might have given him shit. Though. That might not even be an NBA thing. His wife might have said, "What are you doing?" Who knows what goes on in that house? He might have gotten caught cranking it so many times, and now he's following them on Twitter. He might have problems.
What was it again? He liked. He just liked a video or something.
Something a lesbian.
A lesbian video.
Pornographic tweet.
And I think he deleted his Twitter. He's like,
"Oh, smart man."
Okay.
There it is. There it is. Love female. Oh,
there it
wow.
Is. Love female masturbation.
Shit. Who doesn't?
The best is though, who likes that? I mean, look, it's one thing to look at it, but then you actually have to press like.
He might have hit it by accident. I've hit that scrolling through on your phone when you're swiping. If you hit it wrong, you hit the like button. I've followed people not meaning to follow.
Really?
I've done that
absolutely
before.
Because you're pressing it as you scroll through on the phone.
I've done that, and then the person's excited you're following them, and you're like,
and then you got to stay following
person. Yeah. There's a dilemma. When do you delete it?
Dude, I'm so happy.
Just do it for the shock value to see what they say.
Usually I do it in the middle of the night. I figure no one's noticing.
I unfollow immediately unless they're like, dude, I'm so psyched you're following me. I'm like, oh,
I've gotten that. And I'm like, I didn't really mean to follow you.
I don't know how to tell them.
What's up with you, Jay? Are you just hanging or are we promoting stuff today?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just coming to kick it with you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
We got some good conversations.
Yeah, we really hit it off.
So you have no problems now. That actually is okay. That took a year and a half, and then things began to just become normal again.
Everything's totally fine now, but I only have a problem like when I'm not interested in somebody. I'm like, oh yeah, I have this really bad accident. Nothing's happening.
You can use that as an excuse.
It's like, I'm sorry. It's just, it's me. It's not you. I think you should go.
I don't have
that. Mental Jedi mind tricks. You got to play those games.
He's got that in his back pocket.
Right there. Never goes away.
He's having a bad night. Well, ever since the
accident, then I capture you emotionally. Then I'm like, all right, now it's time for you to go home.
That's amazing.
I've actually used that excuse too, but they don't believe it. They're like, why won't we get hard? I'm like, because Jay Williams had an accident, and I'm thinking about it, and there's nothing worse than my stupid dick is just laying there like a paralyzed turtle. Humiliating. I have no excuse.
Oh shit! And you grew up where, Jay?
I'm from Jersey, man. I'm from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Oh, Plainfield.
Yeah.
And you went to Plainfield High?
No, I didn't go to Plainfield High. I actually went to an all-boys Catholic school.
I went to Catholic school, Bishop Lachlan in Brooklyn.
Okay, yeah. I went to St. Joe's in Metuchen. One of the things we had to wear like shirt and tie and slacks every single day.
Didn't they have an amazing St. Joe's? Didn't they have an amazing football team? What was their sports team? I think St. Anthony's. I'm thinking
St. Anthony's for basketball. St. Joe's in Montville had a good football team.
Did they try to wear black sneakers instead of the shoes during in class?
Always.
That's all.
Hey, let me ask you if you had this problem. So, what town are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay, so you're from Brooklyn. So when you went to your school, was it predominantly black or white?
Yeah, predominantly black.
Okay, see, I had it switched up. So I grew up in a predominantly black and Latino town.
Right.
But then when I went to school, my school was predominantly Caucasian.
Right.
So it was like almost, I feel like my teenage years were confused years for me because I was like, wait, am I black or am I white? Because when I would go to school and I had like, oh, you're so hood, you're so black, you're so athletic. And then when I come back home,
they'd be like, you white.
They'd be like, you're so white, you're such a little like Uncle Tom, such a little nerdy. Like it was just crazy. I couldn't figure it out.
It's crazy who rejects you and who accepts you.
Yeah, and then how you're not okay with yourself. You're like, yo, I don't even know. Is it socially acceptable for me to be around these guys, or how should I act? How should I talk?
Did you have to change the way you were? Because there's guys that you see do that. They change the way you are around black guys and then around white guys.
When I was young, for sure. Like when I was young, I used to use that kind of terminology all the time. And then when I would go to my all-white school, I would be articulate and speak that way. It was like this thing to fit in. Until I got to the older point where I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to be me. I don't care no more.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about satisfying everybody else.
I learned through Cornelius that there were many levels of black. I played high school basketball, and this kid would walk around our very white high school as like he was from the hood and he was gangsta.
Right.
Until we played the black high schools, Amityville and Malvern.
And he couldn't do that to them.
And we're scared shitless on the bench because we've never seen anything like this before. And I remember Cornelius. We were looking at him like,
help us.
Is this cool? You got to help us. You're the black guy on the team. And he was scared too. And that's when I realized
he wasn't that kind of black.
That's when I realized there were different levels. But when he walked around Harborfields High School, he was like, he was like Biggie Smalls in our high school.
But he was embarrassed to be with a bunch of white guys too. He used to look at these black guys across, and he's like, it's not my choice. It's like getting caught with a big fat girl somewhere by your friends. That's what that's like.
I remember though looking at him. We were looking at him for like, what is this? Because I think it was Amityville, and they had a curfew. It was one of those type of high schools where we had police escort in and out of the school to the locker rooms and stuff. They had police behind the benches, and we looked at Cornelius.
And he was putting his chain in.
He was scared. I remember going, wow.
How much did you guys win by?
Well, we actually had a decent team back then, but I don't remember anymore. We were competitive, but man, it was a different world for us.
Hey, we used to go into high schools all the time back in the day, like Shabazz, like in Newark and stuff like that, where you had to go through metal detectors in order to, you're like, we going through metal detectors for the game?
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, yeah, we have like stories of people carrying razor blades and underneath their tongues.
Blades.
Dudes be on the court like, yo, you make this shot, we gonna jump you after the game. You're like, hold on, man. Ain't no reason to talk to me like that.
Yeah, Brooklyn, that was part of the game.
Know what gave it away too were the black cheerleaders. Oh my God!
They had different cheers.
Schools. Yes, they did,
Yeah,
they moved in a way that I'm like,
see, you got distracted during the games. You got distracted. They were distracting you. That's how you do it.
We had the lily white cheerleaders with the pom poms, and these
they did all the Cisco and Bob bullshit.
I didn't know a woman could move like that when I was that young.
Yeah,
you're 16 and moving like that.
Oh,
really?
They got it in. They got it in.
Why are they cheering, saying "Beat that cracker down"? Beat that cracker down.
and some sexy fucking. That changed your whole mind about what cheerleaders can do in high school, didn't it?
I remember playing a team, and I had to guard a guy. I never saw anyone as black as this kid, and it completely distracted me.
Wait, what do you mean? Was he dark as night?
He was. You couldn't be darker.
He would dominate a game of manhunt. That's what you're saying.
First time Opie filed him, he was like this.
Looking at his hand.
I hope you said that to him too. You're the blackest person I've ever seen.
It took me out of the game. I'm like, wow, I've never seen this before.
So you're saying he could leave a fingerprint on charcoal? That's what you're saying.
Pretty much. I have a lot of stories like that.
Oh shit!
Hey, I said the N-word once on the court because I thought I was in with the guys, and I got punched, and I say knocked out, but he knocked me down, and I was definitely woozy.
What's the taboo on that though? Like,
well, I said it to my friend. We were friends. We hung out outside the basketball world in school, and he hit a 3-pointer, and I said, "Nice shot." And next thing you know, I'm on the floor.
Well, I had to hit you, Opie. I had to because all the blacks were around.
But I didn't. It's like when you're saying it with your one black friend, that's okay. But when you're saying it in the midst of other black friends, that's a no.
Now, you never want to chance that. Always when you're driving and the windows are up, just scream it. But don't do it in front of your friends.
Because it's the black friend who knows you who's got to punch you. Because he's like, damn, I brought this motherfucker.
Because the other guys are there watching. He's like, I hate to do this to you, but you're going to lose a few teeth.
I got into Michael Jackson because of the brothers back in the day and all that. I felt like I was like in.
Wait, Sherrod, are we still owning Michael Jackson?
Yeah, we still got him. Okay. Now that he's dead, he's back with us.
That was a long.
He's never been darker.
That was a long time. That was like off the wall Michael Jackson. That was like Thriller Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And
you thought you were in.
Yeah.
That's what you thought. The 25th anniversary of Motown. You thought you could say nigga.
There was no hate in my heart when I said it.
I know it wasn't.
Because we would whatever. But it happened, and it's a real story. I do tell people I got knocked out, but I was definitely on the ground, woozy, and maybe knocked out.
So did you say it afterwards? Did you keep saying it for a while?
We stopped being friends. It was one of those things. We didn't hate each other, but it was never the same after.
It really does ruin it when there's such an alpha moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like there's no way to come back from you punched me in the face and I jumped up and apologized after you hit me.
But wait a second. Now I'm curious. Like, was he saying it all the time around you too?
Everybody was.
Yeah, so you didn't even think about it.
I was in the basketball world, but we would play pickup games all over the fucking place. I went to that was my thing. I really loved basketball growing up.
You look very athletic. Yeah.
Oh, please. That could have went either way. I could have went either thank you, or with some hope in my heart, or no, please. But
wait, Opie, I got to ask you a question because I've been thinking about this. Are you a Donald Trump supporter?
I am.
No.
I'm a comedian.
Okay, so it's
can I live?
Yeah, that's fair.
We were just talking about this. I'm supporting him more today than I have through this whole process because of this Mitt Romney bullshit that's about to go down. Because look, I mean, it's a weird thing, this Trump. Right? And we know Donald Trump Jr. very well. He was in here the other day. But now the people are speaking and saying, this is our guy. And now the establishment is saying, fuck you people. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And now they're going to try to knock this guy down. And Mitt Romney's going to do this crazy speech in the next couple
hours. That he make the establishment, all the established politicians nervous.
I like that.
Everybody on the edge.
I like this part of it. He's changing the whole game as we move forward.
I just know whatever I say on TV now, people can't say shit to me. Because if Donald Trump is able to say some of the things he's able to say running for president, so don't get sensitive if I criticize somebody basketball-wise or life-wise.
Yeah. That's what it should be. Yeah, you should be able to say whatever
exactly.
you want.
I officially don't have a guy. I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like Trump a little more today just because of what the establishment is trying to do to this guy.
Who are you pulling for? Hillary?
No, I don't know.
You're going to have to. You're black.
No, I don't know.
You got to give Hillary
your
vote.
I'm independent, man. There's some things I have that are a little bit conservative, money-wise, especially when it comes to my money.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? But there's other things like socially where I'm liberal.
Yeah. Prostitution?
I didn't go that far in different countries.
There you go.
There we go.
See?
You know where I'm going.
Yes.
But Ben Carson is the most quiet black man I've ever seen in my life.
We've talked about this. It's because he operates on babies, and he's just got that mellow, low blood pressure. That's why he's the smartest guy running.
Collected.
But you have to be. You can't be hyper and operate on babies.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a fucking hyper baby surgeon. Like, you got to be mellow. You're a mellow guy. Nobody wants a guy going, come on, let's go. I'm ready to go. Like, that thing weighs 2 pounds. What are you doing? I want Mr. Mellow. That's the mentality personality you want. Calm, nothing's going to phase this guy.
He's Black Ben Stein.
Yeah, and he's operating on the babies while they're still in the mother. Let's not forget that part of this whole thing.
Well, he has an amazing bedside manner, I bet. When you're laying there and that calm,
that's what you want,
soothing voice, that's the guy you want.
And he's a weird blinking bastard.
You don't want a guy like Trump talking to you when your baby might be operated on. We think it's going to be okay. I'm going to win. I love Trump, and I wouldn't want him operating on my fucking wife's stomach if I was married.
Will it be a star? It'll be huge.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You know, Ben Carson probably cranks Guns N' Roses, too, in the operating room.
Maybe.
And it doesn't faze him.
He's just blinking
Just welcome to the jungle as loud as possible.
Yeah, like low blood pressure.
He more or less dropped out of the race yesterday, though.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's not official, but he's not going to be part of the debate.
Yeah, he's not going to the debate tonight.
And he's still in it for now because he believes in his movement.
He's just enjoying it. Like, he's a rich guy. He's already an established surgeon. Like, this is just a thing. He knows once this is done, it's going to be the same as the guy. Who was the guy, Little Caesars, the pizza guy who ran a few years ago? And all these guys that make...
Oh, Herman Cain.
These guys that make one big run and they don't make another one. This is his moment, so he's just like, fuck it, I'm going to enjoy it. And
I would stay in the race for as long as possible. It just increases my visibility.
Yeah.
That means more money I can make.
You know what
my speaking engagements.
You know what my theory is? And actually, he brought it to my attention first. Ben Carson...
He brought your theory to your attention?
No, well, he started this whole... he started this whole thing. Ben Carson is staying in the race because...
That wife?
Did you see what he's married to?
Oh, no.
That's a rough wife.
He wants to stay on the road.
I mean, I'm just trying to be honest here.
We're just being honest here. I mean, come on, Jay.
Hey, man, whatever floats your boat, man.
She might be a good-looking, Sunday school teacher.
I know Jay's not going to comment because he has a lot to lose, but, well, I mean,
She's a little teeth-heavy.
There's reasons why he might be.
Some people like that.
Some people
like that.
I think, and here's my theory going a little further. You know, when the athlete cries, he knows he can't be on the road anymore, and he's got to go home.
Yeah.
And he's like, he knows what he's given up on the road.
The road life is like the life for the athlete. Well, it's like you get away, you know how the game is played.
And you have an excuse to be gone.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I have to work.
And you got a girl. And you got a girl in every town. A lot of these athletes have somebody in every single town.
You don't even need that though. You don't even need that. You just need whenever you walk into a club with three dudes who are 6'8", who have Rolls Royces on their arms and watches, you're gonna attract some attention. The game isn't that difficult to be played.
That's true.
Right.
I mean, you hire a bouncer. I'm like, hey, stand in front of the table.
Right.
Pick some people out. Bring them over to the table. It's all done.
The psychology is when people think they can't get to the table, they want to get. That's a great idea. I should go there and hire someone to stand there.
Just stand there,
keep people away.
Keep people away. It's beautiful.
Is this little man?
It attracts so much attention.
That's amazing.
But that's why the athlete cries.
I gotta go home to his family.
All those good times with the boys on the road, going out to eat in steak restaurants and going to the strip club. Oh, yeah, this is the best.
He's got someone yelling.
You guys don't do road trips?
Huh?
I do.
You guys don't do road trips
but
together?
I don't go out.
Opie, no?
No.
Opie stays local here.
Yeah, I got two small kids, and I had my fun though, Jay.
Yeah,
I do evil on that road.
Times.
The road is evil.
I'm good though.
There's
I don't want
nothing
to put you in
better.
an uncomfortable situation.
No, I'm being totally honest though. I'm good. I really am.
There's nothing better.
I'm a happy man right now.
Nothing better for an athlete than an Atlanta
for a
strip
while.
club. That's what you want to do if you're an athlete. Go to an
Atlanta and the strip club.
Oh my God,
They're legit.
I've been in there.
They're legit. There's a reason why Patrick Ewing got caught.
He did, right?
What happened?
You know that whole story back.
He
in
was
the day?
down there banging them, huh?
I don't know what he was doing, but it's an article out where Patrick Ewing was down there back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. Things got a little bit crazy, out of control. That Atlanta strip club.
Yeah, like he would be having sex, and all of a sudden she'd be in the middle of the call. Are you ever going to win a championship? And he's like, oh, I don't know.
He's been winning championships every night. That's the thing.
Don't ask me that now.
Oh, poor Ewing. We're Knicks fans, and when they picked Patrick Ewing back in the day, we thought we'd have multiple championships, right?
Oh, yeah, of course we did.
We were thinking more than one, and the poor guy never got one.
Now, did you think the same thing when we got Melo?
I don't like Carmelo Anthony. I know
that whole thing the other day, but it's just
I know
it's like one of those bad relationships. It's just like, hey, it's time to just part ways.
Yes, and move on.
Can we part ways, please?
I acknowledge he's a great player, but I just don't feel like he's a team player.
I respect the fact that he wanted to stay in New York. I respect the fact, but it's like
why wouldn't you want to stay in New York?
Exactly.
Though? You don't want to go to Milwaukee.
He's doing business. I mean, I thought he was going to go to Chicago. I thought it was like him and D Rose and Jimmy Butler, all those guys.
D Rose is hurt every 2 fucking games.
He got his $100 million though from Adidas.
Ain't that crazy?
$100 million.
$100 million from Adidas, and he's maxed out. So that's the difference between the NBA and football.
Maxed out? What do you mean?
Maxed out. He got like the max contract. It was like 90-something million.
Oh,
yeah, over 5 years. It's guaranteed money. Guaranteed money. So you sign that contract. Oh, ankles hurt. I mean, Eddie Curry was a guy, I think his wife is like on Basketball Housewives or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember he signed his deal with Chicago. He signed like a $68 million deal. And that whole summer, he was working out like crazy. I was like, oh, man, Eddie's about to kill it. And then literally within like the first 6 months of the season, my man started eating again. My man got some injuries and was like, I'm cool. And just never really played again.
Wow.
Got his $68 million.
Millions.
No motivation.
Well, insurance covers that, I'm sure. I'm sure they have insurance for it, but that's still $100 million from Adidas. That's endorsement deals are the best.
Well, a lot of these guys make way more money outside their contract.
For
sure.
Tiger Woods, right? Didn't he make more?
He's one of them.
Oh, yeah.
One of many.
But that's why they live clean lives. They try to, because it's like there's too much money at stake.
Remember, Shaq said he never spent the NBA check. He only spent endorsement money.
Exactly.
And
To this day.
Yeah, he's never had any kind of scandal, right? Shaq, he's always been pretty like.
You know, it's weird. It's like almost the more real you are, the less chance of having a scandal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the more you're like, oh, I do stupid stuff. I think that's why everybody loves Barkley. Like Barkley.
I love Barkley.
Like every time I hang out with Barkley, we were hanging out last year in Indianapolis and we were sitting there having beers. And I'm like, yo, you're right. He's like, I'm drunk. Yeah,
like, he got me drunk before the city, too.
I love that about him, though. Like, that's who he is.
But they tried to get him. The same thing people like about Trump is what they like about Barkley. Is every time people have come after him, they just went, yeah, I said that. And they're not broken by it. And then people realize, oh, okay. And then they walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And people watching that respect the ability
Because if
to
you
not be
turn
broken.
tail, they'll chase you.
Yeah,
they'll chase you and try to get you.
Yeah, Barkley's awesome.
He's the only other one that can pretty much say anything on TV, like Trump.
Anything he wants.
And he said he got a ticket.
And he started that obviously before Trump.
He said he got a ticket because he went around the corner and ran the light because he wanted to get a blowjob.
Right.
He told the cops that.
Yeah.
Love him.
Wow. Did they give him a ticket anyway?
He got a ticket.
He got a ticket anyway, but it was recorded.
The story went in and came out. Everybody's like this. Oh, Barkley.
You hope they knocked it down. All right, we'll knock it down to 26 and a 25. we got you on camera. We got to give you something. But
we'll knock it down to a bump on your bumper.
Yeah.
A bump on your
said
bumper.
100.
Should have went with dent.
That's all right. Bump on bumper is good. So, sometimes say the word twice.
Stupid. I know Eric's got a question for Jay Williams.
Yeah, the last time you were here, we didn't even get to talk about Coach K.
Right.
I want to know. So he's got like a persona as being like he's real serious. He's a tight ship. He runs. What's it like when he's on your ass? Like, he seems like he gets really mad during games and stuff.
Well, sometimes I used to have all these things back in the day where I couldn't stop looking at his lips because he has these really tiny lips. Right. And he just talks so fast. And you're like, God, he seems so angry right now. When he's on your ass, man, it's like one of those things. So it's like official Army instructor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's that kind of dude. There's a reason why he sits on the bench with his hand over his mouth. Like, he's competitive. He's lost in the moment. And he'll say stuff to you, like, where you're like, wait, what did you just say? Like, I can't believe you just said that to me. But he's just lost in the competitive moment of the game.
Do you remember any examples of that?
Yeah, what did he say to someone?
I remember one time we were playing against Maryland. And I used to hate going against this kid, Steve Blake, which still blows my mind that he's in the league. Get your money, Steve. I'm not mad at you.
Oh, yeah. I know Steve Blake.
But, like, Steve it was always this thing. We had this kid on our team named Dante Jones.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Dante couldn't really shoot, right? So Kay would always want me to drive. But the guy guarding Dante Jones was a guy named Juan Dixon, who would never guard Dante Jones, who just sat in the middle of the paint waiting for me to drive. So now I felt like I was going against Steve Blake and Juan Dixon, right? So I remember I was in my own head because I was one of those type of players. And I remember I came over to the bench and Coach K was like, if you don't bust that little white boy up, we're going to have problems. just joking around. Like, you know what I mean? But it was also like one of those things where he's just lost in the moment of the game and having fun. And I think that's the thing I love about him. It's like he's like a player's coach, but he has that Army authoritative background too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He does have tiny lips. Good God.
Is he ever loose?
He's like he's fun sometimes.
He's chill. Like, he's loose when he wins games, and like after we win the championship, he does his little dance and stuff. But most of the time, oh yeah, he can dance a little bit. He tries to dance.
Where was this?
What do you mean?
What do this?
We won a championship in Minneapolis.
Oh,
so he danced on the bus. But
what school did you go to?
Duke.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy.
I don't know anything about college sports.
Nothing about college sports at all, Jimmy?
None.
So do you know who Coach K is?
No.
Really?
I know Duke has a program.
Wait,
he knows Duke lacrosse.
You've never seen this guy?
Oh, wow.
Jay Williams is not laughing at that.
I'm kind of shocked right now.
That's a good pull.
It's like maybe this was a bad idea coming back for a second visit.
Oh, I wish
These guys don't play.
God damn it.
He's the guy who coaches USA basketball. Like, he is the one guy you throw up there when you want to win a game.
He's like the John Wooden.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Jimmy. Oh,
I don't.
All right.
UCLA.
John Wooden. I heard he's stiff. No, go ahead.
It was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's coach. They loved each other.
I know who Abdul-Jabbar is.
And
I still call him Lou.
Yeah, UCLA, John Wooden.
He's like the most famous coach right now in the game.
He's like Lombardi.
Okay.
You know Lombardi.
I certainly do.
Did you see the Christian Leitner 30 for 30?
I did.
That was amazing.
That was great.
Hey, the best part about Late, though, is that's exactly who Leitner is. Like, Leitner is that dude who's, like, he always has that edge. Like, he's always kind of a prick, and he knows it, and he likes it. It's okay.
What I learned about that, I thought he was a privileged white kid, and it turned out he wasn't.
We were wrong about that. He was hard, blue collar.
They didn't offer
Buffalo.
that, but they didn't offer that up when everyone was hating on Duke. They're like, look at this.
That's
look at
always
this
the
shit.
thing about Duke, though. I mean, it's like every Caucasian kid that is good at Duke is like the next villain.
Right.
It's like Grayson Allen now, like that kid who tripped somebody 2 times.
What an asshole that dude is.
He's like the next villain. You know what I mean? It's like Steve Wojciechowski. He was a villain.
Yeah.
J.J. Redick, he was a villain. Pretty much if you're white and you're good and you play at Duke, people are going to hate on you.
It's fun to hate those guys.
It is. Well, you know what's funny? Nobody hates on the black players that play at Duke. Like, well, we get called Uncle Toms or sellouts.
Yeah.
Right?
Welcome to my life.
But that's it.
Yeah.
You know, we're not called villains.
But it turns out Leitner comes from a middle-class family outside Buffalo, New
Hard-working
York.
family, yeah. Hard-working, blue collar.
Didn't know that until that 30 for 30.
Plus, his face looks like he's privileged.
He looks like the typical preppy dude that had like a trust fund.
Yeah.
Was his NBA
He was like a
career
model,
good?
that's why.
It wasn't that great.
He did all right with the Timberwolves.
He went to the Timberwolves, which was like such a out of the way market at the time.
Well, I
which
think
made
it depends.
tough.
I think it depends on how you define great. I think he made like 35, 40 million.
And he did
that's
okay.
fucking great.
I think they were expecting more from him as a player, though.
He was on the dream team.
And that's what set him up for some hate,
That's
too.
right.
That's what set him up
Because
for a lot of
there was
the
a whole
hate.
Coach K was a coach of the Dream Team, and Leitner got picked on the Dream Team when they felt like,
And Isaiah Thomas
Isaiah's
wasn't on
the
it.
Dream Team.
The thing
But that's
was-
Jordan, though. That's
That was
not.
Jordan, yeah,
That's
that was
not
Jordan.
late. That's Jordan.
Oh, Jordan and Isaiah didn't like each other?
No, there
Jordan
was just
didn't
some
like-
beef there.
yeah.
Yeah, because
And
that was
Isaiah-
when they were going to the playoffs back then. Like the Bulls and the Pistons, like they hated each other.
And
I think
didn't
that's-
Isaiah not want to play against play with Magic? Didn't he? Because he had AIDS.
Because they had AIDS, yeah.
Well, Isaiah too. The thing with Isaiah, he's a Chicago guy too.
Exactly.
So that made it tough because he was all about Chicago, and then he had to play against those guys.
Yeah.
The Bad Boys 30 for 30 was great, too.
that was tough.
amazing.
Bill Lambier was the best. He used just to hit people and be like, "What?" Like he was all ready to fight somebody.
He didn't give a
He was
fuck.
a rich kid. Now, he grew up privileged.
Yeah, he did.
See, but I like that. That's what makes him crazy, though, because he had to go over and beyond to show you he didn't care. He grew up privileged.
He would just throw elbows for the fuck of it.
He was the evil son of a bitch.
Hey, I used to. Can you imagine what parties used to be like back in the day with Bill Lambier and Dennis Rodman at the same club? Oh my God!
Rick Mahorn.
Oh Jesus!
You know them motherfuckers had blow.
And Vinny the Microwave.
Vinny the Microwave.
Vinny Johnson.
Vinny Johnson. Vinny the Microwave Johnson.
So you know that, but you don't know Coach K.
Yeah, I remember because I was a Lakers fan, and they fucking
He
LA
knows
beat
all
him.
the dark demons of people.
LA beat him in 7, and then the following year, the Pistons swept him in Abdul-Jabbar's last year. It was awful.
That was awful.
Humiliating.
This guy wants to know if we have know about the Dikembe Atlanta strip club story.
What's
You?
that?
Dikembe Mutombo?
Dikembe Mutombo?
Dikembe, sorry. Let's go to Eric in Atlanta. Go ahead, Eric. We got Jay Williams in studio.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello, sir.
Doing good.
Good. So, for a long time, I worked on the TNT show doing NBA. And one of the best stories, so the Gold Club in Atlanta is the one that Ewing got caught in, and
Right.
all those guys kind of kept bum. But one of the best stories coming out of there was Dikembe went in there one night, walked straight on stage, and just said, "Who wants to sex Mutombo?"
That's pretty good.
I'm sure he got somebody.
Believe me, the stories I can't share, but I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, that's the headline. We found the
Who
article.
wanted to sex Mutombo, huh?
And if he got on stage, he must have looked 9 feet tall. It was more of a threat.
1991 block party. What does it say there, Eric?
It says that in 1991, let's see.
Who wants to sex
Who
Mutombo?
wants to sex
In 91.
Dikembe. The rest of the university looked on in pure awe. 2 comely volunteers quickly identified themselves. And Dikembe Mutombo left New South with a woman on each arm.
All right, there you go.
That was a beauty back then about the 90s, though. Like, you didn't have no camera phones. There was nothing out there it was all, word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's the only way people will find out.
And nobody can charge you with rape when you come into a crowded room and say, "Who wants to fuck me?" and 2 girls grab your arms. You got a room full of witnesses. It's like, no, they was down, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Your Honor. Your Honor, they wanted that dick, Your Honor.
Those giant, long Dikembe arms. It probably looked like the end of Close Encounters? Fucking fingers walking off.
And those long fingers? Who is he fingering? Good God Almighty!
Let's say hi to Steve in South Dakota. Steve.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, you guys have no idea how good Jay Will was at Duke.
I completely know. He had a promising NBA career. That's why that whole motorcycle accident was so fucked up at
we
the
do
time.
know, sir. He played for Coach K. Rookie.
He was on his way to a great NBA career.
Yeah, he was just unbelievable. I wanted to ask Jay Will what your toughest loss was at Duke. And for me, it was Indiana game. Booz got fouled. I don't care what anybody says.
Toughest loss at Duke. It probably was an Indiana game. That's a game that still haunts me to this day because I'm competitive. And it was one of those games we're thinking about everybody when you're younger, right? You're in the backyard, you're kicking it, and you're sitting there dreaming, your eyes are closed, and you say 3, 2, 1, and you make that shot, right? Or you miss that shot. And all of a sudden, we're playing against Indiana, Sweet 16, my last year in school.
Oh.
This kid, Daniel Ewing, drives the ball down the right side of the court. He shoots a 3 with about 4 or 5 seconds left in the game. We're down 3, and we're down 4, excuse me. The ball literally comes right back to me at the top of the key, and there's this kid, Dane Fife. I give him a head fake. I jump into him. I make the 3. I get fouled. I go to the free throw line with 4 or 5 seconds left to go in the game. And you're like, all right, this is what you've been dreaming of your whole life, right? Free throw line, down 1, 4 seconds left to go in the game. You make this shot. Game goes into overtime. We probably win the game because we have the momentum. Missed the free throw. The ball literally rattles in and out of the rim. Boozer gets the rebound. He goes up. He gets fouled. They don't call it. Game over. College career over. It's one of those things, man. That's how my college career ended, yeah.
I didn't know that.
We're watching you score 17 straight points. That was a...
I got to see the free throw. Can we find... Well, we probably don't want to play it in front of you.
No, I don't care. It's all good.
Do you think of that from time to time still?
All the time. How do you not?
You have to.
All these years later.
That's the beautiful thing about ball, though. I remember all my losses way more than I remember my wins.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, how was it win the championship? I don't know.
That's how comedy is, too. You remember all the boos and the stares.
And it's true. And is it true if it's a blowout, you can sleep well? Better than losing by 1 point.
Are you talking about college or are you talking about in the league? Because there's a difference.
Why is there a difference?
Because in college, you're so much more invested. And then when you get drafted to a bad team, there's almost this thing about you're going to go out and do what you want to do after the game anyway. There's no regulations on you in the league. It's especially if you go to a bad team where your star player is making, is trumping what your head coach is making. If your head coach is making $2 or $3 million and your star player is making $17 million, who really runs a team?
Yeah.
Especially if you go to a bad team. You know what I mean? It's guys are going out doing whatever they want to do anyway because they're grown men.
Right.
Whereas in college, the coach has a lot more power over you to say bedtime at 10 o'clock, training meal at 7. You can't do that with grown men. I'm going to tell you guys what time to be here the next day. I mean, to a certain extent, you show up drunk, it don't matter.
Yeah. Welcome to my yesterday.
So wait, is it easier to be blown out or to lose by 1 point? What's easier to sleep with at night?
I'd rather be blown out.
You would?
Yeah.
I'd rather be blown out than lose by 1 point. I can't.
Because you rethink, could have done
every single possession. I should have hit him. I should have fouled him. I should have done something.
The other way, you just know it wasn't your night.
It was a way off. Yeah, it was a bad night.
Does it
that's the shot right there.
Wait, here's the shot. Do you mind if we play
You're going to see the 3, though? You're going to just go right to the free throw. You're gonna go right. At least build me up with something positive before you break me down with the negative.
Tie the game at 74.
Wait, he already hit the 3.
That's right, I hit the 3, yeah.
That's
go
all
back.
right. Down by 4.
Let's go back a little bit.
I'm trying to.
There you go, right
I'm trying to think if I remember.
See, I'm going for the ball. I'm at the top of the key right now. That's Daniel Ewing shooting the ball. Comes right to me, right? Foul.
And one.
My God.
Holy shit.
Look at Coach K.
Mike Davis spraying. Why would you foul him?
And he'll have a chance to tie the game
is crying.
at 74.
He looked like he's in the movie Glory.
He's very upset.
I take it back. It was Dane Fife who was charged with a foul. So
That's a hell of a shot.
I flopped too.
Yeah, it didn't seem like you just kind of ran by in the breeze.
Yeah, I fell. I flopped. It's okay. I own it.
You had to.
I was trying to sell the hell out of that call.
All right, so now you're on the free throw line.
I'm on the free throw line now.
You're a very good shooter. Everyone knows that.
I was a horrific free throw shooter. That's why Chris Duhon was trying to talk to me to calm my ass down.
What was your percentage?
I was 69 or so.
When people do that stuff behind the thing, does it distract you?
Oh, damn right it does. I mean, but look, you should think you shoot thousands of free throws every single day. You know, you should block it out. But for some reason, though, like Sherrod, if you were standing in my face and you were waving a hand in my face, I could see the basket way more clearer than me standing on the free throw line by myself. Something about being by myself just fucked me up.
Don't you guys train with, when you guys are doing them in practice, don't they have, I've heard they have video screens where they're just showing all these distractions behind to kind of get your eyes used to that view?
Well, sometimes they do, but for the most part, I mean, that's in the NBA. In college, it's like, you know, you're not going to bring in thousands of, they may shoot free throws with loud music.
Right.
But that still doesn't simulate thousands of people standing behind the rim
and
with those little clappers.
What's the school where they have like the little curtain and the students come out?
Well, that's Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Literally, they did this the other day. They had a curtain and they had a kid give birth. So there was a kid with his legs spread wide open, and there's this little 17-year-old kid on the ground, and this grown man came out of the curtain like he was having a baby. It was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's a good strategy.
I got to see that online.
To what, distract the guy shooting?
Yes, they have a little fake curtain behind the thing, and the kids come out and play out some type of something every time, different. It's so
unbelievable.
funny.
Yeah, that's how my college career ended right there.
Let me see the free throw.
Oh, you got 2 shots. It's funny he actually made it.
One shot.
One shot, in and out. There, Boozy, Kyle's career over.
And that's how it ends.
Kyle's career over. That's the beauty about March Madness. We were up 16 points in that game.
How depressed were you knowing the college career was over?
I was. I mean, look, at the time, you always want to win a championship. I was really pissed off and really hurt. But it was almost like when we came back in the locker room, it was one of those things where it's like, 19, 20 years old. It's like, damn, this sucks. This really hurts that my college career ended like this. But I'm about to get paid.
Yeah.
I'm about to get paid. Because I think that's one of the things I recognized when I was in school. I saw how much money was being made around us. Like, I saw people in the stands with my jersey on and be like, I don't get a cut of that.
Right.
Like, coaches, like, in their contracts, like, coaches are making $6-7 million a year.
Because they're allowed to have endorsements.
Yeah, and they have no overhead. Like, they're traveling on donors' private planes and the family vacations. And I'm like, yo, I can't even... Like Sherrod came and buy me a hot dog.
The coaches get a salary. Then they do a radio show. They get paid for that. Then they got endorsements.
It's crazy.
Like you said, they're moved around in the most luxurious way. And then these universities sell Jay Williams jerseys,
not a dime.
And you don't even know if you're going to eat.
Well, here's the beautiful thing. So, Opie, say I'm the university and you're playing for me. Okay, like say you're playing for the Ohio State football-wise, right? You're raking in millions of dollars, and ESPN just did a deal with football where they have the playoffs for like billions of dollars. Okay, so I give you a pair of cleats. You've been wearing these cleats for 3 years. Okay, you're like the top running back in the nation. You can't go online and be like, you know what, man? Like, I've been having these cleats for 3 years. I don't want to wear them anymore. I'm going to sell them online. Say I'm a fan. Like, say Jimmy's a fan. Like, I want to buy your cleats for $5,000. I'm buying Opie's cleats for $5,000. Yeah. You can't sell them. You know why? They're not yours. They're not yours. They've been on your feet for 3 years. You just throw them out. They don't mean anything. Because if you sell them, all of a sudden, you're going to have infractions on your university. Because now you're labeled a cheater. Now you're labeled, and all of a sudden you can lose your college eligibility for selling a pair of sneakers that you've worn for 3 years with your shoe sweat, like your toe jam, and they're not yours.
And your talent is bringing in so much money for the university. And the fact is, most of you guys never make it into the fucking pros.
Right.
This percentage is so fucking small. I've heard the stories over the years. The one player that the coach sent him home for a funeral for his grandma or something. I'm trying to remember the exact details.
I'm not sure of that one.
And that university got in a lot of fucking trouble.
Because
the coach was just trying to do the right thing.
Because he paid for him to go home
to the funeral.
But that's a violation.
I know it is.
Can't do
but
that.
they gotta figure some stuff out.
It can't be that black. Crazy. They got to do it case by case.
And this leads to the question I want to ask you. When these guys go pro early, I'm all for that. I can't believe the people that go, they should get their college education. Well, most of us went to college hoping to get the job.
Get a job.
That pays very well.
Yeah.
And if you could get that job immediately, why the fuck would you stay in college?
Well, most of the time people are like, these kids need to stay in school. I'm like, yo, do you know how it works? Like, staying in school don't mean you have to actually participate in school.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can go to class and just sit there like, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm in class.
And Tiger Woods dropped out. Ain't nobody give a fuck.
Right.
It's only when he's talking about these black basketball players.
Hey, by the way, you said though, black athletes.
Black athletes.
It's just interesting. Though, you start thinking about that. I mean, predominantly black athletes in basketball and football.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need to. So I
baseball come out all the time early.
All the time. That's why I get frustrated with this thing. Oh, we should make kids stay in school for 3 years. Well, you make kids stay in school for 3 years. Let's talk about sharing some profit.
Yeah, pay
Let's share in the revenue.
And isn't it that they want these kids to stay in college a little longer because they're making a lot of money off these kids?
Of course they are. They're making a ton of money
off these kids. You could devastate a program if all of a sudden your star players are leaving after their freshman year or whatever.
I haven't said this. You know what could really drive people crazy if all the players really wanted to. Now, look, a lot of these players, God bless you, Jimmy, a lot of these players are at the point where they feel like, okay, if I do something a little bit crazy, that's going to hinder me from getting drafted. But the beautiful thing is the NCAA doesn't dictate where the game is supposed to be played. So essentially, if kids really wanted to, right, say before like one of the biggest games of the year, like if Duke and Carolina were playing, the Duke kids could come out and not play the game inside Cameron. Like, so say the game's going to be televised on ABC.
Right.
Right? Like, the kids could come out and say, all right, we're going to shake hands, go through the national anthem. We're going to go over to a different gym and play the game there where the fans can't watch and the game's not going to be broadcasted. We could bring the refs over there, still play the game. It's still an NCAA sanctioned game.
Right.
They don't sanction where you have to play the game at. Sanction you have to play the game. So you can play the game in a different gym. I guess that would probably blow things up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because then people will start putting pressure. Well, how come these kids aren't? So it's like one of these things where you can't force kids to do things. You know what I mean?
It's amazing.
Do you think that a team will stand up like that one day?
I don't know. Well, it depends on how bad this whole thing gets.
It's getting
It depends
bad.
on how bad this whole thing gets. Because the more people talk about it, the more people are going to blow it. You know what I mean?
That's
the thing where they sell
I would love to see that.
The thing where they sell your jersey, that one blows my mind.
That's how the Ohio kids got in trouble before. Then they sell their jersey and they got a tattoo, got a free tattoo.
Or it's like Terrell Pryor, like he sold his own jersey with Ohio State.
I'm just talking about the university printing up jerseys.
Oh,
and you're on the floor and you really don't have any fucking money.
What about the video games? Even more money in that.
Exactly.
And they use your likeness and your jersey number and all that, and you don't get any of that. That's like, they need at least, if they put in a trust for these fucking kids after they get out of school, but you know they're wrong.
Even if it's favored nation, like even if they sell, and if you're the star player and everybody gets an equal share of it or something, just so all the players are, because this place looked at like it's a team sport. And
right.
You're better because they're all better, whatever. But
everybody share it.
Hey, by the way, here's the crazy too. Like all these coaches go through scandals and they go, they get labeled as cheaters. They always end up getting another job. They always end up getting another job where they get paid millions plus, what they got paid before. Kid messes up one time,
that's it.
He's done.
You're done.
Bye-bye.
Unbelievable. Wow, people really want to talk to you. Let's see.
That's a good thing.
Oh, Chuck in North Carolina. Chuck.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
What's up, Chuck?
Jay, I'm a big ACC fan, always have been. I got a couple questions I'd like to ask you. One, what do you think about how the ACC is expanded and let all these teams in? Do you like that or not? I know it's a money thing.
Well, it's always about money. I get a little bit frustrated about it because I get frustrated that Miami wasn't in the league when I was in the league because I would have been partying down in South Beach. I didn't get a chance to go play there. But it gets to a point where it's like how many teams, you're going to bring 19, 20 teams into the ACC eventually. It loses the luster of what the old ACC used to be.
Yeah.
But look, the one thing that's inevitable is change, though, and money speaks.
Yeah, and plus, aren't they moving the ACC tournament out of North Carolina?
It's in D.C. this year.
Yeah.
It's in Washington, D.C. But I'm okay with that, though, because, look, it's always home court advantage for Duke, North Carolina, Wake Forest, or NC State when it's played in North Carolina,
Yeah, another question. How long do you think it will be, or if it will ever be, before Duke builds another Coliseum or out of that sweat box? Man, I've been to some Carolina games there, and it'd be hotter than hell in that something.
Oh, in Camden?
In Cameron, yeah.
God damn, it's hot. Them fucking students. If you want to hear some students raise hell, you go to fucking Duke and Carolina game. That's real.
Well, they just put AC in Cameron Indoor Stadium, which I wish they didn't. Because there's no better
advantage.
There's no better advantage than playing inside this little tiny gym when it's so damn hot that it's like the first 10 minutes of the game and Jimmy wouldn't be able to breathe. Like Jimmy's hands would be on his knees struggling, and I'd be looking at him like, "Oh, we're about to whip their ass."
Jimmy is like that in air conditioning.
Hey, one more question. How much longer do you think Coach K is going to coach? He's what? Is he rocking on 70?
Yeah, I think he's getting up there, but I don't know, man. I don't see that guy stopping anytime soon.
Me either.
And he looks exactly the same from the 1991 clip we just played.
It's a,
the
you know
guy
what's
doesn't
crazy?
age.
It's a that
69.
Dude, he's 24. I will say that's the most brilliant thing about him. He is 24/7. He is relentless. Like even when the game is over, 3 hours after the game, he's watching tape or thinking about the next game, or thinking, hey, I was on the phone with Carmelo, or I was on the phone with LeBron or Kobe. Like he's always working. Like work is his life.
He can get any of those guys on the phone if he wants to.
All day. That's USA basketball. It makes him one of the most powerful figures in the sport.
Oh, USA basketball. That's right.
Yeah, you ever look at him and just go, enough already? Do something else. Go see a movie.
How long has he been coaching there?
I think he's been
forever.
a dude for, I don't know, since the 80s?
Definitely
early
80s. He was an assistant in 74.
Right.
At Indiana for Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight.
And then Army, I think.
He was at Army first.
He came at Army first,
and then he went to Duke.
Duke since 1980.
I hope he never stops. I want him to do it for as long as he can. I'm drafting.
His first couple of years, man, they wanted to hang that motherfucker. He didn't have too good of leaders. They wanted to can his ass. And then he got good, and Christian Laettner put him on the map, and bam, bam, bam. How many times did you beat Carolina when you were at Duke?
Oh, yeah.
I think I was like 8-2.
I'm a Tar Heel fan.
8-2. So was I. That's the beautiful part about it.
And you wanted to go there,
I got
right?
turned down by North Carolina.
Ain't that some shit?
Mm-hmm. It's all right. It all comes full circle.
Where is Duke? Where it's in Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina?
Duke is in North Carolina.
It's only like a couple miles away from each other.
It's about 10
right
miles
down the road.
10 miles away from
That's what makes the rivalry so great.
Of course.
You all go to the same restaurants and hang out. And
Do they all see each other drinking? The students must see each other when they're out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Razz each other.
Yeah.
Good-naturedly.
Yeah.
They have some good pickup games in the summer, too, between all those players. NC State, all those guys play pickup games in the summer.
They used to. No more, though.
Why?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it got too much. I mean, guys were partying over at North Carolina, got in trouble. You know what I mean? It was like one of those things where it's cool when you're playing pickup games, but look, guys from Duke wanted to go to North Carolina and party when they got like, 20,000 undergrad, 25,000 undergrad?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Duke is like a predominantly small school, so guys will go over there, and some guys got hit with some DUI, some guys got hit with some other issues.
Yeah.
So it's like, rather keep it safe than sorry.
Gotcha.
I'll tell you one more thing. I know his dick worked in college because Duke and Carolina boys get some fucking pussy.
I know they do. They down there tearing shit up at Tobacco Road.
God
They ain't
damn,
fooling me.
Where did you come from?
They come to town and take all the local pussy, don't they?
I'll tell you something else before I go. Jason does a real good job on commentating.
Oh,
on
definitely.
Yeah,
TV.
thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
Chuck, are you a big college sports fan?
Oh, I go to everything in HC, man. Everything.
Okay.
All right, Chuck.
My sister went to Wake, and she was a tutor to athletes, and I used to get all kinds of tickets, man. I've been to all them schools.
Oh, you love it. Okay.
Nice.
All right, man. Y'all have a good day. Good
Well,
talk to you,
I wanted to
All
ask,
right, man.
I wanted to ask how was your racism today? You all right? I noticed you pushed it down for this phone call. I'm not letting you off the hook.
He had me fooled all the way. Wait a minute. He's a what?
right?
I picked up, man. Sherrod, I can't get on Sherrod's fucking show.
Oh, Race Wars?
Yeah, man. I told him a different name and told him I was a sponsor for Afro Sheen.
Sponsor for Afro Sheen.
You're an old-time racist. Nobody used Afro Sheen anymore. He was a racist 35 years ago.
You remember the blowout kits?
Yes.
The best thing about Chuck, he lives in an area where the gays have moved in, and Chuck is trying to have an open mind.
What part of North Carolina is it? Where are you, Chuck?
I live north of Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay, yeah, I got family down there.
And I guess some of the gays have moved in, and Chuck is.
They've been there.
He's trying.
Like I said one time before, Asheville is gay out the ass.
The gays have always been there. They just been hiding from Chuck.
Chuck's trying. Chuck's trying to expand his horizons.
I feel it.
He's trying.
Asheville is a magnet for them some bitches.
Jesus.
There's faggots.
All right, Chuck.
It's a faggot magnet.
Let it go, Chuck. Let it go.
Said Asheville's a faggot magnet.
See,
I'll see y'all.
I just wanted you to see the other side of Chuck for a little while.
See you, Chuck.
The real Chuck just stood up, huh?
Yeah, that was his full court press.
He's got some turmoil in his heart. He's trying.
Oh, but you just had to stir the pot. You just had to stir the pot.
The man is trying. We know that.
Turmoil in his heart.
He's got a little turmoil. He's trying.
And a tent in his pants with all those new people moving in. It's very confusing.
You don't like how it's making him feel, Jimmy?
Yeah, exactly.
He don't need no Viagra.
Yeah. You see those two men holding hands, and all of a sudden you're a little stirring in the front. What's this all about? What's this little stirring?
But Chuck is trying. He's trying to learn.
How long has Chuck been calling into the show?
Years.
Since 1940.
We've had some brutal calls with Chuck over the years.
Yeah.
Like
brutal.
what?
You know.
Come on,
I don't remember specifics right now.
He leaned in though, didn't he?
He leans in.
Hey, Opie, let me change the subject. You think Erin Andrews is going to get her $75 million?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
The hotel gave the guy the room right
How
next
is that
door.
possible? How do you give somebody the room next door to the person they ask for?
Did they ask
crazy?
Did he ask for her room specifically, or did he find out what room she was in? 410. Hey, can I have 412? Hold on, Travis.
Yeah, no.
He knows. He knows something.
No, he found out what room she was in, and he just asked for the
room next door.
He didn't say, "Hey, can I have the room next to?"
Yeah,
That's not crazy.
So he said, "Can I have the room next to Erin Andrews?"
No, he didn't say that.
He just said, "Hey, can I
410.
have 410?"
Yeah.
He knew what room and then said, "Okay, I need to be next door."
That's not crazy. Some people do that. They'll say, "I've stayed there before, and I want 410." That's not that crazy. She's not getting $75 million, but she's going to win.
She's going to get
Well, that's what I meant by your question. She's going to get a lot of it.
Well, it's crazy because I was watching a part of that the other day, and they started asking her about all the different endorsements that she got. And they're like, "Well, do you have an endorsement with Reebok? Do you have an endorsement with this person?"
After
because the claim was that it was hindering her life and her career. Where they were trying to make the point where it's actually elevated her career.
Jay, I made the same point, but you got to make it carefully.
No.
I'm saying I've said the same thing. Erin, what happened to her is horrible.
Right.
But in the end, it helped her exposure and her career. A lot more people knew about Erin Andrews because of that.
It did, but I think it destroyed her. I've known Erin for a while, and she's such a sweet girl. And there were times where she'd be like, "Jay, there's somebody taking a picture," and you're like, "No, Erin, there's nobody taking a picture." But you start living your life that way, it messes with you mentally.
Right.
And how much is that mental compensation worth, though? I guess that's a real question.
I fault the guy more. The hotel, I think, didn't. They just didn't see that coming. The guy is the vulture. The hotel is just
absolutely.
Maybe they were a little more complicit than they should have been. But I don't think their intentions were bad. But that guy's a scumbag.
But how do you not see that a dude altered the keyhole in your hotel? Well, do you not have cameras?
He's standing outside the door, right? Like with
his camera,
and
he already
outside the
altered
door in the
thing.
hallway, right?
Wait, was he outside the door?
Was he outside?
Outside the door.
Or was it connecting in between the two?
He was outside the door.
But was it a doors in between the two?
No, he was outside in the hall.
Outside in the hall. Right?
That's how I remember it.
Plus, there's no peephole in the door between the rooms.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
And he altered it, and he taped other women in the same way. So it wasn't the only time he did it.
So he obviously knew the system.
My man standing in the hallway with some kind of camera in the peephole.
He probably lines it up real quick. Probably lines it up real quick, and then just kind of stands there casually listening. And as soon as you hear something, you pull the camera down. That's all.
You know your creepiness, don't you, Jimmy?
I can't
Jimmy
see
was
doing
able
that.
to break that down like it was an instant analysis.
We got a creeper among us.
It's actually simple. Let me draw it up for you.
Let me explain. Let me break out my blueprints.
That guy's a real.
She's getting that money though. She was balling on. She crying and I can't go nowhere. 17 views 17 million times. She's gonna get at least.
Is that how many views?
Is that the article on Deadspin? Marriott ownership rep accused of playing Erin Andrews' peephole video for friends.
That's not going to help.
Got him right there.
That's not going to help.
That's not going to help at all.
That will not help one bit.
Oh, she getting that money.
I hope she gets everything. Good for her.
No, all I'm saying it's a weird thing because everyone knew more about Erin Andrews because she had to go through this horrible thing. And
but here's the thing, though. But if she had asked for that, if she was one of these sex videos like Kim Kardashian,
right?
If you knew there was intent behind it,
right?
One thing, but I mean, she didn't ask for that.
Of course, she was.
You know what I mean? So
she was an innocent victim.
If it increases her exposure,
right?
Even people who
I would still. I mean, look, if I got screwed, like I'm gonna still take advantage of it.
No,
you know what I mean?
All I'm saying, she absolutely should sue. She was done wrong. All that, yes, of course. But it's weird how sometimes people's fame becomes something because they went through a horrible thing. That's
true.
Would she be as successful if she didn't go through that? You think?
No. Well,
I know, she was already on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, she was on Dancing with the Stars.
Now she's hosting.
She's
hosting Dancing with the Stars.
Wasn't Dancing with the Stars after this?
No, I think it was before.
I think it was before when she competed, and then she got the job after.
You know what? Then what the fuck am I talking about? She was well on her way. I felt like Dancing with the Stars was after the fact.
Here's the horrible thing about it. Even people who feel bad for her, when they first hear about it, they go like this: I want to see that video. Everybody watched the video.
I didn't see the video.
You didn't see the video?
Actually,
I'm not playing.
I've not seen the video.
I'm not gonna. I would like to see the video.
I've seen the video. I saw it when it first came out.
Wow.
It's peephole.
I'm going to feel uncomfortable. Oh, I see Google coming up right now.
Where'd you go? Peephole.com?
I'm guessing it's probably
She's best friends with my girlfriend. I'm going to feel uncomfortable here.
Let's take Jason as he watches because he's going to work with him.
No, I'm going to feel uncomfortable. I can't do that. I can't do that one.
He's being cool. He'll walk. I watched the video. I watched the video. I watched every video.
There's
only so much that he could.
Well, my girl and her are best friends, so I'm not going to do that.
Plus, you got a lot to lose.
I'm not going to do that.
I understand the.
I would watch a video of my girl's best friend every day. Every fuck I wake up to it. Hey, Vera. Play.
I've actually never seen it.
I've never seen
it's probably down now. Right? There's probably a.
No, you can tell that's what the horror
That's
is.
what they were saying. It's still on the internet. That's
people
the crazy
send it
part.
to her every day, like still shots from it.
How can? Well, they might.
It's getting millions of views like per day. Supposedly.
Well, where is it? Like, how can you not?
You can save it, download it, and you still got it.
Right. But I'm saying that's true.
That shit never goes away.
Never. That's why I think she's going to get paid.
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars was 2 years after. Thank you, Travis.
Oh, it was 2 years after?
Oh, was it?
Okay.
So I'm back in the game with my theory.
Then it got better. Her life got better.
You got to be careful though. It's a horrible thing she went through. But it's weird how that could push you forward.
Can you imagine how many times you got taped somewhere in a hotel and it's not out on the internet and people don't know you, so it's just out there?
Well, here's the thing though. Imagine like your life. It's like almost like the Ronda Rousey thing, right? Like nobody wants to be sad for Ronda Rousey, but you lose one time, and then all of a sudden, everywhere you go, there's always somebody that's going to bring that up and talk about it.
Yeah.
Like that mentally is it's crippling.
Well, we're getting close. We're getting close to the rematch. I mean, she's got to beat Misha Tate.
But Misha Tate, and then we go back to Holly Holm.
That's no doubt in my mind.
Well, Holly Holm is fighting Misha Tate, so hopefully.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, Holly's fighting Misha, so Holly's got to win, and then it's very obvious that it's rematch time. So obvious.
I think
if Misha Tate beats Holly Holm, then it fucks it up for a little bit, I think.
Who do you take in the rematch, though?
Holly.
You take Holly over Ronda? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
about
I'll take
that.
Ronda.
I don't
think so. She took a hard. I think she beat her heart out. And then fuck the physical loss. She took a mental loss, like a hard loss.
We've had them all in, but we really like Ronda Rousey. Holly was very nice. She was pleasant, but I don't know.
Ronda's got a better personality.
It's almost like Ronda Rousey and Cam Newton are almost like the same people. You know what I mean? With just the way, like how flamboyant they are with women and how they approach it. And it's like they lose. Like America doesn't feel bad for the losers. You know what I mean? Especially when they come out and they talk like that.
Right.
You know, it's like if Floyd ever loses, people are waiting for that day.
It'll be a national holiday.
If he fights Triple G,
I would like to see. He's not going to fight.
He's not going. I wouldn't. I would stay away from Triple G.
He's not going to fight him. That's why Tyson mocked fucking stupid Floyd Mayweather. He's a good fighter, great defensive fighter.
Yeah,
but he's boring.
He is boring. He wins, but he's a boring fight.
And that Pacquiao fight, I'm like, I paid this amount of money for this.
Wow.
To see some kind of defense, just the whole fight. Let me see a fight. Let me see like a real old school fight.
No
like
one said about that fight. That fight should have happened years before. Obviously,
I don't care about the rematch. Like if Floyd fights Manny,
is that happening?
Whatever. I don't know. Supposedly,
potentially
it's in the talks here, but I don't
Triple
care.
G, that's what I want.
I want to see somebody fight Triple G. That's
With Manny
Triple G,
coming out,
Canelo.
He's saying all this gay stuff now. I don't think no more fights for him.
Who?
What was up with that?
Pacquiao.
He don't.
Twice he said it. He did it twice. He came harder the next time.
What did he say?
Gays need to die. Some shit like that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
This is recent.
He's a politician in the Philippines, though.
Yeah.
And a singer.
And a singer. And the best karaoke singer of all
I mean,
time.
all kidding aside, the man's an entertainer. I mean, when you,
I don't think it's right what he said, but you got to realize where it's coming from. A guy that came down from the mountains, didn't know what TV was or cars.
Apparently, or the Philippines, because they got more boy girls over there than anywhere.
So seeing a gay person that had to have blown his mind if he didn't grow up with TV or fucking cars.
But that's his excuse way back in the day. Now he's been all around the world. He's an international star.
I'm just
know that some people are gay.
It's more of a.
But he hates them. He hates the gays.
He's all in with the hate.
He hates
I couldn't believe he said that. My mouth dropped to the floor when I saw that.
That's not smart.
I couldn't believe the kind of freedom they had in the Philippines.
Sherrod, you got problems.
Hey, can I ask
you can speak your mind?
Can I ask you about Triple G? Because I'm out of the boxing game. Who's Triple G? I really don't know.
Triple G is one of the baddest boys out there right now.
Pull him up.
That's the fight Louis took me to. He's fucking awesome.
He's unbelievable, man. He's off the charts. I would love to see Triple G and Canelo. I mean, I know it's in talks, but like that's like the fight. Like that's the fight right there. Like Triple G, like it feels like he's one of those dudes, Opie, it doesn't matter how many times you hit him.
He's staying.
He just keep moving forward.
It's like he's like Coda, but way better.
But look when he's fighting Canelo Alvarez next year. Like it literally UFC will give you fucking fights every couple of months, and you'll finally see the matchup you want in 5 months. These guys, sometime next year. That's why boxing stinks.
Why don't they learn from the UFC?
Because they're dumb.
You got to move up these fights.
I don't know.
That's why
you say you got to
boxing
move the fights.
stinks.
You got to start seeing the amount of
bit.
money they make on these fights. So it's like, think about all the stuff they did on pay-per-view.
Oh, it's
like
a
the
lot.
amount of money they do on pay-per-view because they build it up for months and months and months.
There's few of them. There's so few of them now.
That's what I'm saying. That you chime in because like, I haven't seen a fight in a year. I want to see this fight.
I grew up a huge boxing fan. I didn't miss one of those fights on TV.
Who's the heavyweight champion?
I loved it. Remember ABC used to get a fight every
Who
week.
is the heavyweight champion? It's
but you see,
it's like I know it's like I think it's a Russian guy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was Klitschko and he lost.
Yeah, Klitschko.
But the fact that
problem.
somebody goes, that used to be
there was a
the
time
most famous
you went,
athlete
George
on earth.
Foreman,
Yes,
it was
exactly.
Ken Norton. You just knew off the top of your head.
Yes.
And then I want to see Mike Tyson like bite somebody's ear again. I want to see a fight.
I was at that fight. I was out there in
You were
Vegas.
there?
Yeah.
You were in the fight or you were in Vegas?
I was in Vegas at the fight because I went with Chrissy. Chrissy was doing Bally's. I went with all my boys. Me and one of my boys got tickets to the fight. But then it was a brawl in the MGM after.
Right, huge brawl.
And that was the best part of the fucking weekend. Motherfuckers got it in.
I was at one of the. I was at a Holyfield fight. I parachuted in. I forget who he was fighting. Was that Holyfield Lewis?
I don't know.
I actually was in a documentary.
When you were at that Tyson fight, did you know that he bit his ear?
Oh, yes. Everybody knew.
Everybody
You knew from
knew
the
about-
first bite.
Well, because
he bit him
like
twice.
Holyfield like jumping up and down, like yo,
Yeah. And Mills Lane's like, he bet him.
How do you
He
keep
bet
your
him.
cool?
He
By
bet
the
him.
way, how do you keep your cool if somebody bites your ear? Like I'm throwing haymakers. Like I'm taking off the gloves. We about to
Tyson
really
knew
fight.
he was losing. That's why he wanted to take it
No,
there.
he said he was
No,
really
he was
mad.
frustrated.
Oh, that's sorry. Is that Riddick Bowe?
That's
got
Riddick
hit.
Bowe and
That is
Evander
Riddick.
Holyfield. Ooh.
He said he was.
That was a good fight.
Tyson said it was because he kept getting headbutted, and
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
really
frustrated
pissed
by
that
the
he kept
headbutts.
headbutting him. And this was the second fight, and they said there was a
Oh,
second
is that
time.
that
it was-
fight you were talking about, the MGM Grant?
No,
No, that's the
that's the guy
parachuting guy who
parachuting
got
in.
beat up. He should have got beat up. You fucking parachute into a heavyweight fight. You fucking fuck you, asshole. And you should get beat up by the corner. Fuck yourself.
And you get beat up looking like that with your silly parachute outfit on.
Yeah, you're all
Snuck
caught in the
face
cord.
30 times.
It's like they're beating up Mork from Mork and Mindy.
Ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah, you deserve it. Two guys work all this time to fight out. You fuck it up with getting attention. Look at me. Look at me. And all these guys in the corner are just gearing up to fucking punch.
Here he comes. Look at him.
Can you imagine the horror of landing and seeing five guys punching their fists?
You're like, no.
With
They're all
Riddick-
like, oh, and they know exactly where you're coming down. I'm glad they beat
You
him.
see Riddick Bowe giving the nod, like, take him out.
Take
this
him
guy out.
Hey, 11 minutes still.
And they got caught up in the lights.
Yeah.
His parachutes are caught up in the lights.
This guy sucks.
We got to take a break. David Coulier.
Oh, Dave Coulier is here, yes.
You want to hang, Jay? You good? Or
I don't know. Whatever you guys want to
Oh,
let me
my
do.
God. Please stay.
Dave Coulier is here. I'm only here till 10 today, but I'm going to miss Ralph Macchio. But
We got Ralph
How you gonna
Macchio.
miss Macchio?
I know. We interviewed him before. I have something at 10 o'clock. I have
He's
to
a
leave.
big Jets fan. He loves the Jets.
I'm going to try to fuck him when he comes here.
Wow.
Just for the
What?
story.
Look at
All right,
you.
cool.
Karate
All right,
Kid.
wow.
I fucked the Karate Kid. I can tell everybody that story.
You gonna use
Don't tell
protection?
Manny.
Are you gonna use protection?
No, I'm going raw.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm going to look him right in his eyeballs while I do it.
You're an animal.
Open those eyes.
Jay Williams, what are you promoting? Anything?
I don't know what I'm promoting. I'm
book.
promoting your show.
Please,
I do
the
want to
book.
give a big shout out to my boy Billy, though, who's been going through some surgeries and been struggling. We've been praying for you, Billy. So, but yes, my book, Life is Not an Accident, Memoir Reinvention. Check it out. I try to be as real and honest as possible.
Nice.
And you did a good job with that.
Dave
Like I
Coulier-
said, the excerpts I've read.
I got to pee.
Jimmy's got dates all over
Jimmy,
the place.
Red
all
Bank
the things
tonight.
you say, and then you say I have to pee.
I have to pee badly. This coffee's destroying me.
Red Bank tonight. And Saturday is
Montclair.
yes, of
Walmart
course.
Theater.
And we're
Red
gonna
Bank,
watch
New Jersey.
And we're going to watch the UFC fight after Jimmy's performance.
That's right.
Sherrod Race Wars on this channel
Yes,
Wednesday
I'll be in
nights.
town this week in the city doing spots.
All right, good. We got to take a quick break, and David Coulier is up next. Stay there. There's a lot more people in the room besides me and Jimmy. We got Sherrod Small. We got Jay Williams, our new friend Jay Williams.
Yes.
You fit in perfectly around here, Jay.
I feel like I'm part of the team. I
You
feel like I've
are.
known you guys for 30 years.
we were watching you closely. You were laughing at the good stuff.
I always laugh at the good
He was
stuff.
laughing at the good stuff, right, Sherrod? He wasn't laughing at the easy stuff. That's a no-brainer.
Right.
You really look at a guy, you get to know him like, all right, he's
Look
laughing
at
at
the-
that.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
he's all right.
Yeah, I
He's
got
one of us.
issues. I got issues. I recognize that.
We got Dave Coulier outside the studio
Yeah, bring him in, Roland.
promoting Fuller House.
That's right.
Fuller House.
We've
which
never
is,
had Dave on.
I don't know why we've never had you on, Dave. Why
All right,
have we
there he
never
is.
had Dave
Maybe the
on?
perception is I'm just not funny.
No.
Well, I didn't say that.
How you doing?
Hey, man.
Bob
Hey,
Saget
how's
was
it going, man?
Good
Troy.
morning. Hi, thanks for having me on.
What's up,
Bob
Dave?
Saget was in.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, man.
Bob was in 2 days ago.
I was with Bob last night.
He's a good friend of ours.
He's
Yeah,
my
he's good.
filthy Jewish sister, is what he is.
What did you guys do, Colbert?
We did Colbert last night, and then went out for drinks.
Oh, where at?
We went to that new Ralph Lauren polo joint, and
What?
Bob was like, "Oh, it's Ralph Lauren's new place." And we walk in, and there's Ralph Lauren wearing chaps, and I'm like,
really?
Yeah, he looks like a washed-up jockey.
Yeah.
Walking around.
I actually hung out with Ralph Lauren
Did
before
ya?
and his wife Ricky.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
they,
good
they were
people.
there last night. They
Yeah.
were there
If I
last
had
night.
his money, I'd be walking around with anything on.
And so Bob, being life's mate or D, walks right up to Ralph Lauren and goes, "Hi, I'm here, Bob Saget." Like he's gonna know. Like, "Oh, I watched America's Funniest Home Videos, Bob." Yeah.
Did you
So he
recognize
walks
him or
up.
no?
No.
I don't think so.
He
And
had
then
no
he goes,
idea.
"I'm here with Dave Coulier and John Stamos. We just did the Colbert show." And he goes, "Can we get a picture?" And he goes, "No." No. And Bob goes, "At least I tried."
Wait, Ralph Lauren in his own place said no?
With
Said
chaps.
no.
What a
With
douchebag.
chaps. With chaps, yeah.
Why would you say
I'm like,
no?
you know how far you'd get thrown off an actual horse? Okay.
No, let me ask you, after he said no, did you continue the conversation?
No,
Or did you
he
walk?
just
Because I would
kinda-
have walked away. I'm like, oh, I don't like this dude. I'm walking away.
He just kind of walked away smoking an imaginary cigar. I don't like people.
Oh,
No, he wasn't.
Douchebag.
He wasn't real accommodating.
He's a douche in his own place.
No.
Who
Right.
says no in their own place?
But Bob was raving about this place. He's like, "It's unbelievable. You're not going to believe the atmosphere." And Stamos sits down and he goes, "It's all cougars in here with pumped up lips. Why are we here?"
Nice. Now, where is this place again? Cougars is my thing.
You like, yeah.
With the
Why
pumped
not?
up lips
pump-
too?
yeah.
Yeah.
That lip job
even
is
better.
that's
It's too much.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it looked like an episode of DuckTales, though, man, with all the pumped up lips.
I don't
there
mind
last
that
night.
though. I don't,
You don't mind it
No,
either.
because she's trying. I like that. She's
I
trying.
like to see a bitch still in the game.
Yeah.
But
Jimmy,
how
you don't
does-
mind a lot of shit.
You're right. I really don't. I don't mind a dick on a girl. I don't mind big lips.
Said girl. Said girl.
Does anybody know? Do you guys know? Just because I don't, I'm married. But what does pumped up lips feel like on your wiener? Does anybody
Great.
know?
Like
it does.
like a pillow, like one of those, like a fucking memory foam pillow.
Like two desperate pillows, just
Like
trying.
like a memory foam.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Your mouth is so Tempur-Pedic.
I can sleep here all day.
The problem is they go too far with that shit. Maybe a little bit, and then they always go
Yeah.
too
Too
fucking
far.
far.
There was a
And
lady
you
there
gotta
last
go,
night who
stop.
There was a lady there last night who had to be helped in. She couldn't walk, but her face was like plastic.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, if you don't look down, you're all right.
Yeah, the face is okay. The mouth's okay. Yeah. That's what you should tell her too. You're not bad. You got a good mouth. That's a creepy compliment to give a woman.
Fucking has like walking a tightrope. Just don't look down.
Dave, you know Jay Williams? I should introduce you.
Play for Duke.
We just met.
Played for Duke.
hi.
Yeah, we said hello.
Had a motorcycle accident when he was ready to be a huge NBA star. Turned his life around. He's on ESPN doing
I hope he just gets deep, really dark, huh,
He
Sherrod?
does.
God
But, I
damn.
mean,
His dick didn't work for a year and a
I know,
half.
this
That's
guy.
it.
Oh, his dick
Trying to
didn't.
commit suicide, you know.
He just went dark. His dick didn't work for a year and a half. That's true.
Oh, really?
But came
It's
back
like
from
an
the
E-True
dead.
Hollywood story.
Yep. And then
That's
he
what
came
it
in
is.
this morning, and all of a sudden it's fine. I don't know what happened. It's just us.
Well, I'm glad you know me now.
So, how do pumped up lips feel on your new wiener? Hey,
I just felt it.
I played in that Jimmy V tournament down there.
how do you
with all
like
the It's awesome. Those guys are amazing. I went out with Barkley and Michael Jordan one night to some bar. I've never seen anything like it. Just women. We were there 15 minutes, and I rode with Charles, and I started doing celebrity hand farts, like celebrity wind impressions for him. Dude, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard, man. You're sick. You're sick. There's something wrong with you. And so I just kept blowing hand farts. And so he's like, I want you to come to the bar with us. And he's Michael going to join. And I said, okay, great. So we go to this bar, and within a half hour, there were 200 women lined out the door, and Charles was kind of interviewing me. He's like, how you doing, baby? You want me, Michael, right? Yeah. Well, you go stand over there. And he was he was corralling them.
So Charles Barkley was like Turtle from Entourage.
He was.
Yeah.
It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Jordan's the only guy I know that can. He still wears the hoop earring.
You know, he's very
country
laid
Bama.
back.
He a Bama.
He's very laid back, but just kind of quiet and almost shy.
Yeah.
But nice guy.
Well, you make $300+ million a year. You don't have to say too much anyway.
You know.
But suck it.
But he got to smoke a cigar in a bar.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell Jordan to put a cigar
no one's
on.
going to tell him to stop.
You know?
He can do whatever he wants in a bar.
Yeah.
What's up with this fart thing? Bob Saget said, "Well, you got to get."
Too?
He goes, "You got to have Dave do this."
You just name a celebrity, and I do.
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. Here we go. You asked. That's it. I mean, I don't even know if you heard that.
It was a silent assassin.
It was a little
I
bubble.
get that.
That's what I call Adolf Hitler. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sherrod, give him one more. One more.
Another name?
One more.
Taylor Swift.
All right, here we go. Taylor, morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
All right, afternoon, she's wearing sweats.
He nailed it.
It's like she's here.
Oh, shit.
All right, I got one.
How about Betty White? How about Betty White?
I'm taking my scarf
Betty
off.
White.
Yeah, give me a Betty White. This is a good one.
I
Yeah.
got to kind of disrobe for this.
This Betty White one. This could be juicy.
I got to take my coat off.
Okay.
Betty White.
Betty White.
Shorts or pants?
I don't want to imagine shorts. I'm going to go pants.
All right, I got to lick up to this one.
Why is it so good? Why is it so
That's why
good?
she's been around for a long time. That's why she's been around for as long as she has, right
I'm
there.
not going to lie to you. I didn't have faith in this, but wow, this is all right. Right, Sherrod?
It's got so much personality.
It's got legs. When Bob Saget told us, I'm like, get out of here, Bob. You're setting us up.
That's Betty Brown right there.
All right,
Yeah.
maybe one more. One more.
It's up to you guys.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama. Here we go. She's been working out. It's a little sweaty.
Yeah, it's like the green juice.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
juice.
the
You know what I
moist
mean?
sound,
She's just been juicing.
Yeah, she's healthy. That's,
She got moist cheeks.
yeah. Not that funny, but that's just, when you're
It's
going
accurate.
for the real.
Absolutely.
When you're going for accuracy.
You got the accuracy.
Yeah, sometimes it's not funny.
You look the same, by the way. You look the same as you look. Jesus Christ, fucking amazing. You don't age.
Thanks, man. I drink out of the same coffee cup as Stamos. And
Right.
I don't know what's in there. I don't know what's in there, but I just drink from it. That's all I do.
The Stamos really getting a lot of tail on that show. Oh, that's in years.
I've never seen anything like it.
You got a lot too. Don't try to play it like I know your fucking track record, you son of a bitch.
You do not.
I do.
Alanis Morissette.
That was 1992.
All right,
Oh.
but with the rumor that
Peaches Rodriguez. Remember her?
Peaches.
No.
and cream.
But I shook you up a little on that. Didn't
No. I was like, wait a minute.
He's like,
I had to
holy
go through
shit.
the files.
now. What's Peaches
I had to go through the
Rodriguez?
files. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I was hammered one night. Yeah. was that a man?
I just made it up.
Some sort of man stripper. Peaches Rodriguez.
Oh, she's a man.
The name comes up.
Waist
Ladies
down.
and gentlemen, she's a little fuzzy.
Oh, yeah, it's the comedian Peaches. That's right.
Oh, okay. It's a real
That's right. She's a
person.
comedian. That's
How
right.
do you know her?
She's
Yeah, I know
halfway
it.
decent
Was it
looking.
Broads of what?
She's a really funny one comedian too.
Yeah.
Broads of Broadway?
Broads of
Is
Broadway's
that what it
better.
is? Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, there was the rumor with Alanis Morissette that you ought to know is about you. After you guys broke up, she took a pen and
What'd you do to her?
paper and went at it.
How'd you hurt her, you motherfucker?
No, she was. I'll tell you what. She's one of the most awesome people on the planet. She was living in Ottawa.
So it was you who
when I
fucked
met
her
her. Well, I'm telling you the backstory first. I'm telling you all the
Sherrod is
backstory.
relentless.
I was playing in the Heroes of Hockey game at the Montreal Forum with a bunch of NHL guys, and she came out to sing the national anthem. And I was standing next to Gordie Howe and Rod Gilbert on the blue line, and she walked out and smiled at me, and Gordie kind of gave me an elbow, and I said, geez, I wish I wasn't wearing a cup right now. And Gordie said, if you lay down on the ice face first, that'll go away. From a Hall of Famer. What a great line from Gordie.
Wow.
Beautiful
So then I hooked up with her for the weekend. We started dating long distance. She was in Ottawa. I was in L.A. I was a single dad, newly divorced, and I'm dating this young woman who wants to be a pop singer. singer, and she was awesome. She was smart, funny, could hang with the guys, sit and have a beer with you, joke around, and super talented. She was writing all that Jagged Little Pill stuff when I was dating her, and so when it came out, we had already broken up. And when I heard the record, I thought, oh man, there's a lot of personal stuff in there.
Oh,
yeah, just that we had kind of talked about, and when I heard it, we were broken up. I was driving in Detroit visiting my family, so I'm driving down Woodward Avenue, and the song comes on the radio. You Ought to Know, and I'm like, this is a really good song. And then I heard the singing, and I went, wow, this girl can really sing. And then I started listening to more. I went, oh man, I apparently hurt her feelings.
See, that's the scary shit when you start dating people who are entertainers, right? You got to be careful what you do. It can come back and bite you in the ass. I mean, like, you got to worry about that stuff.
Her and I got together after everything, it came out, and I said, I'm getting hounded by the press. What do you want me to say? And she said, you can say whatever you want, So the press would be, oh, is it true? Is it true? And then one time I was doing some red carpet thing, and they just wore me down with the same question. I said, you know what? Yes, it was about me. And then everybody's, well, is it about you or not? And I'm like, I don't know. No, I don't care. She's awesome. That's all.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, the theater line is very specific.
Yes. But you know what? Yeah. You do that popcorn cup trick one time, it comes back to haunt you.
But you should have said, yes, it's true, but we were actually seeing Schindler's List. That's the odd part of that
happening. Jimmy always takes it right there, huh?
Yes, he does. We can count on Jimmy to do that. There's a guy on the line that says he has had a beef with you for 20 years.
Oh,
really?
Oh no.
Let's 20. Let's help the
Bob. You're on the line.
Do I need these to hear him? Do I need these to hear him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got Vinny in Allentown. Vinny.
Hey guys, how you doing?
How's it going?
Oh Jesus, Vinny, you don't sound positive.
No.
I'll try to keep this entertaining and short. I'll probably fail on both.
That's like my wiener.
Back in the day, you used to have in your bio that you were the voice of Scooby-Doo. And you even had an article they did an article about you on TV Guide saying that you were the voice of Scooby-Doo. Now, I'm a big cartoon fan, and I knew damn well that you weren't the voice of Scooby-Doo.
You're a grown man, too. Let's remember that.
I know damn well that I wasn't the voice of Scooby-Doo either.
Well, your agent seemed to think so, because I ended up calling him, and he said, oh, no, what that really means is that he does the voice in his act. And I said, well, then you better tell TV Guide that they got it wrong. He's like, no,
yeah, TV Guide got it wrong.
So I called Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, you don't have a wife, do you, sir?
I had a lot of time on my hands that day. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
That day? This is all one day?
This is one day. Yeah,
this is one fucking bipolar episode?
And this was before unlimited minutes. I racked up the long distance call, right?
Oh, my God.
California.
He's got dried spittle in the corner of his mouth. That's not Scooby-Doo!
There's nothing more annoying than a cartoon fan on a mission. I won't lie to you.
Oh, man.
But I ended up spending the whole day, and Hanna-Barbera called your agent.
You're correct.
And I called him back.
You're absolutely 100% correct.
You remember this?
I do, yeah, because I was embarrassed about it. Because, I knew, I knew the guy who did the voice of Scooby. It was Don Messick.
But of course, here's the thing. A couple of years later, Don Messick passes. You auditioned for the role, and you didn't get it.
I lost out to a guy.
Jesus Christ.
You're absolutely right.
Are you going to kill Dave Coulier in a couple weeks?
This is just one of those things that's stuck in my proverbial craw.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. I didn't get the role, and now I'm happy to say my one of my best friends, Frank Welker, does the voice of Scooby. And Frank and I are both flying buddies. His hangar is right across from mine in L.A.
What are you talking about?
And we fly airplanes. And so
you white bastard.
You
white son of a bitch.
That's not a black activity.
Don't try to do anything smart or achieve anything, you idiot. like aviation. What a jerk. So
you can bring me along.
I'll take you flying. My son's a pilot. My son's a
nice.
25. He's a pilot for SkyWest Airlines. So he might be flying you around.
I flew in SkyWest recently.
So you don't hear any little black kids from Newark, New Jersey like, I want to be a pilot one day.
Yeah, well,
It's
not
just
really.
different.
We don't have the access to it.
Yeah.
I did go out to Teterboro and fly up in a.
It's expensive. It's expensive. My son went to an aeronautical university in Prescott, Arizona, and it's expensive.
Wow.
It's expensive,
Yeah.
What equipment are you qualified to fly? Like, how high can you go on the scale?
Single engine, multi-engine instrument.
Okay.
Yeah.
And wasn't JFK Jr. not instrument qualified? And
No, he was not. He was flying what's called a complex airplane, which is more than 200. It's 200 horsepower with retractable landing gear, and he wasn't qualified to be flying that airplane.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. And he was in what's called IMC, instrument meteorological conditions, which is basically you can't see.
And you need to look
you
at
need
the
your instruments to tell you where you are.
You need to use your instruments.
You need to be instrument rated, and
even to know if you're going up or down.
Well, if you're in the clouds, you can't penetrate clouds legally if you're just what's called VFR, which is visual flight rules.
What do you do if you see them?
If clouds?
Like if you see a cloud, you just got to turn around and go back?
Well, you can't penetrate them. You can go 1,000 feet above them or 500 feet below them.
Wow.
Or you can go around them.
Okay.
But you can't legally fly in the clouds if you're not instrument rated.
I wonder
how do they find out?
Wow.
When you're dead. That guy's dead. Oh, he wasn't instrument rated.
Of course. How bad was the weather when he was flying? Was it cloudy?
It wasn't cloudy. It was haze. And there was another pilot who I think was a reporter for NBC who was flying that day, also Dr. Bob something or other. And he was up and that same day, and he said it was zero flight conditions that day.
Wow.
And so probably he couldn't keep his eye on the coastline or whatever it was.
He had no visual reference, and if you look at the NTSB report, he pretty much did what every pilot does when they have spatial disorientation. You start to corkscrew because you can't your equilibrium gets lost, and you basically you get vertigo and you're just done, and he pretty much corkscrewed right into
right nose down.
Yeah, at a high rate of speed, which is always what happens because the airplane wants to go nose down because it's nose heavy.
Right.
And so he just but the unfortunate thing is he took two other people along with his bad decision,
And he probably
it's a shame. It's unfortunate.
He got so sick of people on commercial flights who meant well. Oh, your father was. He just couldn't take it anymore. Like he just, people would bug him so much about his dad, that he started to just fly himself.
It's just a tragedy and one that could have been averted. But you know what? Most accidents in aviation are pilot error, unfortunately.
Man. It was just a blessing that his mother she already passed before.
Right. And
That's
then
brutal. He was young.
And then they spent all that time finding him in the ocean just to throw him back.
Yeah.
Is that where he was buried?
They buried him at sea, yeah.
They had to find him to officially throw him
like a fucking Army, Navy warship went out
Navy.
there.
The whole Navy got involved.
Yeah, he was such a loved guy.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He seemed like a cool dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's just such a loss.
He visited Tyson in jail. Remember Mike told us a story?
Right.
That JFK Jr., I guess he knew him. I forget how he knew him. But he said that he actually came and saw him when he was locked up one time.
From his boxing days.
From
his boxing days.
From Mike's boxing days, right?
Yeah, from JFK Jr.'s boxing days. Yeah,
I think they went 6 rounds.
You need a manager.
I don't want to.
He'll knock you tomorrow, John.
I know we've moved on, but I don't want to hang up on this Vinny guy. I want to make sure he's cool.
Here?
I want to make sure he hangs up when he's
Vinny,
ready.
you good?
I'll be back.
Vinny, you good?
Man, he sounds like he.
I didn't think we'd be pulling back the cartoons after hearing somebody die in a plane crash.
But I was worried. I was like, man, he must have a Glock in his mouth right now, just about the cartoon stuff.
Are you going to let the beef go with David?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, still beef?
Oh, still there, huh?
No. It was like the Hatfields and the McCoys. Why should I give up now? I've eaten out on this story.
He needs this.
Right.
He needs this in his life.
I already admitted that you're absolutely 100% correct. Yeah.
Oh, I know. That's cool.
That was an error by somebody else. I would never, believe me, I've been working in cartoons for forever, since 1980, so I would never.
Ghostbusters. I enjoyed your work.
Thanks, but I would never, plagiarize or tell somebody that those people are my friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're going to let you go, Vinny.
Gonna pray for you, Vinny.
Blame TV God, Vinny.
Gonna pray for you, Vinny.
Wow.
Jesus. He's waiting out front for you, by the way.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You've been doing cartoons and animation since 80?
Since 1980, yeah.
What was your first one?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo. My first job.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was Hanna-Barbera, too? That was
Hanna-Barbera back when we used to record at Hanna-Barbera Studios.
It's better to do have like a partner in animation, ain't it? Patrice O'Neal said at the roast of with Seth MacFarlane on it that his problem, why he's always in front of the camera now, because he don't have a Barbera to smack him in his face and say, get back here and draw, stupid.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see you. As Patrice said that on the roast, on the Charlie Sheen roast. It was so accurate.
I still work on Robot Chicken and Adult Swim. I'm on a show called China, Illinois.
I love that show. What character you do?
I do Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yes.
I do Matthew McConaughey as the voice of God.
Yes. On a ski board, on a surfboard?
Yes.
I do Joe Pesci. I do Joe's voice on air.
That show's great. I love China.
I've never heard of this show.
It's really weird. It's out there.
The two brothers who are professors.
It's out there.
I got to check that out. Yeah.
Hannibal's on there a lot, too. Hannibal has like a recurring thing on there.
Yeah.
Is it on Adult Swim? I got to check it out.
It's a weird, strange, odd show. And they called me up and they said, we want you to be Ronald Reagan who comes back from the dead and wants to hang out with cool people.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
It's amazing.
It's a really weird, odd show. You're the first. There it is. You're the first person I've met.
And Baby
who's seen
Cakes.
it.
Baby Cakes is hilarious. All the songs the shit is fucking funny.
Yeah.
I can't wait to check it out for real.
Yeah.
What's the best voice that you like doing? The one the most?
Really obscure, like Albert Brooks.
Yeah.
And his brother, who was, who's basically Super Dave, but he was on Curb Your Enthusiasm as Marty Funkhauser.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're brothers.
I didn't know that.
Really? You didn't know that? Okay, my brother was Marty Funkhauser. All right, hold on. Listen to me, bear me out. A lot of the kids know my voice as Marlin from Finding Nemo. I'm in with the kids. It's all right. Okay, here's the story. My brother's name is Bob Einstein. That's right. And Albert is my brother. And when I was going to school, a lot of people would come up to me and say, your brother Albert is no Albert Einstein. That's why I hate you. Right there. See? I say it here, it comes out there.
Brilliant.
But,
That's brilliant.
But obscure, really obscure.
But I love the obscure impressions, right?
That's dope.
When it's something you've never heard before.
I never saw anybody do Super Dave.
That's right.
I used to loop Richard Pryor movies. I used to loop all of Richard's movies where I would dub over all the swear words.
Let's hear it.
That's some weird stuff, Jack. See, in the movie, you hear Richard saying things like, "Oh, shucks, mother, father."
That's you.
Yeah. So I dubbed Richard's movie.
That was you?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was me.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so any movie, any
Taking
Richard
a black
Pryor
job
movie,
away, huh? You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. White. I'm being all white and smart again.
God
all
damn
white
you.
and shit.
What's your progress?
We got Ralph Macchio outside the studio, too.
Never heard of him.
We have a busy show. Should we let him in?
Let him in.
Bring him in.
Let's let Ralph Macchio in. I heard he was right outside the door. Is he?
I want to see that.
Is he coming as Ali
Is that
G?
my cue to go?
No, God,
hey,
no.
look, it's Ralph Macchio.
I think we overbooked is what happened because he was scheduled for 10 o'clock.
All right.
No, don't please, Dave. Hey, Ralph.
Are you going to bring another chair?
Look at this. Hey, Ralph, good to see you.
He's trying to look for a chair.
What's up, Ralph?
He's going to take Jimmy's
That's
chair.
Sherrod Small.
Hey, how's it going, man? Good to meet you, man. Big fan.
And Jay Williams.
How you doing, man?
I won't tell the whole story again.
Please don't.
Because he's got a
Take
story.
me to dark places already. My penis is finally working, okay?
All right. I'm not going to tell the whole story again. But we love Jay Williams. He's on ESPN. Let's just leave it at that.
He's on ESPN, play for Duke. His penis didn't work for a year and a half. Oh, anyway.
There we go. That's a segue.
Yeah. Dave, what are you're promoting Fuller House? It was in the paper today. They picked up a second season, too.
Yeah, we got picked up for, more on Netflix, man. It's been an amazing ride. I've never seen anything quite like this. Full House was on ABC, and we had 24 million viewers. We were a big hit. But Netflix is worldwide, and it's just a different way of, people watching their programming, and it's been really an interesting learning process just to see how it's all done now.
Did you expect the numbers to be as big as they are?
No.
It's
no.
It takes us back to a place where we feel comfortable with that show. That show was just,
You know what? I agree with you. It's kind of become video comfort food for a whole generation of people. It's a guilty pleasure, I think, for a lot of people. So Fuller House is just kind of Full House 2.0. It's kind of an update to an operating system that people are already familiar with.
Yeah.
You know? So
a bit edgier, too.
You think?
A little bit.
You haven't seen it. Come on.
Way different not having Olsen twins around? Way different not having Olsen twins around?
Bugging you.
They didn't want to do it.
They didn't want to do it, right?
No. You know what? They're family. I don't know how much I could rebond or reconnect with something I did when I was 8 months old, you know? And they're fashion designers of the year here in New York. I get it. They haven't done acting in a while, but they're family, you know?
And be careful with that.
You know?
We know Bob Saget very well, and Saget is dirty and edgy, but man, don't say anything about the Olsen twins.
No, they're like our kids.
Yes. He made it very clear that was the only thing not to touch.
Sherrod's still thinking.
Yeah. Who's the hottest one out of those two? If you could have to bang one of them, which one would it be, Dave?
I just said leave it alone.
Would it be north or west? That's not name them. Up or down?
Oh, I can't even go there with you.
I told you.
It's Mary Kate.
I told you. Leave it alone.
Can't go there with you.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
In a race, in a relay race, who would win a race?
The three-legged man.
You're going to learn the hard way, man. Leave it alone. That's what I learned from Saget.
Yeah.
So they're untouchable, huh?
Yeah. Ralph Macchio, how are you, buddy? You finally got the mic set there.
I got the mic set. I'm good. I just like watching you tee up the Mary Kate. And, question. It's like better Dave than me. Good to be here, though. Great to be here.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Miyagi, would you hit that?
I don't know about that, man. That's a whole other. So you're taking it to a different place. You saying whack on, whack off? Is that
there we go.
Absolutely.
Now we get each other.
I just needed to top you right off the bat. So now it's all downhill from here.
Make your presence known.
That's right.
Great. Ralph plays.
A room full of comics. Let's go.
You're promoting a room of my own, right?
Yeah. We're it's when we hooked up this doing this, stopping in here, there were some tickets available, but I'm proud to say the whole run is sold out. But that doesn't mean it's only going till March 13th. It's a limited run. Great play off Broadway, the Abingdon Theater with Mario Cantone and myself. An awesome cast, very funny and also nostalgic and heartfelt too. And it's a joy. It's a joy to go to the theater and not see any empty seats. It's not a big house, but we may move this show to a slightly larger house, and or there's talk about television half hour. Right. Certainly, like when you talk about Netflix, Amazon, all these places or FX where you're able to say fuck occasionally, it gives you more options to do something that is like that in half hour comedy.
Now Mario Cantone, he's a friend too. So you guys play like brothers in this?
Nope. That's that would be the obvious choice, but a lot of people think that. No, it's actually a memory play. I am a writer. I lived going back in time to make sense out of the dysfunction I grew up in, and he plays my Uncle Jackie to my 10-year-old self as I weave in and out of the memory of my childhood on Thompson Street in 1979 in a studio apartment with my dysfunctional family. So
in the village.
In the village, yes. That's when Thompson Street was an NYU and rich people.
Right.
Now it's this was the heyday. One of the lines of dialogue I have is before the rents went sky high, the yuppies moved in and fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you like? What do you like better? Do you like being on Broadway better than actually acting on a movie set?
It's very different. It is very different. It's nice now. It's been a good 12 years since I've done theater, so it's nice to get back to that. And the cast is so good and tight. It's really, it's family-like. I mean, it's, film is exacting, you get those pieces. Right. And with theater, there's some things you hit, and then the next day, the good news is you get to go back and do it again. The bad news is when you nail it, you can't just it's not in the can, printed, and lives forever.
Right, you got to do it again.
So there's pros and cons to all of it, but better than be doing nothing.
And I just realized too, it's a small world. My niece worked on that play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's an intern. She's getting into the whole theater thing here in New York.
Nice.
I guarantee you probably didn't even run into her. But
how many shows you doing?
She was raving about this, though.
Yeah, it's really quite good. It's going to live in other places, but it's been a joy just getting this launch and the first production up.
And Mario's unbelievable. He used to do the radio show.
Yeah, Mario's great.
Something happened.
I
think he got too famous at the time.
Yeah.
And then blew us off and never came back.
He's very funny in this, but he's always funny.
I think that's what happened.
He's on The View now. He has no time for you.
That's right.
I don't know.
He's guesting.
We get some pretty solid people coming through here.
I'll give him some crap.
Gotta wake up.
I'll give him some crap today.
All right, please do. He knows us very well.
But I know he does, and he obviously his comedy is, he's just phenomenal with that. But this role takes a very, he's always funny throughout. No, there's a lot of pain. This is a guy in the late 70s that was kind of closeted and didn't have a lot of, anyone in his life, and there's a sadness to it. But he really plays these moments very well, and then intersperses just phenomenal, delivery, and it's a wonderful role for him.
Very
dope.
Cool.
That's dope.
That is dope.
That's a dream.
A dream
to be in a play.
Just a dream to be in a play.
Just to do it every day, because whenever I go see a play, I try to go see the first night and then the last night.
Right, that's a big
because you see all the change.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to see Hamilton.
It's hard to get in there, boy.
Everybody wants to see Hamilton.
You can't even get into Hamilton. Get out of here. Ralph Macchio could get in to see Hamilton.
It's hard to get those tickets, man.
Supposedly the next available is like 2017.
That's crazy. That's crazy time. There's not that many people.
I walked up and got tickets.
Jay Williams.
I walked up and got tickets. I did it 2 weeks ago.
Matinee show?
Yeah, it was like a 12:30 show. Come on. 2 weeks ago. Swear to God.
And you got them right there and have to go right in, though, right?
Yes. One single ticket?
I got 2 tickets.
I think day of you can get tickets.
I got 2 tickets. Together. It was like $545 a ticket.
I was just going to ask you how much.
You can get tickets to anything, really.
If you got the money.
Just, you put the house up.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was unbelievable.
That's what I hear.
It was rapping, but also very historical and informative. You know what I mean? Like I learned about Hamilton and about Benjamin. I mean, everybody.
My mother did this 20 years ago as a public school teacher in New York City. She had raps for history and math that she just did to her students so they can absorb the information.
Well, I think you should get a lawyer. You should get a lawyer right now. I think
she might have ripped you
should have a
your
piece
mom off.
One of those kids in that class
went in there like this. I got these songs.
Imagine that's what it is, really. One of the kids was in your mom's class.
Right.
You don't want to even think about it. Look at
all the chances I missed.
Holy shit. The timeline adds up.
Think about it.
Now, Dave, let me ask you a question.
It's not out of the ordinary.
You've heard Ralph's voice. Can you do his voice now? Since you've heard it a little bit?
Oh.
This is interesting now.
Not. I'd have to listen a little longer.
Okay. All right.
Could you do his fart though? That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that I could do.
He does so many farts.
He does famous people's farts. Yeah.
I'm looking at the pants. Looking at the pants.
Boxers or briefs? Do you need to know that, or that doesn't fact?
I'm gonna have boxers. Are you a boxer guy?
I'm a brief guy.
Well, that makes a big difference acoustically.
Okay.
Here we go.
That sounds like a Ralph Macchio fart if I've ever heard one.
I'm hard to stump.
I mean, that is a first on Opie Radio.
Yeah,
that is an exclusive, and that has to be up
Can
on
I try
the website.
I've never been stumped. I've never.
Well, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to stump you. Now you go Ralph Macchio Karate Kid fart. Is it different?
Oh,
it has to be.
Well, if there's a kick.
Boom! Got it.
Right there.
Never
so
fails.
accurate.
That's Karate Skid.
Right.
Karate
Skid.
Karate Skid right there.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
What was Sherrod's sound?
Oh, yeah. What's my fart like?
It looks wet.
You got jeans on, right?
I got jeans on, and I waked and baked this morning. So
what'd you have for breakfast?
Weed.
Weed. Oh, that's all right.
So me.
Yeah, it looks like it goes for a while.
That's kind of a bong hit.
Yes.
Kind of a bong hit.
I get in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a bong hit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You nailed it.
He nailed it on you?
I got to tell you guys about one thing. I got to go over to The View. I hate to be that guy.
High-class problems.
All right. Tell Raven Simone I send my love.
I will. I'm writing a musical storybook for kids called The Adventures of Jimmy Booger.
All right.
And Jimmy's a 10-year-old booger who lives in Nova Scotia. and I wrote 15 songs, and it's an electronic storybook. But Lori Loughlin is doing one of the voices. She plays Jimmy's mom, Sugar Booger. She works and manages Little Sneezers, which is the restaurant in Nova Scotia.
Sugar Booger.
John Stamos plays Buck Naked, who's a deer who hosts the most popular TV program in Nova Scotia. And at the end of his monologue, Buck pulls his pants down because deer don't wear pants. And that's a big thing that the audience loves. Jodie Sweetin is singing a country duet with Robbie Wyckoff, the lead singer from the Roger Waters Wall Tour. And it's 15 songs, but it's songs like We Love to Fart. There's a fart song, but it's really made for the 10-year-old in all of us. It's very sophomoric.
Are any of these songs online? I want to play one.
I'm going to
check this out.
Yeah. Can I play one on my phone?
Yes.
Let me see if I can do that.
Is this an exclusive?
Well, I've only played it one time anywhere else.
So that's a no.
So
we're always looking for that exclusive.
Macchio came in here kicking motherfuckers.
Trying everybody.
I think you guys would like We Love to Fart. Is this We Love to Fart? All right, so I'll just play it in here. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
But this is Jimmy and his best friend, Harry Noseman. And Harry's kind of a Rasta kid. And farts just crack them up.
Now, Noseman, is that Jewish?
You'll have to figure it out. Here we
Okay.
go. Let's see if I can get this working. I don't even know if it...
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Harry, that sounded like a T-Rex.
More like a velociraptor, Jimmy.
You better be careful, Harry, or you're gonna have a dinosaur butt. I love to fart, Harry.
Me too, Jimmy. Farts are the funniest thing ever.
Remember that one time when Mrs. Hooper bent over and you just blasted one?
Yeah, Jimmy, like this.
More like Mrs. Hooper.
Did I just boot my pants, Jimmy?
We love to fart.
Yes, we do.
We love to fart.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's tart. Sometimes I pass.
Oh, you do.
Some gas and glass.
Yes, you do.
We love it when it blows out of our...
Nice.
That's all we get.
Nice.
Well, I'm just going to
the ragtime kind of.
Right. It is.
Wow, 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 wow.
Sure, Jimmy. Everybody knows that one.
You said nose.
There's an even better book called The Gas We Pass.
So if everyone poops, that means everyone farts. Even famous people. Napoleon Bonaparte.
His name rhymes with fart.
The Queen of England, too.
Sometimes she has to go. Hey, Jimmy, this one sounds like a motorcycle.
That's the sound I make.
That's it.
This one sounds like a man.
Wow. Oh, shit. That was damn good.
We love to fart.
Yes, we do.
We love to fart.
Oh, yes, we do.
My mom works for a guy named Art.
Watch your tongue, whippersnapper.
More like whipper crapper.
Good one, Jimmy.
We love to blast.
Yes, we do.
A ton of gas.
Oh, yes, we do.
It sounds so funny coming out of your... The president rips him too. I'll bet it smells like poo. Even King Tut would blow him out of his butt. Even your mom will let one fly. We laugh until we cry. Your dog, even a bird, could really blast a turd. Woof, 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 woof. Tweedly-deedly-dee. Even your cat can really make a splat. Even a cow could really go kapow. Even a hamster. Wait a minute. Nothing rhymes with hamster.
You know what rhymes with hamster, Jimmy?
Yeah, this is what rhymes with hamster. We love to fart.
Wait for it.
Bravo.
Wow.
Bravo.
It's for 10-year-olds. And apparently you guys too.
My 5-year-old would love that.
I would play that all the time at 10 years old.
My kid would love that one. It's all about farts and poo.
It's April 15th, tax day, Jimmy Booger comes out.
Jimmy Booger.
Thanks for letting me play that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love to fart. Now I'm singing it all.
Yeah, no, that's going to be ringing in the head.
Are you leaving us there, David? Or you?
Yeah, I got to go do a thing at the View with Saget.
With Saget?
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
So,
what was the other thing you wanted us? You light your farts on fire still?
I don't do that.
Bob was telling us that, though.
Yeah, I did it one time, but it's not like something I do.
He gave me a whole list of things to make you do today. It was the celebrity farts.
I did that.
Anyone else remember?
I'm like Bob's little comedy jukebox.
Yeah.
What's that? Tell him F7. That's a good cut.
All right. Fuller House streaming on Netflix now. And you got the second season, so congratulations on that.
And come out and see my stand-up. I'm everywhere. Just go to my website. It's just myname.com. And doing a ton of stand-up dates these days. So
nice.
Come on out, see a show. It's fun.
March 10th, Wild Horse Resort and Casino in Oregon.
Yeah.
Pendleton, right?
Yeah, Pendleton.
And all over the place. So go to David's website.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It's a
this
pleasure
is
to finally meet you. What
my
the fuck?
first time, and what a blast!
We couldn't say no anymore.
What a blast!
What an idiot.
You've been hanging out with Vinny and Scooby Doo.
No, I like Dave. I like you, Dave. I'm fucking around. All right.
Thanks, fellas.
Are we gonna?
Appreciate it.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll take a quick break. Yeah. Ralph, you staying for a few more minutes?
I don't know. Sure, if they, until they bring the cane in.
All right, just in case you don't, it's with nothing to promote.
Yeah,
but
I do have a few quick things. I'm in at the Tampa Theater on April 9th in Tampa, Florida, and in the Santander Performing Arts Center in Reading, Pennsylvania, April 16th. They're screening the Karate Kid film, and I'm doing a live talk back.
Oh, nice!
And the fans love that.
Holy shit!
Awesome.
We're up to I think it's 32 years now.
Yes, it is, man.
By the way, you're 22 years old.
I'm 22.
Man. It's unbelievable.
Next time I do the show,
Jesus
I will
Christ.
be a toddler.
Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button in the house.
It's crazy what he looks like 32
It's getting a little
years later.
weird. It's getting a little weird.
32
It's a little weird now. Huh?
That was 32 years ago?
I believe so.
Yes, 1984.
I still say all the time, put him in a body bag, Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
say it all the time.
Put him in a body bag, Johnny.
It's pop culture. Who knew?
Well, you look great.
Wait, we want to get a group picture. That's
let's
why.
do that.
So we'll be back to finish up. Stay there. Yeah, we came back just to sort of wrap up. Jimmy's back from promoting his big theater tour.
Yeah.
You did a little Bob and Tom, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the first time I've ever been on. They're nice guys. I talked to them for like 10
Bob
minutes.
and Tom, yeah.
Yep.
You missed all sorts of things in here.
What did I miss?
Got a little crazy.
They did get a little crazy.
Did it really?
A
What
lot
happened?
of farting.
Oh, really?
David Coulier played a kid's song.
He played a 40-minute fart song.
Thank you. Me and Sherrod were looking at each other. You stop it. He's looking at me like, you stop it.
Macchio came in here swinging on people this morning.
love it.
Holy
Listen, man,
Was he singing or was he playing something?
He played it through his phone it was about 10 minutes long.
It went a little longer.
It's for kids, but I mean, I'm not going to tell him to put his phone down. But it was all right.
When it first stopped, you was like this. What happened? We're going to hit a whole thing?
Hold on. No. See, that's how you stop it. That's how you stop it.
As easy as that?
When it ended, I go, "That's all you got." I was joking,
And he was like, "Oh,
no, I got much more."
You just that was like a beach ball over the middle. He just took it right out. Wait a second.
It was all right.
It was the director's cut.
You missed him doing Albert Brooks and Super Dave Osborne.
Oh, that was great.
And supposedly they're brothers in real life. I never knew that.
I never knew that.
Did you know that?
Yes.
I hate you.
Albert Brooks and Super Dave Osborne?
Yeah.
It's old news.
Shut up, Jimmy.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I did not know that.
That's good acting, though. I wasn't sure. But he did it. He nailed those two.
Nailed it.
That was crazy.
Super Dave. I love Super Dave, man.
You love Super Dave?
Love. From the old Letterman days and all. Remember he had that show that used to come on late night?
Yeah.
Oh. The motherfucker's always hilarious.
Did you at least talk about your play? Did you get to talk about your play?
I did.
But
We
it's sold
we
out.
did all that. It's sold out, but we may be moving and
space.
or looking at television as well for it because it's got great characters, comedy, and so
What's it called?
It's called A Room of My Own. Mario Cantone is in it, and just a fantastic cast.
Mario's good live. I mean,
he is
great.
He's got that right energy for his stage.
And my niece is interning for this play.
Oh.
We got to go see this.
It's a
play,
small
man. I'm
world.
gonna see this.
It's sold out.
But they're going to add another. They're going to get a bigger venue, so more people can go.
I got the in. I can get us tickets.
He's got an in.
I can still get in. I'll just act like I'm a bouncer.
I can't get you into Hamilton, but I think I can get you into
The Room of My Own.
Room of My Own.
Is Hamilton popular?
Well, then Jay Williams casually goes, I just walked up to the theater and got 2 tickets one day.
Of course, the day of, you can get them if somebody missed them, but you still got to pay. You paid $500 for them, but if you got to go day of and then
You got to stand outside. That's what they were doing Book of Mormon for a long time. It's like you can't.
You saw Book of Mormon, right?
No, I have not.
Very salty language.
I walk
Don't
by it
waste
every
your time.
day.
Very salty language.
No, this play I'm doing is loaded with salty language, so I'm going.
Book of Mormon was just ridiculous.
It's great. Those
how
guys.
good it was.
Did you have to shed like the Karate Kid image, like because you were such a clean cut image? Like were there roles like, hey, I would like to do this, but they're like I used to.
No, you can't You can't shoot heroin and say fuck. What are you kidding me? Oh, we want you to take out the garbage and kiss the kids at night. Yes, no, maybe. Yeah. All of the above. It's just part of it.
Was there one role that you wanted that you didn't get, but you said,
good question. Yes, that role was a role in a film.
Scarface. I
want to say hello to my little. River Phoenix played the role, and the movies. I'm blanking out. Wait, what's happening?
My Own Private Idaho?
No, my Sidney Lumet directed this film. I am blanking out.
Stand by me.
Oh, I actually don't know.
Right now. Just give me. We got to look this up.
Well, we got the Google. So
wait, I'm just having a brain.
Did you ever
fart.
see?
And this happening more and more and more as I'm getting younger and younger and younger.
Did you ever see Q&A by Sidney Lumet? How fun, underrated is that movie?
Well, it's great.
Nick Nolte plays like the cop who likes having sex with transgender girls.
This is called. Did we find it? River Phoenix, Sidney Lumet movie. He was nominated for an Oscar.
Oh yeah, I got it. Okay.
Wait.
What was that?
Wait. Let's go. Sidney Lumet. River
oh my
Phoenix.
God.
This is the movie Running on Empty.
Running on Empty.
That's the role I wanted.
Judd Hirsch.
Yeah,
Judd was in that.
And I didn't. There was just option problems with Karate Kid 2 and trying to fit it in there. River Phoenix played the role, was nominated, and so I always feel the right person gets the part.
Right.
But that's the one I wanted. Although there's a lot of talk that I was I was Marty McFly before, and that's not true. I did not have the offer to Back to the Future. There was discussions. And then Eric Stoltz actually had the part for a while.
Right, and then they shot some and took him off.
And then Michael J. Fox, and that's but the right guy got the part. Just like the
you
right.
should go with that though and say, I just turned him down.
No, because what happened?
And I don't regret
what
it.
happened? That's what happened. The press is like, did you fuck up and turn down Back to the Future, you dick? I'm like, no.
See, I like the other side of this question. I know he's got to go. There has to be a movie that was a complete piece of crap that
you didn't take.
That you didn't take, and you're sitting at home going, "Oh, thank God."
There might be a couple, but they never. I don't think they were ever big enough pieces of crap. No one saw them.
Okay.
So you really can't. I could bring up like 4 or 5 indies that came my way that I said I'm never doing, and the things never found a home.
Sure.
But as far as one that was like released as a piece of crap, I don't have that. Or I'll get back to you on our next segment.
They're saying you got to go, Ralph.
All right, man.
Unfortunately,
listen, great time always.
Yeah, come back and see us.
Love the invitations. Always fun.
And you were promoting something before the last break.
Yes,
do that again.
Tampa. That's Tampa Theater, April 9th, and Santander Performing Arts Center in Reading, Pennsylvania on April 16th. They're screening The Karate Kid in a big movie venue, and I'm doing Q&A at the end. And
that's cool.
It's a big. People love it. Fans love it.
Do you keep in touch with the hot girl from Part 2 or no? Whatever happened to her?
I actually saw her about a year ago. She came to a screening of a short film I directed.
Oh, nice.
She's great. Tamlin Tamita.
Okay.
Tamlin Tamita.
All right, guys.
All right,
I'll leave
Ralph.
on that note.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
buddy.
Be good.
Good meeting you, brother.
I think we're pretty much wrapping up too.
I just got my gig tonight, and it was good promoting Indianapolis. I hope people come.
Jim. Yes. Of course people are going to come.
I hope they come.
You little Jimmy.
Oh, I don't know.
They love you, Jim.
No, I'll be lucky.
I'll
be lucky if I half fill Indianapolis.
There is one other thing that just has to be at least mentioned. Jared Fogel's getting fat in prison.
Sure, he wants to be less attractive. That's right. That's the last place you want to sexy it up.
Oh, but fat in prison is more attractive.
They're going to fuck that little rump.
Pale ass.
He's gained 30 already.
Yeah, it's going to hurt his endorsement.
It's too much salt in prison food.
He's gained 30 already.
Imagine if they said, imagine if somebody called him and said, you got to stay thin if you want the endorsement when you get out. We can't have a fat pedophile. You know, a skinny pedophile, you can go like, yeah, I fuck children, but I still eat these and I look good. That's all we care about.
Well, they got video of him, right? A picture of him in jail now?
They have a picture?
I heard that on the news yesterday. Somebody had some footage or a picture of him.
I don't know.
I already got smacked.
Huh?
I already got smacked.
He got smacked already.
Yeah.
Just smacked?
Look how you smiling.
No, he's like, he's a pedophile.
With a 12-incher?
No, with
He's got to be locked up 23 hours a day.
He spoke back to somebody.
Yeah.
And that.
Oh, he was trying to get tough?
Oh, that's good.
I think so, yeah. It's in the article that Paul's
The guy said something to him. He tried to toughen up. Oh, yeah. They just smacked him quiet.
If you're a pedophile, they got you separated from general population. Plus, he's a celebrity, so they got him separated even more.
But see, you did the crime, so you should be in there like everybody else.
They'll kill him. It's not a death penalty. It's not a death penalty for molesting kids, unfortunately.
I always say, if you can't do the crime, don't do the time. They stole that on Beretta, but it's mine.
He should have thought twice before he hit that fucking download.
Yeah, I mean, how long you got? 15?
Something like that.
Oh, that's the beat.
Speaking of Subway, they had an announcement the other day that I found completely ridiculous. They said that from now on, their 12-inch subs are going to be at least 12 inches.
They weren't before?
No.
They was cheating us this whole time?
I guess there was some...
They're 12 before they bake them. And then when they bake the bread, when the bread comes out, they're like
so and then everyone started complaining, so they had to make an official announcement. From now on, the 12-inch subs will definitely be at least 12 inches.
So who's been doing the raping first, Subway?
So
2 inches off.
They call him Chomo in jail.
Chomo?
It's short for child molester.
Did they really call him that? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Sounds like my nickname.
What am I missing in this story? Did we get it all, Travis? He's regularly taunted by fellow inmates at the correctional institution, and yeah, they call him Chomo.
Ew, look at his breakfast, fat boy. His breakfast is usually Frosted Flakes with fruit or oatmeal with cake. He loves Cake Day in the dining hall twice a week.
He buys honey buns by the box.
Buys honey buns by the box, as well as other pastries. Ew, fat boy.
Someone's trying to make it hurt for this guy.
How are they fucking letting fat boy eat cake?
Why do we need to know that he loves Cake Day unless someone really wants to get the word out?
He's known to eat an entire box of 8.
Oh
boy, is he stress eating.
In one sitting.
I'm going to get raped and get my throat cut. Honey bun, please. Well, I don't know. I should probably... we're going to fuck you ass, white boy. Honey bun, please. Honey bun.
We're going to fuck your ass. Well, as long as it's not on Cake Day.
He's stuffing honey buns up his asshole.
Yeah, I'm going to cut your throat, white boy. Can I piece of cake, please? All seconds.
You Chomo?
Yeah, I like how much honey buns you want? A box of honey buns.
A box of bars.
Can I have every honey bun? Little fat boy. Sitting there alone.
You think he likes it though? Like maybe this is like now he's free. Like he doesn't have to stay fit.
No, he's not. He doesn't like it. He'd rather have to stay fit and be able to look at child porn than fucking jerking off and eating honey buns in a cell.
You don't think the trade-off is...
Yeah, no.
Okay.
He lost millions of dollars.
It says the inmate slapped Jared across the cheek several times and made his face red. Jared just stood there stunned, then ran out the gym.
Well, that'll establish you as a guy not to be fucked with.
He ran out because they announced Cake Day.
It was cake in the hallway.
So that guy called him a dirty child rapist, and he made the mistake of talking back.
And then the guy smacked him.
And then he smacked him, yeah.
Several times.
The guy.
I think you got to just take that one.
Or you just got to punch the guy and then take the beating.
Real hard.
Yeah, you got to punch the guy and then just get beat up. And then they'll go, well, at least he hit the guy. Because if they slap you, first of all, he has.
I don't think anyone's taking Jared seriously.
He has a slappable
I don't think if you punch
face.
somebody.
I mean, at least if you punch a guy knows, all right, he's gonna.
He absolutely has a slappable face.
Yes,
I've never seen,
and that's before we knew what was going on.
Way
with this
before.
guy.
Yeah, now it's pinchable and then slappable. You like him young? Come on.
Now it's punchable right between the fucking eyes.
No, you pinch those cheeks. Come on, have a piece of cake.
Can I hear his breakfast again? Can I hear his breakfast again?
I memorized it. Frosted Flakes with oatmeal
and fruit
and
with
cake with some cake because he likes Cake Day and he likes eating honey buns and little fatty boy buys them by the box. Oh, little fatty Subway boy, little fatty Hoagie boy buys them by the box of honey buns because they remind him of little honey buns. I like little sticky buns, if you know what I mean. Yes, we do, Jared.
Yes.
How many honey buns you want? Gonna whip your ass, white boy. Other box, please. Go box of honey buns. I'm gonna stress eat alone at my cell. Box of honey buns for Chomo. Don't call me that, please. It's not my name. Oh, little fat boy likes cake day.
Oh,
they always know it's cake day because they hear him going, yay!
Cakey.
Cake day, yay! Little pinchable cheeks.
Poor Jared. What's the line from Trains, Planes, and Automobiles about the pizza, John Candy? I swallow a lot of aggression.
That's from Stripes.
Oh, Stripes.
As well as swallow a lot of aggression. As well as pizzas.
John Candy.
Yeah. Thinking about Jared, his aggression. And
Dewey Oxburger.
He's swallowing aggression and honey buns.
He's going to die in prison.
Well, I hope so.
Just from his eating habits. You can't eat a fucking box of 8 honey buns a day, nigga, and not die.
Rumor is he likes cake day.
Oh, fuck him. He was gaining weight before they arrested him. They pulled him out of that house. They were hiding him because they pulled him out of his house. He was already...
That's from the liquor, though, I believe.
Yeah, getting back to his original weight.
It's going to hurt his endorsements.
Mm-hmm. What is
Not with honey buns.
No, that's right. The thing to eat when you're being brutally raped on a daily basis.
Honey bun. Look, he was thicker.
Oh, boy, look at his little tiny, thin, awful hands.
Oh, my God, what's wrong with his hands?
Oh, those are awful.
That's a girl's hand on the right.
Awful fingers.
What is that? Oh, now I understand.
He has palsy fingers.
What is that? That is really
It's like
strange.
mannequin hands.
All he had to do was not eat a lot and not fuck kids.
And he had a great life.
And he had millions of dollars. I do those things, and no one's giving me money to not eat a lot and not fuck kids.
He had a great life.
Where's my money? He had a great life. Hey, Jim, don't get fat and don't fuck kids. Done.
Done.
And I can do both of those things.
They sit you down and say, as long as you don't do those things, you can keep fucking cashing these checks.
Yeah, Jim.
At $1 million a check.
Don't eat cake and don't fuck kids, and we'll hand you millions of dollars.
All right, you got it, sir.
But what about my thin hands? Keep them. You can have thin, girly, awful, palsy hands.
We could film around the shitty hands.
We'll film around your shitty hands.
Can I fuck fat kids?
But my face is slappable. We don't care. Just don't get fat. Don't fuck kids.
Right.
2 things you got to do. But I have glasses. My face is slappable. Don't get fat. Don't fuck kids. How many times do we have to repeat this mantra? Every day in the mirror when you shave, all you should be is da-da-da. Don't get fat and don't fuck a kid. Do-da. Don't get fat and don't fuck a kid. All you got to do is remind yourself.
All the live long day.
All the live long day. Don't get fat and don't fuck a kid. I just got to remember those things. Don't get fat. Don't fuck a kid. Are you hungry? Yes, I am. Oh, shit. No, don't get fat. Don't fuck a kid.
That should be your mantra. Wherever you go, just repeat that mantra.
Don't get fat and don't fuck a kid.
Don't you think the Subway should change their logo at this point?
I thought it was down already.
The Y looks like a baby penis. You got to get rid of it.
Oh, yeah.
It does, right?
Oh, no.
You got to change the logo at least.
He got a kid stash because he's from going down on a kid.
Yeah, he's holding milk in a Subway.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And look right behind him. That should have given it away. Look back. There's a crib with blood in it. How do we not see that coming?
Oh, my God.
He's got to have a hard time in prison, though. I mean,
well, obviously, we
think he got slapped in the face and he stood there.
That happened to me on a Subway.
And he loves Cake Day.
What happened on the Subway?
No, I'm joking.
Oh.
Smacked in the face and then somebody shoved a honey bun in my mouth.
Oh, boy.
I learned
slapped repeatedly.
I learned something on the Subway yesterday.
What's that?
I was standing there. I was listening to actually Bonnie McFarlane's book on tape.
Yeah.
Minding my own fucking business, crowded subway train, and a brother was like trying to get my attention, and he was poking me, and I finally was like, what? Really aggressive. I was like, what? I took my earbuds out. He goes, hey, man, just want to know if you're a cop or not. And I just start openly laughing. And announce to the train, this fucking guy thinks I'm a cop, and then everyone else started laughing like that. How ridiculous that is! And then he felt like he had to defend his observation. He goes, "Well, it's because of the North Face." So are the undercovers wearing North Faces out there?
Oh, I've been called.
Maybe, but why would he want to know if you're a cop? Was he about to do something illegal?
I've been called a butterface. Then he robbed him. He said, "No, I'm not." And then he took his phone.
Yeah. Then he explained that he had to do his thing.
What thing?
They were going to perform, but then,
okay.
But then he wasn't. I guess he wasn't sure because then they didn't perform after all, and they kept giving me the eye like they weren't really sure. But they were going to do. They had a boombox and all that shit.
They were going to rob you. They were setting you up for a robbery, and then somebody else walked on the train. They were going to rob you.
No.
Yo, you a cop? No. All right, give me your money.
Yeah.
It was a packed train, though.
It was a bunch of kids with a boombox?
Yep.
They were
Bernard
going
Getz.
to dance.
Maybe not.
Again, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to do that.
No, I
That could be
understand
the
all
cover.
that.
That could be a cover.
You're not allowed to do that.
That's what they do.
Damn blacks dancing. I heard you.
Whoa, they were black?
Wait, you seen the Boombox Kids?
Yeah,
all the time.
When you break dance on the subway, they're amazing.
Some of them.
Yeah. No, I know. I believe
But you're not allowed to do that. So
Yeah,
it is illegal.
No, I understand that you're not allowed to perform this. I believe that they were trying to get one in and get a quick performance in, but they looked at me like I was a cop. I'm like, what, are you kidding me?
Why do I never give them money? Why do I never give them money? These guys are good. Like, why wouldn't I give them money? I do it on principle, I don't, but it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Anyone that's dancing on the subway or performing.
No, if you're performing, I always give up some pocket money. Always. Although in Boston, they had the greatest scam. We used to go in that park. I forgot the name of the park.
Right now, I know the park you're talking about. And they used to be out there dancing, the whole circle of people.
And we walked by. This is many years ago, so I don't remember the exact song, but I think it was a Clapton song. I feel like it was Layla. And there was a homeless guy there just jamming Layla. And I went, holy fuck. So I gave him like $5 or whatever the fuck, all right? And then I decided to hang out. He stopped playing when there were no more people coming by. Yeah. And then more people started walking toward him. He went right into the same part of Layla. And then it turns out, I think he only learned that 10, 15, 20 seconds of the song, which is kind of brilliant if you think about it.
That's a great hustle.
That's a hustle, right?
Oh.
And I watched him do it over and over again. Like, it became so entertaining to me to watch it. He waited that the people were far enough, and then he stopped, and then waited for the next people, and got right into that part. Unless that's the sweetest part of the song. And
but that could be it, too.
And he thought that I got to play the sweetest part of the song when people are walking by knowing that they'll give up the money.
Right.
But I always wonder to this day, I'm like, did that guy only learn that part of the song?
He made that whole thing, and that's maybe the pay part of the song. You don't want to be building to the bridge and people walking away, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what song it was. I feel like it was Layla or something, but whatever. All right, Sherrod, always a pleasure.
That's a good hustle.
You know that. Race Wars, Wednesday nights.
Yes, sir.
7 o'clock. I heard last night was a good one. Jimmy, you did it, right?
Yeah, I did last night. He
How'd
was
it go?
very funny, this young Jimmy.
Very good.
We talked a lot of personal information on that Race Wars episode.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And I did Young Sam show for an hour.
That's right.
Busy day for the kid. Did a lot of talking yesterday.
A lot of promoting.
Talk.
A lot of promoting.
Someone said that it's harder to get tickets now in Red Bank. I don't know what's left. I looked on the thing, and there's not many tickets left. So if you want to go, I'll be there tonight.
Right.
And if not, I appreciate those of you that are going.
Red Bazank.
And then Huntington sold out, which is awesome.
Yeah, I probably could have done another show there, but leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I want to try to make that one in Montclair at the Wellmont Theater. A little UFC action after Jimmy's set.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And then the animation, all at Jim Norton.
And Chip is going to do one of the rounds. I just don't know. Not the main fight, of course.
Right.
Chip is really good with that, with the UFC stuff.
Oh, is he? He loves it.
Oh, God, was Jen and Barrett when we were at the fight, and Anthony Kiedis was like 2 rows ahead of us, and it was a prelim fight. It was empty.
Yeah.
And fucking Chip's like, come on, do a karate kick. Throw a karate kick. Grab him right there. Throw a karate kick. Use a little bit of karate. I would throw a karate kick right there. Non-stop. And she's like, would you shut the fuck up? She's like lost her ability to enjoy Chip.
Well, did Anthony Kiedis turn around?
No, but he could not. He was literally from where you are to me in a silent arena.
Right.
It was like right there, you throw a kick, boom, boom, throw a kick, boom, throw a kick, boom, throw a karate kick, boom. He just wouldn't stop. Oh, she was so fucking humiliated. I'm like, why were you so embarrassed? She's like, there's no way he didn't hear you.
That's so
She was like, you guys, from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's so great, man.
Yeah. Boom, careful, boom, right there, watch out, watch out.
Boom.
Watch it, right there, boom. Chip kept saying boom.
Too
Just
good.
the sign of a true idiot during a sport.
Too good.
Boom, throw a punch, kick punch. Oh, that's what he was doing, you. Kick punch, boom, kick punch. It was really fucking draining.
Oh, Chip
Is it draining for you as well as the people around you?
I'm already tired of doing that. Like in that 10 seconds I just did it, I hate Chip. I hate Chip.
He's a friend.
Too good.
Fat fuck likes cake day, doesn't he? Look, have a honey bun or something. Gonna fuck you in the butt. Want a honey bun? Honey bun. Honey bun, fat boy, honey bun. Box of honey buns.
Oh, God.
Chipper.
The podcast.
Yes.
I'm trying to look up a rival Sun song. Fucking Jimmy turned me on to this new band indirectly, and I'm obsessed with them now.
I gotta go to the gym.
Oh, that's the...
They warmed up for Black Sabbath. He casually mentioned them, so then somebody else on Twitter goes, no, man, these guys are really good. You gotta check them out, and then gave me a couple sample songs, and
They're the real deal.
I've been all over it ever since.
That's the Rival Brothers?
It's Keep On Swinging. Can we play that instead of some material before the replay?
We're not playing any material. We're
we're over?
You're 5 minutes over already.
All right. Well, on your own then. Check out "Keep on Swinging" by Rival Sons.
See you tomorrow, man. I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah, I'll see you there. I guess I'm on my way myself. My podcast sheet. That's all I have to do. We can get out of here, Sherrod.
All right.
Oh, and we got the Lita Ford saga. Who? On the podcast this week. Here it is. All right, so subscribe to the Opie Radio podcast on iTunes. The Lita Ford saga. So she comes in, she tells her story, and how she can't see her kids anymore, doesn't know where her kids are. It was crazy.
She didn't really know the ages of all the kids, did she?
I felt like she misrepresented the actual ages, because then we learned that one kid is like 19 years old and can make his own decisions now.
Yeah.
But she was saying, I don't even know where they live. I haven't seen them in, I think she said 5 years. I got to be really careful about this.
Well, if the kid's 18, they don't want to they don't want to know
19.
her.
One's 19 and the other's like 16, I believe.
Yeah, they're choosing not to call her, it seems.
She had some crazy things to say. Crazy and, just crazy. Like, holy shit.
Like she's nuts.
Well, my humble opinion, I could say it that way. I think so.
Yeah.
But you can't officially say that.
Now, she nuts or like rock and roll nuts? Like she's just different.
I felt like I was looking at someone that might have some issues. But I don't know, and you got to say that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the stories themselves were absolutely crazy. Like, wow.
Like, what'd she do? What happened?
Oh, God. Do we get into this again? Huh?
Download the podcast.
I don't listen to podcasts.
I just make believe I listen to his podcast. I just texted Sherrod. Wow, damn, this week's podcast was amazing. You think I actually listen to this? I don't have time.
I really respect that.
I just get a basic vibe what the podcast is about, and then I'll write a couple things.
I say, Opie liked the show. Opie enjoyed it.
I actually support. You know that.
Yes.
All right. Crazy stories. Just crazy.
I'll listen to the podcast.
You don't have to.
I'll hear it out.
2 parts.
Is it sexual crazy or like abusive, like drug crazy?
No, I don't think there was any drug mention in it. It was just, psychological.
Her kids got taken away because she was speeding down the highway. Her ex brainwashed the kids. Yeah. She found brainwashing books among their belongings. But
There's mental abuse in there somewhere.
Yeah, and then we had the kid on. He's like, it wasn't a brainwashing book. It was a Tony Robbins book. Because he's like a positive guy, like he's a fighter. Like he really believes he could do something in MMA. And supposedly he's really good. That's what we learned, because what happened after the Lita Ford interview, the ex got a hold of me and said, whoa, we want in on this.
Oh.
And then he sent over all sorts of shit that I had to read through.
Like she's
email chains,
transcripts,
where
court documents.
She's saying some shitty things, and then court documents and police reports and depositions, and I'm like, what did I get myself into? So then we had him on with one of his sons just to get the other side of the story.
And what did the son say about her?
He doesn't want to see her.
Download the podcast.
Wow.
He doesn't want to see her. He says there was physical and mental abuse there, and he has no desire to see her anytime soon.
Wow.
And that she needs to work on her issues before he would even start thinking about possibly seeing her again.
Whose side are you on? Who you believe the most?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, not her.
Know why it's pretty obvious? Because, yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious because so many people reach out to me, and I know this for myself, but they reiterate, they're like, you know how hard it is to take kids away from the mom?
It's really hard.
In those cases, it's almost impossible.
And if the kids don't want any part of her.
Right. So
that's telling.
I tend to believe Mr. Gillette and his son, James, who was on the show. Anyway, that whole saga is on our podcast on iTunes, Opie Radio. Fucking subscribe. Let's move our podcast up.
Yeah.
Get some more bragging rights. I see you. I see you up there. You son of a bitch. Race Wars is up there. I see.
We're climbing.
I see where you're at.
So you got a 2-parter today.
Yeah.
Download it.
You have to download both of them separately?
Yeah, they're both separate.
Oh, so it's 2 podcasts.
2 podcasts in one shot today.
All right. And I guess that's it. Sherrod, man, I fucking love it.
Always a ball, man.
Really appreciate you helping out the show as much as you do.
We got.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow with... Oh, we can't say?
Yeah, you can. Chris Daughtry.
Mr. Daughtry's coming by.
Daughtry, American Idol Daughtry?
I've been trying to get him on forever.
You love him, don't you?
I was a huge fan.
Yeah.
He should have won that show.
He should have, I thought.
But I guess it works out that you don't win the show, because then they don't have you as much.
Yeah, and you still make money.
Yeah, I love Daughtry. And a friend of mine is in the band, too.
Oh, really?
Well, I got to make sure LVO's still in the band. Little Rochester kid is doing well.
Are
we just babbling, Rock? What's wrong?
A local kid makes good.
Why do we have to wrap up? I'm having the conversation with my friend Sherrod.
Why can't we chat over here, huh?
What's up with that?
It's all business with E.
Follow the podcast. Listen to Daughtry tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
But how about we mention...
Can I mention Doreen, who's going through a tough time in Rochester?
Why not?
And just want to say love you, miss you to Doreen?
Send her a text.
No. All right, Sherrod, thank you.
Thank you, bro.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.